to it, man. Top tier discussions, episode 9. You got your host FREEJ. You see the chat heads. You got One Frame, and we got T3 FGC.
What's up? What's up?
Man, One Frame, glad to finally sit and do this with you. We had a mix up on a previous date.
That's a pleasure, man.
But we're finally here. No, absolutely, man. Let me get my screens ready because we gotta get some stuff up here. Let's get this. Get our tier list up. OBS.
Taking notes. I just got a new keyboard, so let me know if it's like annoying.
Oh nah, put the microphone right next to it and just clack away. That's
You're gonna hear those clickety clacks.
That's
I'll
it.
be hearing the hands.
That's the only thing I want.
Tuck, tuck, tuck.
And then now we got you guys the chat head here. We got our Street Fighter 4.
Ibuki. Look at all these characters getting crossed off the list.
Crossed off the list, man.
Disgust.
Yeah, you guys are getting through them pretty fast, man.
We're getting there.
Trying, man. Alright, so let me get this up. We need this. Let me stop my intro song. Discord's up. They can hear you. They can hear me.
Hope everyone in the chat's good.
Chrome.
My voice is still a bit hoarse from the weekend, so if my voice squeaks at any point or I lose my voice, it's because of the weekend. Yeah, I was squeaking pretty much on Saturday, but.
Actually, when I was in your stream the other day, I felt like you were still quiet. My voice is still shot. I definitely know that feeling.
Boom. Alright. We got our tier list up on the screen.
Does it still need to be locked?
Let me double check what we have here. This is on the Edge browser. I'm getting another spam call. Shout out to T-Mobile and the data breach. The top is not locking. Let me refresh.
I got it.
Look at all that green on Chun Li. What a character. What a character.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really refute what our host said, man. There's a lot of good information there.
Should
there you go. Got the chat heads on the top. T3, the best host I could ask for. Could not do this shit with myself. I'm incompetent. One Frame. Start us off, man. Start us off. What do you think about Ibuki? You know, where does she struggle in general? You know, give us a quick little rundown of the general Ibuki stuff.
So one of your questions I think you sent me on Discord was some of the changes, how she went from 2012 to Ultra. Yes. Obviously everyone knows the delayed wake up, but that's a well-known fact. A couple of the things that actually got better for her walk speed actually increased in Ultra. Mm-hmm. A lot of the Ibuki players were asking for that because she really did struggle trying to play. I mean, she's not got the best buttons, and she really struggled trying to play neutral in some certain matchups. So they increased her walk speed to make that better. So I think she improved in that sense because it was very hard to try and play neutral in some of the older games against characters like Fei. The Bison matchups were harder than it is now. So they increased her walk speed, which is pretty good. I actually do think she's a better character in Ultra rather than the old games. A lot of people are going to say, but you know, no delayed wake up makes her better, but. The thing is, yeah, I think that is quite a big buff to her walk speed because her low medium kick is really good. She can actually fight a few characters with her low medium kick, and that walk speed buff is a big part of it. Like her crouching medium kick will stuff a lot of stuff like FREEJ4Y, so it does come in handy. When before it was really hard to sort of fight that. So that's one thing. Mm-hmm. Another thing that they did buff in Ultra was EXDP, Kazagiri. It did used to sort of whiff all the time. It sort of used to go sort of straight up. If you notice now, there's a little step forward when she does it, which is, I mean, it was needed, but it did sort of deter her a little bit on her defense because her defense isn't the best, and because she takes that little step forward, there's not many characters who don't have a setup to make it whiff. You know, I just completely make it whiff without blocking it. Like Balrog, he can do it pretty easily. But I think that was. Quite detrimental to her, but the thing is, her defense isn't the best anyway, and you only really use it for an anti-air, which is still a great use for. So you know, it's not really used for Piff. I mean, it is used for Piff because people obviously don't know how to punish the kunai afterwards after all this time.
Oh, you mean hold focus?
You know, yeah, but you know, a lot of characters. I mean, Honda has it the worst, right? A lot of characters say this is one of the misconceptions with the character. If I want to go onto that a little bit, is a lot of people say with every character you can just dash under and cover both options, which isn't true. Ghost will tell you if he's in the chat. I don't know if he is, but Honda, if he he can't do anything. I think the best thing he can do to cover both is like Fierce Punch or something. So, but I think they're the only two really buffs that she had that are worth mentioning.
I got the changes up right now. Sorry to interrupt, but I think you
No,
forgot
it's
a
okay.
big one.
I
We
can't
have
remember all of them, so
we got crouching light punch went from 4 frames to 3 frames. Forgot about that big change.
Normal.
Yeah, that's a good
That's a big one.
And overhead
the
is
thing
now
is,
plus
if you,
3. Yeah.
the overhead used to be +3, right? So
Yeah.
you think if she had the 3 frame jab like she does now,
Yeah.
and the overhead was +3, you're getting like an instant 0 frame.
Yeah,
pretty much
uninterruptible.
Uninterruptible. Yeah, you're not interrupting that. So it's that was I mean I figured that as a sort of buff really. The 3 frame crouch light punches and stand light punch is so good in some matchups. But yeah, the target combos. The target combo 4, if you guys know, you got guys played any of them online Ibukis, like when they first start playing, how they'll mash the sweep into the,
onto the launch.
overhead, yeah.
Okay.
In the old games, the second hit would hit crouching opponents, so you could pretty much do it over and over again at low level, and people got really annoyed. So when it says second hits expanded downwards, it sort of goes over people's heads now. So, but they did add juggle properties to a couple of our target combos, which is why you can now do fierce, down roundhouse into, and it floats them, so you can get the rider. Whereas before it used to just give you knockdown, and you didn't have to take anything. Also, she got with that buff on her target combo, she actually had an easier route into her super. The routes for her super were pretty, situational. It's either just you get a deep BNB into a DP into super, or you can get an anti-air back medium punch into juggle into command dash roundhouse jump up super. But with the buff on the target combo, it gives you a really easy way to do fierce down roundhouse, and you just super jump into super, which is really easy and big damage. So she did actually get a lot of buffs, and I don't think that they've actually. Oh yeah, they did put the walk speed there. Yeah. So I did think she got buffs more than anything. Just a delay wake up hurt her a bit, but I don't really think it hurt her, which we're going to get into in the end, because
Absolutely, she's still more than serviceable even after the nerfs. You know what I mean? I just feel like people who wanted an easy ride, they're like, all right, well, with the delay wake up, I don't want to have to think, so I'm just going to play somebody else.
Yeah, and then people started realizing that Ibuki and Akuma's vortex is pretty much untouched, if not better.
Yeah, you can definitely play around the delay wake up.
Yeah, it's easy to react to the delayed wake up, but yeah, I do think she's a better character, but I think the biggest buff really is the crouching, the light punch at 3 frames, and the walk speed is really a big factor because she doesn't have the best footsies.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I felt from the outside.
Walk speed and not good footsies, she was really struggling in neutral, so she needed that really.
Okay, yeah, we were definitely talking about on the stream earlier that her footsies are not that good, like especially in comparison to other characters.
Yeah.
But
I mean, crouching medium punch is obviously great, the fishing rod, but it's slow on startup. But the active frames are obviously crazy, and you can OS neck break it pretty easily. But yeah, I think her best button is really, I like crouching medium kick. It's got so much utility, not just in footsies, but you can low profile stuff. You can stuff. I mean, yeah, I've got some videos and stuff to show you. So,
okay.
But you can really use her crouching medium kick, and forward hard kick's pretty good. Bond show kick, it is -1 on block, but it does go over lows, beats throw tech. So she has got some good buttons, but yeah, definitely. I'd say, yeah, probably at the lower mid end for the neutral department. Really, she's got a couple of good buttons, but crouching medium punch is really good, but it's not as fast as people think. People think you can just swing with it.
No.
But
Against idiots
really
you
pretty
can,
easy to throw with punish.
Against skilled opponents, not the same way. All right, so let's take a dive into these matchups, man. I'm really curious what you think. I mean, I'm just gonna pick an obvious one.
Before we jump into this, can you put the timer up for me, please?
Yep, hold up. Let me get that back in action. Timer's up. Let's start it now. And then, where's my stream clock?
So if I want to send you a link to like a match, FREEJ4Y, should I just DM you on Discord or put it in the chat like where we're talking now?
Put it in the chat where we're talking now. I can get to it there.
Okay, cool.
Alright. I mean, I think an easy one off the top of my head. Ibuki's got to run through Dhalsim. I can't see him putting up a fight. He can't return fire. No matter what he does, he can't. Like, you must walk forward like you have armor in that matchup or something. Like, there's no way.
This is like up there with T.Hawk, Blanka, Honda, Gouken. This is like one of the worst matchups, and this is really bad. This is probably her best matchup I'd say the thing with this matchup is you need to realise, obviously, when you're playing Ryu or any other character, you're looking out for the limbs and you're trying to sweep or dragon punch, right?
Of course.
With Ibuki, she's got the rider, and the rider will grab every limb, every single limb. So he actually is scared to press the limbs more against Ibuki because you get ridered from full screen. It literally, he teleports towards her and then you get hard knockdown. So Dhalsim is scared to throw out limbs. She also can sweep it. He can't really throw fireballs. It's just really bad. And once he's in the corner, and the thing that he has to hold the loops, he has big body combos. I don't know why Dhalsim has to hold big body combos, but he does. And against Ibuki, that's you're never going to have fun with that. He gets unblockable. It's as bad as you guys can imagine, right? But the big thing is that rider, the rider thing. I've actually got a video to send you if you want to check out.
Yeah,
this match.
You want to drop that?
It's Pugera versus Arturo. And one of the things at the start of the round you'll notice is the first thing he does is he any good Ibuki when the fighter Dhalsim, the first thing you'll see him do is a rider right at the start of the round because it will just catch like any of them light kick. So I'm just going to send you a link. You might be able to find it faster, to be fair, but I've got a link here for you. But I'd say this is probably, I'd say a 7-3, heavy 7-3. I've heard some people say it's 8-2, but I don't throw 8-2 around lightly, or 7-3. But I think this is easy 7-3 to Ibuki.
And why would you keep it from 8? Like, is there anything that Dhalsim can do? Like, have you ever had a round where like, okay, Dhalsim, if he plays a certain way, he can get busy here?
Yeah, the Dhalsim has to be like I think if you watch someone like maybe Mochi or Champ like with that movement, you have to play absolutely perfect because if she grabs that limb once, you're getting you're getting unblockable. So literally, and it's not with light kick and stuff with Dhalsim, usually you got to guess to DP like light kick and stuff. But if you're standing full screen, she can just sort of spam rider. But the Dhalsim can use that as bait. I have also seen very good Dhalsims beat very good Ibuki, so I've not seen them just steamroll them every single time.
Okay.
So that's what stops me from saying 8-2. But it is a really heavy 7-3, maybe 7.5, but I don't really do 0.5, but 7-3 for sure. Because I mean, Dhalsim can get busy if he gets her in the corner, but like, when is he ever going to get her in the corner? Like,
Yeah, that's not a real thing.
Yeah, so I think that's, in my opinion, it's definitely one of her best matchups. She has got a couple 7-3s in my opinion, and that is definitely one of them.
Did you drop the
video? A lot
video?
of people, even if they did a, which one am I putting in? Because I've got a lot of friends.
There's a chat here. Let me add you so you can see it. There you go. This is the chat for the actual.
Okay. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I've got it here for you. So this was at CEO 2015. I'm going to send it to you right now. Here you go. Pull it up. So the first match is Sim, and then he changes to Rose. So I think you might only have to watch the first game.
Okay.
But you can see what I was talking about with the match. And you'll hear Arturo in the background. I don't know if you have the commentary on, but you can hear Arturo. The first thing he says is he's going to ride her at the start of the round.
Oh man, and
He knew.
He knew.
He knew.
Yeah, he's been around the block too many times. All right, let me switch to my other browser. Go to this. We'll do this.
The thing is, also, I've never, I've played a good Dhalsims back in the day, but these days there's not really many good sims. But I do know from a lot of people who didn't really play Ibuki, if they had a problem with sim, like Ryu players, they would pick Ibuki just as a counter to sim. That's like how bad some of the matchups are. So yeah, you'll see Sabin. He doesn't really stick with this match for too long, but if you check out what he does at the start, this is how Ibuki fights Dhalsim. And once he's down,
let me get the game volume in here for us. All right, here we go.
And yeah, that's another thing. If you see the jump over kunai, obviously if he sticks out fierce or any limb, that kunai is going to hit him on his recovery frames, and you can combo it. So
wow,
you can really get in many ways against Dhalsim. The slide trades there. Oh, actually playing this really well, like from the corner.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it looks way better than I've ever seen it played already. Very noticeable.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Playing for his life.
Dude.
Yeah.
One Ultra 2.
But you can see he's been in the corner for so long, like, but he's playing really well.
Ooh, good defense. Nice.
Yeah, see, anything he jumps up. So it's pretty much when she jumps in with that kunai, it's going to trade with a lot of stuff that Sim does. Even if he doesn't need, the kunai's going to hit first, and then she's going to get punished. It's, she's got so many ways to approach this character, and it's very, very, very hard for Sim. And the fact that he gets looped and unblockable as well is just like icing on the cake. Like,
I don't think he's the kind of guy who tries to ride at your limbs. Oh, he just did.
No, if he wants to win, he's gonna try to ride at those limbs.
yeah, and the thing is, well, like she's you'll probably see it in this tier list by the end. She is so. There you go. There's the rider.
Oh, excellent.
She's so good at fighting fireball characters. There you go. EX show up blast. Just
Oh,
bait.
in front.
He got the loops. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the unblockable.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's easy.
We're gonna do it again. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, see,
It is academic at that point.
Yeah, it's once Sim gets knocked down, it's curtains, mate, really. And you know, he played that really well. It should have been over. Like, if that was not a Sim up to arts level or something like that, it would have been over a lot quicker.
Oh no, absolutely. I can definitely tell via the eye test.
Yeah,
And
so,
you mentioned fireball characters. I don't know if you want to hop to another fireball character. Let's set the pace with we can start with Ryu.
Ryu? Okay, yeah, cool. So this is quite a known matchup, I think, if you know a lot of stuff about Ibuki, because he's actually like a Shoto killer. And Ryu, out of all the Shotos, I think gets it the worst. Ken has it a bit better because of his movement and his better rush down, but Ryu, he relies on his fireball and uppercut game, and the Shoto unblockable is really potent. If you don't know what the Shoto unblockable is, it's, you know, the standard neck breaker, walk forward, forward light kick, and then jump light kick or jump medium kick. That's unblockable on Ryu, Ken, Akuma, you know, all of the Shotos. But the problem is, you know, this is another misconception. Oh, if you delayed wake up, you don't get unblockable, which is just bullshit. Because you just do the same setup, but you add a stand jab, and you just do the same setup, jump medium kick or jump light kick, and that's unblockable on delayed wake up also. So that's on a normal neck breaker, and if she actually gets an EX neck breaker under a fireball, which is pretty common against Ryu, you sit back, you use the rider, you build up an EX neck breaker, and you blast through the fireball in reaction. Once that happens, you have another choice of unblockables you can do on Ryu. You could either do medium kick command dash into jumping light kick or jumping medium kick, which is really easy. That's unblockable on no delay wake up. If they delay wake up, you do the same setup: medium kick command dash, crouch jab into jump medium kick or light kick, and that's unblockable on delayed wake up. So if Ryu gets you know, if he throws a bad fireball and you get one EX neck breaker, you're pretty much dead, because you just loop it over and over again. Unless the Ibuki messes up the setup, that should be a GG's. Another thing is, in the neutral, the forward hard kick that I was speaking about earlier will go over the crouch medium kick, and you can also use the forward medium kick overhead in the neutral against low forward of Ryu. So you can see quite a few Ibuki players use the overhead in the neutral, but you need to be careful because good players will react with DP or focus or whatever. But if you're expecting Ryu to throw out a low forward, you can blast over that. Yeah, but he really does struggle because of the unblockables. He also gets looped. I'm gonna try and remember tell you the guys who get looped and who don't, because that is a big part of the matchup. Because loops are 340 damage, and without a loop, your BMB is 180. So
wow,
you're losing out a lot of damage.
Such a huge difference, yeah, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, this is also a difference between, you know, if you watch a good Ibuki and a great Ibuki, is they'll go for the loops, because the damage is just, you know, it's night and day. You should just try and go for it all the time. So if a character doesn't actually get looped, it can be good in the matchup. But if they get double looped, you know, some get double looped, so that can also play a factor. But yeah, Ryu, with the fact that you have EX neck breaker under the fireballs, slide under the fireball, perfect range. Also, if you get the slide at perfect range, meaty, you guys probably know you can combo stand jab or crouch jab. So that all leads into neck breaker, into nonsense. Ryu gets it really, really bad. But Ryu can win, but it's same as Dhalsim, but you have to play perfect defense, man. You have to play a really solid defense. You have to use more buttons than fireballs, especially when she has meter. Ryu has to play pretty much rush down and try and kill Ibuki before she gets one bar, because the one bar can equal EX neck breaker or you know, EX DP as a reversal. The key to beating Ibuki is to kill her before she has one bar, because her defense is ass. So people know how to fight Ibuki, they'll go straight in straight away, because yeah, if she's not got EX bar, even if she does have EX bar, it's not really the best punish like we speak about earlier, best reversal, sorry, but if she doesn't have meter, she's really pretty screwed, and she's a low stun and low health character, so Ryu can hit her hard, man, definitely, but it's definitely I'd say a heavy 6-4 for Ryu, in my opinion.
Okay, so 6-4 for Ibuki over Ryu. I have a video here from 2012, or from this is actually really old. This is too old. This is from regular AE, I believe. So that might be too far back. It's Wax WA Solid versus Soniono. I can put that on real quick. Let me see. You guys can tell me. You can let me know if it passes the eye test or what is the important information to extract from this.
Yeah, the thing is though, I think, if I was to, Soniono was so good. He was like the best Ibuki over on your sides by miles. I'm quite, I've got no idea he doesn't play anymore. But okay, so that is the setup there. That's actually the Sakanoko unblockable on the Shotos. That one there.
Let me take
That's
it back.
unblockable. So
can I get a slowdown? Let's get a slowdown here. Let's play it back at a quarter speed.
Like I was saying, the forward light kick usually is the setup you want to go for. But because this is the old, is this the old game?
This
right?
is yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you're not going to react to delayed wake up. So this is the Sakanoko unblockable. You pretty much use the same frame kill sort of speed instead of the forward light kick, but he'll do stand jab, tiny walk forward, stand jab, walk back like this.
2 buttons to confirm.
So, yeah, and you see how that hits. So that's actually the Sakanoko Shoto unblockable, which works on the Shotos also. So she actually has multiple unblockables, a plethora of unblockables.
This man had to pull out an SAT word to describe how many unblockables this character has.
She does, I think that, if I remember correctly from what I know about the game and unblockables, Gen and Ibuki I think have the most unblockables in the game.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's really crazy. But Soniono is making, and Solid, I've played Solid with my Ibuki. He knows how to play the matchup too, but it's just very difficult. And in the old games, I think it was even worse for the Shotos because you could literally just ruin their unblockables all day.
I feel bad as soon as Soniono gets out or gets away from Solid once he's in control, because it's just like, man, how is he gonna get control again unless Soniono makes a mistake? But he's got it right here. Ooh, but Solid, if anybody's gonna be able to do it, it's gonna be him.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, that's not good. Don't give him a chance.
No.
Don't give him a chance. The mix.
Does he kill him though?
Oh,
it's not white gun. It's not white gun.
Yeah.
It's not white gun. He finished it.
Yeah, it's not white gun. Gun would have went for a reset and then lost the round.
So yeah, that is pretty much what the match looks like still like these though, really. But obviously you just add like a bit of delay wake up unblockable. But the match really pretty much does look like that. Apart from that setup in the corner, the classic down fierce into kunai over, that's just nonsense, mate. That always hits in the front, and it's character specific. So I don't know why Solid tries to DP there. He should know that tries to hit in the front. Because those setups that she does as well, you see it earlier, it makes the DP whiff, so you can't really reversal DP it. And then, she could get a jump punish. So once Ryu gets knocked down on his ass, he is screwed, mate. Definitely.
Jeez. Okay, so we got that one down as a 6-4 for Ibuki. I'm still messing around with this.
Looking good so far.
Let's see.
I will tell you guys, obviously she is a high tier character, so you're gonna have she has got a very good matchup shot.
Okay, so
not gonna be much red.
I do have some recent stuff since we were talking about Shotos, and some of our viewers like when we group our Shotos together, right? T3.
Yeah, so we've heard.
We got you versus Plastic Teapot on DJ Vest Fight Club.
I didn't play well that one. Put on.
Whoa! No Johns.
No, don't put it on.
Don't put it on.
I want to use offline to use just for this tier list also, because I don't want to really use online games.
No, I hear you. But just for the sake of having something on the stream, so we can visualize here.
All right.
So
I think he bodied me though, so it's probably not a good representation.
Is anybody else having issues hearing? I know Pitt is saying audio cutting in and out for him, but I haven't heard anybody else say anything.
No? Is it my audio or is it the audio for the?
Just let us know in the chat if it doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
OneFrame's mic, they think.
Oh, my mic.
Nah, I don't. I hear him fine. So.
So do I.
All right, so we'll see. If it comes up again, I'll try to pay close attention. Let me set it up like that instead. Let me see. We got this matchup here. Now he starts off with Ryu. I didn't know he started off with regular Ryu.
The thing is, as well with me and T, but me and him have played each other like so many times.
Okay. How about you versus Dark Hado in top 32?
That's against Evil Ryu, right? I don't think he played Ryu.
No, I'm saying Evil Ryu because you already cover Ryu.
Oh yeah, that's on my channel, that one, right?
It is. It gets you some views, dog.
You can use that one if you want. Yeah,
Definitely.
there's quite a lot. I mean, there's a lot of Pugera versus Daigo, but you can use that one. There's a lot of Evil Ryu footage for Ibuki.
We have Pugera versus Daigo at home right here.
Yeah, use that one.
Alright, here we go.
I've got quite a few matchups for.
Yes,
I've
some
got quite a
hand
few
cam.
videos, so- Oh, this is old school. I
I
had
love
to,
it. Yeah.
I had to record this on my phone from like another video. I lost so much footage.
Okay.
This was one of the only
What
Ultra
the?
tournaments I actually went to back in the day. So you know that's the. You can actually use the same shot unblockable on Evil Ryu too, but
Okay.
he has such
Wow.
good burst damage on her. So I do actually think this is 5-5. This one,
Hold
I
on.
don't think this is.
Did your overhead go over his? What did you catch there? Was it his hop kick? No.
I think so. Let me see.
No. Are you serious? That was hop kick over step kick. 6'4"
Oh yeah,
Ibuki.
hammer kick is amazing. In the buffs as well for Ultra, they expanded the hitbox downwards, so that's why sometimes you'll see it cross up.
Oh
So
wow.
she was
It's
up.
that
She gets
Dhalsim
up pretty
match
high
that
there.
Yeah, with the Dhalsim match that I forgot to mention, if you raida the limbs and you do dash 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 and they crouch check and you do overhead, the overhead hits them cross up.
Oh man. And
He's
that's
a-
normal dash. That's not command dash. It's just triple normal dash.
No, just dash dash dash. Yeah.
Okay.
The X in the corner.
Oh wow, that hit from that far? Jeez. Could be over here.
Yeah, I don't know why I
Go
put myself in the corner there, but
Oh. Okay.
yeah, you can see, and that's another thing. You know, you have to hit the kunai's meaty. There's a lot of a lot
Takes
of
easy ultra.
people who say they think some moves will beat the kunai, but if the Ibukis do the kunai meaty enough,
Yeah. The way they're supposed to.
yeah, the way it's supposed to, which not many
Ooh,
people
okay.
do, because I've heard I've heard a lot of nonsense over the years. I remember playing a Zangief back in the day, and he was like, "I'm just gonna lariat when you do the kunai, bro."
Oh bro, that
Like,
I learned that in Super that doesn't work, bro. You can't do that.
I was like, okay, and I was like, man, if the Ibukis you've been, if they've been throwing kunais and you've been able to lariat them, they are not good kunais, bro.
At least you insulted the kunais and not them.
Yeah. There you go. That's the combo off the slide. You see that was meaty enough to get the combo there.
Hold on.
Chase down the teleport.
Take that back.
Oh yeah, he's getting vortex.
Yeah.
He's getting vortex.
He's not liking this.
Yeah. So you'll see in a sec when I'm on the other side of the screen. I hit this slide. In a
Nice.
sec. Yeah, here. So this is max range slide. Meaty. You can combo that. Boom. 6 hits.
Yeah, he's done. He's cracked.
Yeah, he's done, mate. He's
And
done.
that Yuri teleport so bad.
Like if Street Fighter had like a boxing style referee, he would have came in and saved Evil Ryu from losing that round. Like,
Stop
yo,
the
just
fight.
get him, just
Yeah.
wave the hand, get him out of here.
But you can never wave him out though. Like dude gets one touch, it could be
That's
so
it.
much damage.
It's the same thing as
This is
UFC,
why
right?
I think it's 5-5 because if you watch, there's a match of Pugera playing Daigo, and obviously that's probably
Let's see
like
if
the
we can
highest thing
find
you can
that.
see that
Pugera
matchup.
versus Daigo.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
We'll drop you a like while I'm here.
does really well. So, but just because of his huge damage output, he makes it 5-5. The teleport is really pretty useless, as you've just seen in that video. Like
Yeah,
So,
it was pretty awful.
yeah, it don't really help. It don't really help him too much.
Oh man,
He's
they
just
played in
after
Street
it.
Fighter 5 too. Man, you guys are messing up the real search.
You've got USF4.
Oh, let's do. Oh, Canada Cup. No. I guess we got this one up here. We can just go with this one
the
here.
top one, yeah. Is
Very
the
first one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of.
Was God? Was it? No, I didn't catch the description.
Yeah, so I do think.
Go shut
you
up.
run
Safe
the
jumps
same
are
stuff.
whack. Live a little.
Shut up.
So you try hards. Oh, we got
Because he plays
Japanese
Honda,
arcade
get
footage.
save jump all day. I feel your
Yes,
pain.
you must know. You must know Dark Hado, right? That Evil Ryu I was just playing. You
Mhm.
must know him. I think he was from up your sides.
Oh
I was
man.
speaking to
What
Ghost.
a
Yeah,
mix
but
up.
if you watch the way Daigo, because she's not got the best buttons, so Evil Ryu can really put up the wall and try not to get knocked down. But it's Daigo. You can see Daigo play this perfectly.
She's a little on the wide side too, right? I feel like it's not hard to hit her.
No, it's not really hard to hit, really, especially if you've got a neutral as good as Daigo. But the Samuji is really good. Samuji will low profile the start up of like his low forward.
Okay.
But his stand medium kick is also really good against her. It's going to blow up her crouch medium kick.
That move is really good. Evil Ryu stand medium kick.
Yeah.
I love
This
the normal.
character is blessed with having 2 great buttons just on the press of 1 button. Stand medium kick, crouch medium kick, but all on 1 button.
Ooh, nice EX neckbreaker by Pugera. Oh, faded too
that's
hard.
reactions.
Oh, Daigo with the drop there.
Yeah, that was a bad setup from Pugera too. He didn't.
Oof. I love Street Fighter 4 Daigo, man.
He's a beast.
My god. You said this is 5-5? This is
I-
Daigo. This is
The
Daigo.
thing is, yeah, it's Daigo. Daigo only make it look like this. The thing is, he didn't really get the chance to knock him down. He had 1 knockdown, but it was a bad setup, and he got thrown on the other side. You know? So this is what I'm saying. It takes, a lot of people. I don't know why people think the character's easy because.
Well, she was at one point. You have to admit,
characters.
when there was no delay wake up, you know what I mean? That's why players like White Gun, no offense to him, were able to thrive and achieve so much notoriety because you can just run that setup, you know what I mean? And people couldn't get out of it.
Not really though, because it's only on certain. Not every character got unblockable. Like you can't. Yeah. So, but against the Shotos, yeah, it's easy. It's still like easy mode now. But.
Do you know the answer to Phoenix's question in the chat? If Ibuki throws a kunai and Evil Ryu focus dash through it, can you sweep him?
Let me read it. Can Ibuki sweep Ryu's foe? I'm not too sure. Usually people they hold the focus for that, or they'll just DP me if I do the jump forward kunai.
Nice conversion by Daigo and a good card throw there as well.
Yeah, see, he didn't take the neck breaker there, which is a bit strange. I think he might be nervous because he's fighting Diego Umahares.
The greatest Street Fighter player from Mexico.
Yeah, and look, these buttons are just abusing Ibuki. And once she's in the corner, it can be very hard.
Yeah, Daigo's showing that he knows this matchup, though. He's been in comfortable positions throughout the whole set, and that's it.
Well, it's the most prevalent country for Ibukis in Japan. Well, they really know how to fight that character over there, man, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So, I think that's, I do think that's 5-5.
Let's see, get this.
If he didn't have the red focus, I think it'd probably, I might have it in Ibuki's favour 5.5, but the fact that he has that as well added to it.
Easy conversion.
Because she gets bodied in neutral so much, one of those low pokes into red, she's dead, and she's low health, so.
And you said 5 on this one, so we're going to put even on that. Okay.
There's only 2 Shotos who go 5-5 with Ibuki, and you could probably guess both of them.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be Akuma.
Yeah.
Akuma, Ibuki, 5-5. Okay, hold on, let me make sure I got this in the right column too, because I'm definitely guilty of that every stream. Something going on the wrong column. Alright, we got Akuma right here. Let me see if I have any Akuma footage. Yeah, give us a rundown of Akuma. How does he deal with Ibuki in comparison to Evil Ryu and regular Ryu? You said he has to deal with the unblockable setup the same way.
Yeah, the thing is, what made this matchup better for Akuma in this game is, when they try and react with teleport to get out of the mix-up, you don't even have to OS it. It's worse to OS with the neck breaker because sometimes you can end up like behind or in front or some weird angle. But if you just wait, you can actually react to the teleport, especially offline. But in the old games, he didn't have the Ultra 2 cancel from the teleport. So if he has Ultra 2, you have to really be careful about chasing down his teleport because he will Ultra 2 that on reaction. So that actually is a big thing in the matchup that you got, which is quite nice. Because it's hard for him to escape without that teleport. Like, what else has he really got? She can shut down a lot of that stuff. So if you shut down that teleport, he really has no escape. But the thing is, they do the same thing to each other. Like, he does the same thing to me. He gets a sweep, he knocks me down. My reversals aren't the best. But because I don't think AJ's in the chat. I think there's only one unblockable Akuma has on Ibuki, and it's in the corner. I think it's after EX Tatsu, and you do like the delayed demon flip, and I think it hits unblockable. But I don't know if he has any unblockables. Okay, this is a great match to actually check out. Like, who's going to ask for 2 of the best players of their characters?
Yeah, Sako and Tokyo. Yeah, can I ask for anybody better?
We can just watch it really. But one thing, this is probably not going to be prevalent in this match, but intermediate levels and just a matchup thing is if Akuma throws any jump back fireball that isn't EX, she gets a free hard neck breaker.
Hold on, so let me look at this. So I just saw something right here. He swept Is that punishable? Is that a legit punish? You can't sweep him for
Which one
free?
are we looking at?
He swept. It was a Ibuki sweep blocked into.
You can punish with Ultra 2, but I don't think you.
No. Yeah, you go. He blocked a Ibuki
Yeah.
sweep, and then what is it? I'm assuming it's -10. There's a lot of
Yeah,
sweeps
that's
that
a
are -10.
guaranteed punish. Yeah, that's a guaranteed punish.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's guaranteed for sure, bro. Yeah, Ibuki can Ultra 2 Goki sweep if I do remember correctly, but I don't think Sako is ready.
You said if he does fireball that's not an EX, you get a free heavy neck breaker. Is it just on reaction? You just go to the neck breaker.
Yeah, if he just jumps up and if you see him jump back and throw any like hard, any fireball that isn't EX, like hard fireball, fireball, sorry, you get a hard neck breaker. But you're not really going to see it, in these sorts of level matches. But in the matchup, there's actually a good thing. Because a lot of Akumas, a lot of Akumas do try and run away with the life lead air fireball,
did the
but
one
you really
frame.
can't do that. Oh, there's that slide again.
Should have Kazakiri'd that.
That
He's
dude
waiting for
jump
the
back
teleport.
kunai. That was cool.
Oh,
Sequence.
nice. What's the mix? Oh,
I think she
what?
really struggles against Akuma in the neutral. That's why you see him using the command dash, because he's scared of the dive kick. She actually struggles to enter that pretty consistently. So you'll see Sako try and dash or command dash to get out of some of these mix-ups. Another thing with her, is useful in this matchup that you don't really see a lot of Ibukis use. I mean, how many is there? But her
Patience?
command dash is actually really good at escaping some good. Yeah, patience. Yeah, you're right. But her command dash is actually good at escaping, fraudulent setups. Akuma actually has to have really airtight setups against Ibuki because she can actually get a command dash.
What a jump!
And this is fantastic spacing from Ibuki to from Sako to out neutral Akuma with bloody Ibuki. That's like crazy.
Yeah. He absolutely took his time and capitalized exactly when he needed to, and didn't overextend himself. I mean, this is Evo though, so if you're gonna play like this is a tournament to do it in. Oh, okay.
More reaction.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you can see it's pretty. He wasn't ready with the. If he was ready with the punish there, that would have almost been stunned.
Dude, see, even the best Akuma in the world doesn't
Look
punish
at
ES
that,
Katakiri, man. Come on, what are you? You're misleading the viewers. One frame. That's not why I put you on the show.
Bro, if you're not punishing that, the matchup's 7-3, bro.
Okay, so Sako's gotta win this. He's got a 7-3 advantage over Tokido.
Look at this, Sako is a god.
Oh, what a whiff. No, he did not. Okay. Imagine if he did forward. Good lord. Tokido, this dude is ridiculous.
He got baited.
He's so good.
So that's just incredible play from Sako, really, because I mean, he's keeping Akuma out in the neutral, and Akuma's neutral is so much better. But he's reacting with EX Netbreaker like so close as well. Like he threw that fireball so close, and he still managed to react with.
Pick DJ Tokido. I know you got one.
Yeah, I don't pick DJ.
You
don't want to get double loot, bro. Shit.
How soon is EX Neckbreaker projectile invincible, or is it immediate?
I think it's straight away, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Well,
problematic.
as soon as you see it and react, you can pretty much do it, and it'll hit.
Yeah, because the shuttle fireballs, they're pretty easy to react to. As long as you're moderately ready, you can get that.
Yeah. So if you're standing at the sort of range where you can react with either EX Neckbreaker or an instant jump kunai into confirm, it can be really really scary to throw a fireball, especially against characters like Sagat. So yeah, I think Akuma, Rio, the only two characters that go 5-5, and that's a dirty mix-up. So Ibuki's got no meter. What's she going to do in this situation? Right?
Honest defense, wow.
Still has no meter either. So Tokido played it well. He rushed her down while she had no meter and then hold the life lead. Now she has to fight.
Okay, jumped at his jump. Oh yeah, ultra buffs. Oh,
That's disgusting. Oh man.
Our fierce, he needed that.
Wow, that crouch jab whiffed. Probably like just outside of range. Pixel. That's crazy. But I can watch Tokido play all day, man. Tokido is so good, man.
He's he's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, these are really two of the best of all time.
Super
254.
consistent.
Nice confirm.
Anybody who has a combo named after
wow, that crouch medium punch is so far. Excellent, confirmed by Tokido. Oh,
wow.
Neutral jump jab? No, Tokido. Stop.
I think he did the neutral jump jab there because it moves his hitbox upwards, and her close hard kick is actually really good if someone's right on top of you. The one that juggles, she kicks like straight up.
Ooh,
I think he did the jump jab there to actually challenge that. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying about the XDP. You see how she moves forward? It never used to move forward like that. And because she moves forward like that, it actually exploits it. Yeah, if you you can actually see the little move forward. So a lot of characters can do this stuff. So even when she has meter, she really has to try and block.
Oh, sorry, that was before the ultra. Oh no, it was after the ultra. Sorry, he lands the ultra. Tasmanian Devil. Shout out to Multiverses. And then set up. Boom. Yep. She literally. I'm gonna try to catch the frame here. Look at that. The one frame pausing, and just goes right over.
Yeah.
That's
Boom.
it.
Look at that.
That's pretty free.
Nonsense.
And it also is very vertical as well. So as long as you're moving horizontally and at her, you can escape that pretty easily. And you said this
he couldn't really do much. If he backdashed, it would have got caught. Sorry, FREEJ4Y, what was you going to say?
No, go ahead. I'm just making sure I got the numbers right. You said it's 5-5. It's gonna update the chart.
Yeah, I think it's 5-5. I believe these guys are doing a good job at showing it off too. Like it's.
It was back and forth.
Yeah, nobody's really dominated. Even when Sako's doing his thing, I feel like he hasn't played such a responsive game. You know what I mean? He can't overextend on offense. He's just taking his time.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah.
Ooh,
The thing is, well, with Akuma's like fight that fierce buff, that's a lot of damage on Ibuki, man, for sure.
Oh my god, why is he so good? One frame. Explain to us.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Jeez.
He made him press a button.
You know the fucked up thing? If you kill with that ultra, there's children laughing.
Really? That's
It's
dark.
it's twist. It's dark as fuck. Go in training mode and land that ultra and report your findings. Capcom, I know he's a demon.
That's just Akuma's fan club, relax.
That's it. The
They're
children
watching,
he's
they're
slaying.
just in front of the screen, you can't see them.
Yeah. So I know Akuma does have, like I said earlier, a unblockable in the corner because I remember AJ telling me about it. But I'm sure he might have a couple of like forward throw in the corner. Like you remember on some characters, you can do like forward throw, crouch, medium punch into jump, medium kick or whatever. So I don't know if he gets that on Ibuki or anything. But.
The defense, nope, swept
Wow,
again.
that was a crazy escape with that focus dash. On wake up.
Why did she get hit by that crouching? I am sorry for your loss, Tokido.
Oh my goodness.
Man, that guy's so good. He made a lot of clutch, good decisions there.
You see how Sako had full bar, but because Tokido made him scared to do the XDP, he had to try something else. He was so scared he had super and he still didn't the XDP because it's ass.
Now he knows he's gonna get exposed.
Yeah, good job to Tokido, man. He's an absolute monster. And that was a great. That's probably one of the best examples of the matchup you could find, really.
Yeah, it was beautifully played. I mean, since we're going with the show, might as well cap it off. What do you got? Ken and Oni left. Let's go.
Oni.
Want to do Oni?
Oni.
Yeah, let's try some Oni here. We got Oni right here.
It's an interesting match. And actually, it's funny that we end with Ken and Oni because we've said multiple times, like they're so similar.
They're similar, right?
Yeah, they're so similar.
Oni, I think he is probably the second. I mean, he might even get worse than Ryu because of his normals and his fireballs aren't as good, but he still gets hit with the same stuff. I thought, I mean, all the Onis, and the only one who really used to beat me was Overmost Heads, and obviously he was the god of Oni. And that was back in the day, so I wasn't as good as I am now. He stopped playing, but he does actually. Oni has some dirty stuff on Ibuki. He actually has a corpse hop. Some guys might have seen it on my stream. If he does forward fierce into FADC forward dash, he corpse hops behind her. So there's actually a couple matches as well. There's this one which I had saved. So after this one, you could put on maybe Sanford's in another one. He fights Pugera as well, but to be honest, it goes the same way. Only really struggles for the same reasons, like we just said for the previous two characters, but he just doesn't have some of the advantages that say an Evil Ryu or an Akuma has. Definitely not. Step kick can be easily whiff punished. Her focus forward dash is really good. You can actually you can punish forward fierce on block with Ultra 2. He's Gouken Ultra double because obviously the slash is -2 or 1, right? And Ultra 1 is 1 frame, so he can actually punish the slash and the forward fierce. She can really shut him down.
Whoa, what? Okay.
Well, that was just nonsense.
It's Evo 2015.
There's the delay wake up unblockable.
Oh.
You see how people think, oh no, delay wake up, you won't get unblockable. Yeah, you will, bro. You're still getting unblockable. It doesn't matter.
The geese quote. You cannot escape from death.
Yeah, you can just see it. You just do the frame kill, and the Shotos, they still have to hold it, man, for sure.
I remember this is not Ibuki specific, but again, same thing. Like, yeah, setups that work, whatever they had delay wake up, all you do is add a jab.
Yeah.
If they delay, that's it. And I've gotten in multiple arguments with people who say that you can't react to that. Like, you can't react to delay wake up.
Yeah, but you get the big technical coming out the
You
side of the
definitely,
screen.
you definitely can.
Look at this. This is just like
Damn.
disgusting. What's he gonna do? That's the buff there for the tight
Oh,
combo.
oh, Sanford Kelly. He wouldn't make that read.
The Kang.
You know what? And I think Ken is
This is
such a
a
good
classic
character
Sanford.
for him. I mean, Ken.
Steam code Sanford. Oni.
I think Oni's such a good character for him too because he's an aggressive player and he gets to cash out more of that damage.
Yeah.
I love the way Sanford specifically uses the slashes. I feel like when I play other Onis, like whatever, they're not, that mix doesn't matter to me. But then watching him do it, I never guess right.
I like how they put MOV like he's from Korea. He's got a Korean flag.
Oh no.
The thing is,
Someone
MOV,
told
he like he went to this Evo. He just like his Ibuki was just it's he just picked it up sort of
Serviceable, I guess.
yeah, serviceable Ibuki. But he done really well. So that just shows you like this matchup is pretty bad. He done really well. But there is another match of Pugera. But this just shows you because
the
MOV
frame trap there.
wasn't playing that long.
Hold on, let me,
He's been playing Oni for so long. Dies with a super.
let me see. We got Pugera.
Yeah, Pugera versus Sanford is the best example of it. He does some of the real shit.
Oh, it's Sanford. Hold on. Pugera versus Sanford.
Uh,
Oh, okay. We got some salty sweet CEO action.
Yes, it's the same session from the Dhalsim match earlier with Rose and stuff. I think.
It's a lot of good quality footage out there.
Yeah. So here, yeah. So that's and Oni. He's got low life. Look at the damage from one loop. 340 damage on Oni. Look, and he's almost dead. If he hit that loop, he was pretty much dead.
Sanford is so good at like adjusting by like a short window that he catches you moving. He's very good
He's a
at
Marvel
that.
2 player, right? Like you have to adapt so fast. He's just got those.
Like he's the only Sagat that consistently would hit me with like those slow walk tiger uppercuts. I'm like, yo, this dude is so slow. Like, why does this work? And it was only Sanford. Like I would body every other one. So it's like when I knew I was gonna run into Sanford again, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna let him do that shit. And the motherfucker would still do that.
They still
shit.
hit you with it. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Sanford plays a good style to fight this matchup. With Oni, because you can't just sit back and try and zone Ibuki out. There's no way. You've got to get in there and hit those big damage Oni combos, and this might be death. Loop.
One more.
Do they wake up? It doesn't help. Another loop.
You hear Art saying like,
Oh,
you
this
told
is
me it
real
was
bad.
cross up, I blocked cross up, and it didn't work. He's like, yeah, because it's not going to.
Oh.
And then this one, you said, what would you say the advantage is for Ibuki on this matchup?
6-4.
6-4. Okay, a solid 6.
Definitely sounds
Solid
like it.
6-4.
Yeah. He has
Just 'cause
all the
doesn't have
weaknesses.
sort of the benefits of what the other Shogos have.
That's exactly what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. It's like all the weaknesses of Ryu, but none of the strengths.
And he's got a pretty big hurt box, and her stand jab is actually pretty good against characters with big hurt box like Abel. You can really play some neutral with stand jab.
Oh, he's
If
one
you
of the
get
big
caught with one of
bodies.
those
Okay, I
stand
didn't
jabs-
know that.
If you get caught with one of those stand jabs, you can go into some Buji. So Sanford's
Okay.
got blended, man. Absolutely blended. That's what I'm
What's
saying.
up, Mac?
He's like, yo, I tried to. He's like, yo, I tried to block, man. I tried to block.
Look at him. He's pissed.
Look, he's going, yeah,
He's
my
looking at his
stick's not
stick.
working.
He's like, it's left, right,
not
let's
working.
left. I don't know, man. I don't know.
He's talking to. Yeah, I don't know, but
And
he's
he-
talking to Craig
That's a
Keller
tech
on the
though.
side.
He's got to talk to whoever's holding the stick. Like, yo, whose stick is
Talking to
this?
his sponsor.
Yeah, no.
Give me a new stick. Give me a new stick, Steam Co.
Well, in this salty sweet, Pugera took all these guys' money, bro. He beat everyone.
I bet.
You can't get out of that setup either. This is this is a perfect example of don't ever pick Oni against him. It's a very bad idea.
Just running the vortex, getting these loop combos. It's like
Okay.
Perfect
Oki
timing.
situations that lead into high damage that go back into Oki situations.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, very nasty stuff.
You do not get touched one time.
It's hard to not get touched one time, especially in this game.
Yeah,
The move,
yeah,
focus.
100%.
Let me see. I got I'm gonna pull up. No, I actually don't. Do you have a Ken? I have a Mochi versus Ginga Kalin. Never heard of him.
There's a lot of there is
It's
a
Topanga, though.
Pugera versus Momochi Topanga, but you can play a few matches of it. It's obviously the set, but you can play a few matches. Probably the best example of Ibuki Ken.
Make sure I got this one in our save. That is. Hold on, let me see who this guy is. We'll copy this. And then Ken is another 6'4", I'm just going to assume. We can definitely go through it. Oh, we got to
Yeah,
follow.
I think so. A lot of, I've heard 5.5 before, but I still think it's a heavy 6'4". And one thing about it, I'll tell you guys something. I mean, some people was in my stream when I showed this off the other day. I was hoping to run into a Ken in tournament, but if Ken does his BMB or anything into hard kick Tatsu, she can Ultra 1 that on hits. I think it's what, -2 or 3. I can't remember what the might, but she can actually Ultra 1 that on hit. So if Ken does like any BMB into hard kick Tatsu and she's got Ultra 1, she can actually punish you for doing a combo. So that's one thing. Also with step kick, if she blocks step kick shallow, she can get Ultra 1 punish on that also. But you can really pick an Ultra in this sort of matchup.
Okay.
I would go Ultra 1, but you can even choose any. It depends on what type of Ken it is. Heavy fireball Ken. That's probably why you see him going for Ultra 2 here.
We'll see how Momochi plays it. If Momochi, I mean, I don't know. I need to see. You said we have Pugera versus Momochi. That I
Yeah,
need
it's
to
a
see.
Topanga set, but it's a long but it's a longer video, so maybe just play a few matches.
Yeah.
And I think there's
Pugera versus Momochi. Okay, this was definitely searched. Oh God, here we go. Forbidden game. Love them both though. Love them both. Ooh, in 2015 when it
Yeah, there it
mattered.
is down there at the bottom. Yeah, this is a great set.
This is the stuff that dreams are made of. Oh damn! What the hell? The lives just disappeared. Is
So
that
Ibuki
what
really
happened?
wants to. Man, this quality is not very good, but it's okay.
No. I mean, let me see if we can find. We can try to find a official one.
It pretty much looks the same as like what you'd expect, but you know, just she has to try and sort of stay outside that step kick range. Like
Here we
most
go.
characters try and focus through and get jab into medium kick neck breaker and just start the nonsense. But once like I said earlier, he actually has a good time when she's knocked down. Like so, the defensive options aren't very good, and if Ken's got nasty setups, man, he can definitely take a set if he plays really well.
Okay, so hence why people are kind of saying 5.5. There's a lot of people who want to put Ken like top 10. I disagree with it, but I understand where the energy is coming from.
The thing is, I've played the best, all the best Ken. I played Katayashi. He says I've asked him. He thinks it's 6'4". Shinza, he thinks it's 6'4". So all the Kens that I've played against, you know, Katayashi I consider the best Ken we have over here, and you know, just look at that unblockable. Like, what are you gonna do about that? You telling me that's not 6'4" when you gotta hold that, bro?
Oh, he's got to
You're
hold
holding
that.
it both ways.
Oh no, is Momochi the best?
Yeah,
No, Pugera's the best.
that was godlike.
Oh my God. Street Fighter 5 does not make me feel this way.
I think the only person who's going to beat, you know, the only person who's going to beat Ibuki with, I mean, I think the only person who I saw beat Ibuki with Ken is Momochi. I think all the other Kens who I've watched just, you know, get smoked. But this is what I'm saying. She's quite such a prevalent character in Japan. They really know how to fight. So this is why this is probably the best examples to find.
Yeah, was that? I swear to God, that sounded like Shaq laughing.
No, that was Vega. I forgot to change the gift sub notification.
I see.
Yeah,
That's so
I
funny.
would have added a Ibuki slide in effect.
Nice.
Yeah. So the thing is, like you see Ibuki not really using her EX bar for fireball in this matchup too much. It's because she wants to try and save it for like the EX DP to just try and stop Ken's air approach. Because back medium punch will get beat with like EX Tatsu and stuff. So.
Look at that masterful play right there.
Spacing from Emoji, oh my God.
Jeez.
That was crazy. What spacing? He just stood there. Oh man.
Nice. That was probably the last possible frame that Ibuki was in the air.
I could see a case for 5.5, but I think it's only because I asked a few of the Ken players just to see what they think. Same with what I've done with a few of these other matchups just to gauge it. But I could actually see a case for 5.5, but I think it's 6'4" just because, you know, he has to hold. If you have to hold unblockables on both wake ups, it's, you know, like,
Well,
I think that can sustain a 6'4" matchup.
Yeah, I mean, if Ken has to play like extremely well to make it that 5.5, it sounds really like a 6'4". You know what I mean? Like, can he win? Yes, he can win. But it comes down to how you're using your options, and that's not inherent to. That's not a Ken problem. That's a player problem.
Yeah, and you see like the Pugero only got hit there because
Why did he
sort of dashed
jump?
into Momochi the neutral. Yeah, why did he jump?
Everyone saw it coming.
Yeah, so you know Pugero, he lost 2 bad mistakes there. We lost him that round, but Momochi is playing this seriously well. But yeah, I do think it's a 6-4.
Is it the year he won Evo? It might be. Didn't he win the?
Was it
No. What year did he win Evo?
2015, right?
It might have been
Luffy won
2015.
2014, Momochi won 2015.
Yep. So he's playing on
Yeah.
a whole nother level. This is the A tier Ken they talk about. If you can play like Momochi, then Ken is A tier.
Yeah, and not many people can play with those, you know, those crazy delayed DP throw tech fucking 20 OS.
Yeah.
Shit he
And that's
does,
not
bro.
something you can
He's
teach
like-
either.
No, he's like one of the only Kens who can really do that consistently. So, yeah, if you're gonna play this matchup, make it look maybe even or something. You got to, you know, play to this level, which not many people can do. So,
Ooh. And I also forgot to read off the EX Kazakiri, even though they made it move forward, it did get 1 extra frame of invincibility going into Ultra.
yeah, because it used to sort of, it used to whiff like that, but you know, just a lot more than it does without. Because it only whiffs now because of sort of the step forward, but before it was just because you didn't really have invincibility. So things like Bison's hard punch would just like fly through it. Hard
Gotcha.
kick. So a lot of Ibukis would complain. Also, another buff is I think it's called Sujigo. You know the sort of she does like the flip thing in the air. It's hard to explain, like the little screw
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty much regarded as one of the most useless moves in the whole game. With
Yeah,
any character.
absolutely.
So they actually buffed that and gave it a use. She actually has like hardly any recovery when she lands, so you can instantly do like an attack. So she's got some added layers with that in the corner. You might see me do like neck breaker into with one of those crouching into crouching medium punch meaty. So she got a few extra layers with that, which was good. But she's just getting messed up.
I think Momochi broke him.
Yeah.
When he
no,
jumped in to lose that first game, it was like, oh man, like there was a tilt
he didn't
there.
really have a chance to get the knockdown, you know, because Momochi's footsies were just so good. But I think only Momochi can make that matchup look like that, really. And I think Momochi is a better player than Pugero by quite a bit. So take from that what you will.
Alright,
So maybe we'll have some red soon, man. It's looking like I don't want to overplay
yeah.
my character, bro.
No, let's
Oh,
go to
whoa,
a red,
whoa,
let's
whoa,
go to a
yeah.
red match.
Yeah,
Give
what
us
do
a
you
red
got?
one. We did all the shotos, all the real shotos. I mean, we do have
Yeah.
Dan, Gouken, Sakura. But
Yeah.
let's go
We
somewhere
can
else.
talk about what about
Yeah.
Seth?
Seth, classic.
You know what I gotta
Got
say
Vijay's
about Seth.
FREEJ's favorite.
My
Everybody knows
pick.
that.
So while you talk about Seth, what do you? I'll get this link up. So, is he your favourite? What do you mean your favourite?
I think that Seth's
Favorite for best character.
yeah, he's my favorite for best character. His only flaw is human error, and it's hard to convince him otherwise. Like, I've talked to Super Street Fighter Lou a couple times, and he's brought up some good points because the way Akuma plays in comparison is easier to play consistently, and it's less inherently risky. So it makes him better. But Seth, no matter what situation you put Seth in, there was a way out of it. No matter, it doesn't matter what you chose, but he had a way out of it.
Yeah, so there's I know that he's actually #1 in Japan. You ask most Japanese players, they have Seth as #1.
Look at that,
so I
Japanese
could definitely see a
FREEJ.
case for- Yeah, they
Oh,
have
wow.
it. They have it as
Validation.
#1 a lot. But I will tell you something. A lot of their stuff is influenced by players who win a lot. And at the end of the game's lifespan, I think still Dashio was just absolutely destroying everyone in Japan. So I think the legacy of Dashio still carries a bit in their tier list. It's the same when Nemo was doing well in the arcades. They had Valento up high, and he's sort of gone down. So they take a lot of they get inspired by a lot of the results on the tier list, I think. But I can see a case for Seth, really.
Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find some Dashio Ibuki or something like that.
Yeah, I've got one saved here, but I don't know if there's any Dashio Ibuki. I've got one. I've got Punko versus Pugero, I think,
Ooh, okay.
which I saved.
Different
earlier.
than Dashio, but obviously equally as skilled.
Yeah, they both probably show the matchup pretty bad.
Let's
So
see.
there's a lot of things that make this bad. The dive kick is really, really hard to anti-air. If you want to anti-air it, you have to sort of do light kick Kazagiri right at the arch of the peak of his jump, which is like hardly any damage, and he's not really going to deter him to keep doing it. 'Cause if he gets through with one of those, it's if he starts to round with a dive kick and you get hit, you're pretty much done, because you're going to have no meter to reversal on Seth. You're going to be getting mixed. It's just really difficult.
I'm
So
having a
I've
hard
got so
time
many
finding
matches.
that match. Can you send me?
Here it is. I've got it here.
Perfect. All right.
This is, okay. Here we go. So there you go. I think you should have it now.
Got you. Okay. Oh, it's MOV. Okay. Okay. We got that here.
Yeah, it's doesn't really matter which Ibuki you're gonna. The matchup pretty much. All the ones you can watch pretty much look similar. One thing is good. You can actually raida the hard punch the same as Dhalsim.
If he gets too greedy, that's fair.
Yeah, or you can sweep it, but he's not gonna. He's probably not gonna do that if he's a good Seth against Ibuki. Just the main thing is though is the mix-ups are too much for her. Her defense is bad, and she does. If she had a good anti-air on the dive kick, it wouldn't be so bad. You can try and do close heavy kick, but that will trade most of the time. So a lot of Ibuki players don't even opt to try and anti-air it. They'll slide with down for medium kick. They'll command dash under, try and dash under, but a lot of the time you don't really want to be in the way of that dive kick as Ibuki. It's very, very difficult to anti-air, man, and that's. Once that hits you, you got to think about, if he does instant toe tap on Ibuki, I think that beats her DP clean also, so she can't really reverse.
Wow.
He could just toe tap it. He could just toe tap it. DP will be his normal DP.
No,
Delayed will beat her
Punko.
EX. Yeah,
This guy's the fucking best. That was amazing.
This is pretty much what the matchup looks like, and Punko played it perfectly. Once she's in the corner.
Just gets ran through.
It's just so hard for her to deal with, man. Just because of her defense. I don't really know. It's just say most people who come on here to talk about the Seth matchup probably say similar things. I don't really know what else to really say. She has got some good punishes. You can actually, if you're at right space, you can ultra to the stretch arms too.
Guys, we can't see the video. If
Oh,
you're showing
sorry.
something.
Hold up. Let me.
FREEJ4Y's solo in it.
He was watching by himself. Yeah.
So into it. I would run it back. But at the beginning here, look, you can see Punko already pushing MOV to the corner just by walking forward.
Yeah.
No damage done.
It's a classic. You got to do that.
His focus is so good too because he's so tall. He can consistently use his focus as an anti-air, which is really good. And you can tell there that MOV doesn't really know a setup for Seth. If you do the setup we were talking about earlier on the Shotos, the medium kick command dash into jump in light kick or medium kick, if you do that one on Seth, he DPs that every time. So on Seth, you need to change it up into light kick command dash, super jump medium kick, and that beats his DP clean. So this is what I'm saying. You can't run the same setup on every character, and if you don't know the setup, you're going to get bodied, especially by Seth. Because if you try any of them normal setups on Seth, you are going to get annihilated.
So you do have to have the knowledge to keep it close.
Definitely.
But this light punch DP into Ultra, very beautiful, excellently done.
Yeah, that's actually guaranteed for Seth. He can actually DP and cover both options. Same with Sagat, just DP to cover both, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Another thing which is not good for her in the matchups.
Okay, and then
yeah, it's just very, very hard. If she gets going, and obviously he's got the teleport too. Even if she gets the lockdown, he can. You got to think about his DP. You got to think about wake up EXSPD. Another thing is even if you overhead him, her overhead's obviously +2, but these Seth players, they'll be mashing the EXSPD on your overhead, so you got to guess on offense too.
Oh, yeah, there's no safe spot. I can't see where she'd be comfortable here unless he's knocked down. But even so, damn.
Really disgusting situations to be in. I hate fighting this character, man. Very nasty stuff.
DP? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's just nasty.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Big drop.
Pugera would have did it.
Definitely.
All right. And then what number are you going to put on this one here?
I would say 6-4, man.
6-4 for Seth.
I don't say Seth in the chat maybe, but Phoenix maybe plays a bit of Seth. Yeah, I think judging from what I've played, if I play Ibuki, sometimes people counter pick me with Seth in the past.
Okay.
I've seen people counter pick with it's just in my experience and from playing it and all these matches, I think it's one of. I mean, I'll say one of her worst, but she's not got many bad matchups, so it's just one of her bad matchups. If you want to counter pick Ibuki, Seth is definitely one of the characters to do so. But you do need to be careful because she can hurt you. But you do need to know the setups. The Ibuki's got to be really, really good and really knowledgeable in the character to beat Seth for sure. Very difficult.
Okay.
I feel like that's almost a crazy thing to say. Like, if you want to counter pick a character, pick Seth. Like, if you could play Seth at that level, why wouldn't you just pick him in the first place?
Yeah, exactly.
Fair point. Definitely a fair point. What other characters do you think she struggles with?
I think Yun is probably her worst. Talk about
How could I overlook that? That should be an easy one. He's going to be able to stay
struggles.
on top of you. He's got the command grabs, got the frame traps, got the setups. Kazakiri's not going to do anything.
I've got a perfect match for you to send. It's not this nonsense white gun business. Let me show
you. Sure? I thought it was a good example.
Yes, I'm sure. No,
You definitely should.
Yeah.
This one actually has some points in the match that I wanna point out. So just find it for you. Where is it?
Alright, got a white gun versus Kaiser.
Yeah, so pretty much against Yun, you got she has a really hard time anti-airing his dive kick with that medium punch. He can sort of delay it and it'll blow straight through it. I think if you type in Pugera versus Kazunoko, you might be able to find
Ooh, okay.
it. So
Pugera Kazunoko, interesting.
that's the one I'm trying to find at the moment, but I'm just looking through the games.
Let me see if we can. I got them
here
at
we go, I've got
NorCal
it
Regionals. Here we go.
4 minutes and 56 it should be.
Yep, same video.
Yeah,
okay.
this is a good example.
Let me get you
You
guys
can really
queued
see
up.
as he struggles.
You guys here?
So at the start, you're going to see him try and anti-air dive kick with that medium punch, which is what you want to do, and you see what happens. Boom, straight away. And again, twice in a row. So he's just going to dive kick at her, and now
Wow.
she's screwed, pretty much.
Yeah.
There you go. So this is why when people talk about like white gun double perfect, I'm like, you have to give the guy a bit of
Some
credit.
grace.
This matchup is so bad, man. He's just jumping at her because he knows she can't really anti-air. That's pretty nice right there. What you want to try and do is, same with most dive kicks, you want to try and use stand jab, but even then it's not much of a deterrent for him to stop dive kicking at you stand jab, right?
30
Like,
points of
yeah.
damage.
That's
A
the
big
big
whoop.
problem. Yeah, that's the big problem. Like characters
Well,
don't get a lot of
that's-
damage for anti-airing in this game, but
Yeah.
what he'll get if he hits you with that dive kick. Is
And once he's on
ridiculous.
top of you, it's hard to even get the EX reversal out when he's doing them dive kicks on top of your head.
Ooh.
And he can
and
bait
put her-
it. When you do get it out, he's just it just doesn't hit. She really is screwed, man. In this match, this is her worst matchup. I think. I think it's really bad. I think this is a 7-3 matchup for you.
Wow. With
I've
all her
never seen-
offense and nothing, still, just the neutral's too tough.
It's just he can just jump and just do what he wants. She's just getting mauled, and this is Pugera.
That is
He
true.
was like at this point in the game, he was the strongest Ibuki in the world. So it just shows you the level. And Kazunoko's obviously amazing, but if you look at this, it's similar to the White Gun looking match, and Pugera is 100 times better than White Gun.
Yeah, both players are definitely
And
higher
it looks
skill.
and it looks the same because the matchup sucks. She's trying to anti-air with every button. You can maybe try and slide, but even then, good command dash out.
I would just go to jump back normal, but like
And
But-
same thing. Like what it was, the return on that is nothing compared to what they're gonna get if they hit you one time. So
Yeah.
it doesn't deter anybody.
You do damage, but you go back to neutral where you're already
He
losing.
does EXDP as well, and you can actually, you've got to be ready with a neck breaker for that to whiff. So you've got to be ready on for that on reversal too. When I played Tromso in the Salty League 1, which we had over here like a year ago when we all played sets together, he actually did counter pit me with his young. So it was it was nasty for sure.
I want to see. I was just gonna say I want to see Pugera take a round, and I was denied that pleasure.
Yeah, because he got Zempo tension as well. So when you're sitting there, because you don't want to try and anti-air, so we'll do early dive kick into tension. It's she really has to think about every move she makes in this matchup for sure. I think one thing she does have is she does have an unblockable on him, but it's a really difficult one. It's like a 6-frame walk forward with like a 1-frame wait. One of them really difficult situation unblockables that you're not really going to see often in a match at this pace as well. So she does have that, but you're not really gonna see it. You're not gonna have a chance. His Yoo-hoo is good too. His dash punch. She can't really, he can just do that pretty much.
Oh yeah, EXDP didn't get neck breakered.
Oh, he
Yeah.
didn't get neck
Pretty
breaker off the
terrible.
EXDP. Oh
No,
no.
he didn't. He just
Yeah.
under there. Yeah, he just if you're not ready. I mean,
But
look,
when you
you
get
got
knocked
looks.
down,
You got to
you're
do
not
it
ready.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Ooh.
this is very difficult.
Okay, take some chances. There you go. That's how you win bad matchups. Risk.
Light DP from him also is very good on her instant jump Kuna. If he tries to do that, light DP beats that clean pretty much every time. But I think that's from all the young footage we've seen over the years, including that famous white gun footage, this you'll be hard pressed to find a long set or a tournament set where an Ibuki beats a young unless the character skill discrepancy is huge. Or the player skill discrepancy, sorry. So he's trying unsafe things to get in, like jab, command dash, and Yun's jab's going to check that all day. So it's really hard for us to do much in that matchup. I do think it's our worst matchup.
It's like it.
Damn, okay, so we got let me put a 3 in that column. Not do what I normally
Easy.
do. Fuck that up. Yeah, that's a clear
So,
3.
What do you think about Bison? Got Street Fighter Lou. Shout out to Lou in the chat.
Calling him
asking about
Bunsen in
Bison.
there.
Bunsen.
Big Lou.
M. Bunsen.
And
I want
Bunsen.
to talk about Bison. Yeah, so this is,
Yeah,
I mean, when people talk about Ibuki's bad matchups, they don't know about Young, Seth, they usually say they'll pick Bison. So this is
Mhm.
probably her second worst matchup. The thing is, personally, I have like Seth as my second worst match, but that's just because I've played so much Bison over the years. It's just a matchup I'm comfortable in, but it is still
Mhm.
really difficult. There's a couple of things that make it difficult for a lot of characters have buttons to challenge after scissors to maybe attempt to stuff the scissors or something afterwards, right? Like crouch a medium punch from Ryu or Sagat will stuff it, but Ibuki, after he does the light scissors, she doesn't really have a good button that's fast enough and has the range. Like all of her buttons will pretty much whiff.
Mhm.
If you block light scissors, you press like any of her normals, they're all not good enough to hit Bison to make him block. So you can pretty much get the scissor pressure started really nasty on Ibuki in the corner, as opposed to some characters like say Ryu who can counter poke or Fei Long who can try and stuff the scissors. You can use crouch and medium punch, but in the corner that's not going to help you really at all because they're going to be spacing it perfectly. What I like to do is do a preemptive forward medium kick to make it whiff and then get a combo, but even that is pretty risky. You got to try and make a hard read. And the thing that people bring up the most is obviously when he gets knocked down. You got to think about Devil's Reverse, Teleport, Psycho Crusher, all the stuff. She does get an Ultra 2 punish on EX Psycho Crusher on block, and also cross up Psycho Crusher. She can get a free Ultra 2 punish on that.
Nice.
But you have to change. You can't cover everything with one OS like some characters against Bison. You have to have a few different OSs for his options. So it's really difficult to pin him down. There used to be better setups in the old games with no delayed wake up. You could do like Samuji into meaty slide, which would stuff a lot of stuff, but that setup doesn't work anymore. So he's got Tampa Bison here playing, right?
Yeah, put Bison.
It's quite hard to find footage of this match.
Florida Dom.
Yeah.
Oh no! Shout out to the homie Dom, rich homie Dom.
Oh yeah.
Is this I
Okay,
think
this is Tampa
Bison. I think
Bison
Tampa
versus
Bison was probably the
Spabogan.
best.
Gouken.
He was probably like the best Bison, I think, right?
In the U.S.,
Oh,
I would say
he
him
was really
and the
good.
OCR is going to be up there, and then
I mean,
Hero.
Ron.
Yeah,
Yep.
but even in the world, I'd put Tampa Bison up there with probably him and like Gagapo at the end, man. Or yeah, he was so strong.
Yeah, he
Super
was great.
patient.
He was great.
Oh, Happy
Yeah,
Medicine.
I watched him play, bro. I was super impressed.
Oh,
with
Happy Medicine. Good, yeah, good name. I forgot about
Oh
them.
wow, Happy Medicine. That is a throwback, bro.
Yeah, I forgot about them. That was a good call. Good
Yeah.
callback.
He
were
was whiff
disgusting.
punishing Rufus dive kicks in neutral with crouching light kick with Bison, and my jaw dropped. He was doing it consistently in a matchup, like 5 or 6 times.
Bobbin is actually a good Ibuki too. So it's not like this is some random job. I remember Spabobbin playing a little bit of Ibuki. But he's really going to struggle in the neutral too. Well, that's
Beast.
Rago.
Oh, so your man engravings that one gentleman was looking for in
but
stream chat.
the
He has a chance to
stand
make
medium
that
kick
a
of
pro,
Bison
so
will
we
go
play
over
loses final of this pro versus excited
low
beats
medium
the
kick.
Ken we saw earlier.
He can just teleport. If he sees her do jump forward kunai, he can do jump medium punch, the hell attack, the 2 hit in one. He can just catch that and reset her. It's just really hard to pin him down. He wins the neutral. He wins in the corner. He has better wake up options.
You understand you said all this while Ibuki's winning, right?
Yeah, but you know, the Bison's not doing what he's meant to do, bro.
No, I definitely hear you. I have actually a win over Jazz Darrow with my Bison, and I was like, oh, this match has got to be fucked.
I mean, it's the most famous bad matchup, right? If you ask most people, like, oh, who's even if they don't really know too much about, you know, they'll say Bison because his wake up options are just too good. If you had one OS to cover a few of them, but you have to literally like.
This thing, like, I don't think none of his are good. None of his wake up options are good. But
Not
he
a
has like
single
40 of them. He has 40 of them, and they're all okay. Like they're all serviceable.
It's the C Viper
and you
effect.
have to guess. Yeah. Like, I have to guess on
you
offense.
can block it and you can ultra punish, but if he does like the Devil's Reverse, you have to guess with like a slide, or you can OS Rider. You can OS Rider as well. But you gotta just take your pick because you don't know which way he's gonna do, or maybe he'll do stand tech. You know, it's not just those escape options. You gotta think about the normal stuff. Yeah, the other stuff. So there's literally so much to think about. And once you're in here in the corner, it is really, really nasty, man. And if he sees a good Bison, if he sees an overhead from Ibuki, he hard kicks that every time. A good Bison should never be getting overheaded from Ibuki unless it's from like a setup in the neutral, because it's just very dominant. It's really hard to get going. You really have to beat him. You have to literally play so perfect. Like your execution has to be on point. OSs have to be perfect. You can't drop a combo. He does get looped, which is good. So you have got to hold the 340 damage. But yeah, very difficult. I would say this is another 6-4 for Bison for sure.
Oh,
wow, they hit from far too.
I love that emoji Roman did with the Bison.
Yeah,
He's
horseshit
jumping,
Bison
he's
was,
jumping off the.
Bison kicking the part.
and you just see at the end now. I'm glad you said because I just said that a
That's
second
so
ago.
great.
Roman, you got to play a
Medium
fighting
punch.
herds now. Hold on, what were you saying about the jump? That jump medium punch hit pretty far.
Yeah, I'm just saying he tried to do the jump in like sort of kunai to get in, but Bison could just react.
Yeah, Boogie's jump is really high. So is Bison, so it makes it really easy to track.
Yeah, so she can't. It's hard for her to approach this. Yeah, it's nasty.
It's spooky. I'm
He's
just like
he dominates
spooky.
in pretty much most of the He's just not got as good as mix-ups as Ibuki, but he doesn't need to because he can just get out of first. But he dominates every other part of the. See, and this Ibuki doesn't know the punish on the Psycho Crusher either. You can Ultra 2 the Psycho.
Oh, that's a
So
bad
he has
punish.
missed a few opportunities, but
Okay.
yeah.
And
I mean,
then
Bobbin probably a bit rusty. He used to be good when I used to watch it.
this
He used
is
to be alright.
this is 2015, so it could be stage fright.
Oh shit. Yeah.
All right,
Shout
so let
out to a
me.
bunch in the chat. Bison's trash, if we're being honest. I guess.
You know what?
disagree.
He's trash at the top level. He has problems at the peak of the game.
Well,
Mid level, he's running through anybody.
And I'll say that.
If
But
he has the life lead, he can sort of try and lame him out with kunai zoning, which you don't see much of. There is a few matchups you can actually zone with kunai pretty well, but he can get in so easy against her. You know, he can do head stomp if he tries to read it, but
Yeah.
it's very difficult. If he has the lead against Ibuki and Ibuki's like got no bar or whatever, it's very very hard. So I'd call that another 6-4. That's 3 difficult matches for Ibuki there. So Seth, Bison, and Yun, I'd put those 3 up there as 3 of our worst for sure.
hold on, and you said Yun. Did you want to put 7-3 or was that?
I'm 7-3 for Yun, man.
Put
I'm
the
really
Okay.
looking at
Okay. All right. So I got that
From
correct.
what I've seen, and I've watched it in person. I've picked Yun against the Bookies myself.
Oh man,
It's
I
just
have
bad,
the
though.
power.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I feel it the other way.
Okay, so we're done with this Bison matchup. That's a wash.
Yeah, that's a wash. But
All right, let's go through. How did she do against Abel? Abel, these are both going to be, in my opinion, the knockdown mix each other up. Who goes first? Does that make it even, or is there some unblockable, some Ibuki stuff that's going to give you the edge? And just to recap, let me see what Kiyoma and Killer
I know
Smurf
Cammy
did.
thinks this is in Ibuki's favour. I spoke to him about it, so I think he's either 6-4. Let me see.
He put even. He put even.
Oh, he put even? Okay,
put
maybe I was
even.
watching the other. Okay, yeah, I can see it.
I can
The
see
reason I
that.
think he put it even because if you've got the armor cancels, it can be really handy.
With the armor
But if you've
cancels,
not-
okay.
If you've not got those, it's bad for Abel. For
Okay.
sure.
So
Her stand jab is really good against Abel because even when he's crouching, he's really fat, so she can really play neutral with the stand jab, like I was saying earlier. And any stand jab on Abel goes into Samuji loop, man. Like whether he's crouching or whatever, he's so big, and he gets double looped. So any stray jab can really lead into big damage. But he does have the armor cancel tech to get out of the kunais. You can just do the armor cancel roll, which is the easiest tech to do out of the armor cancels. I think Koma might have even spoke about it, so I won't go into it here. But it's easy to get out. But
It's
on
also
Abel,
easy
you
to.
get,
Yeah, sorry. It's also
on,
easy
yeah.
to do when you have when it's easy to predict. It's the same thing with any type of focus press or anything like that. If you know it's coming, it's easy to do the armor cancels.
Yeah, so she needs to go for an unblockable on Abel. She has a couple. The one that I usually use is you walk forward one frame, you do stand medium punch, not back medium punch, you do jump medium kick. That's an unblockable on Abel, Dudley, and a few others. So he does have that. And one thing, his OS Rider is really good against Abel on Wake Up because it beats the X roll. Yeah, he can't really get out for free. So when he gets knocked down, it's pretty bad. But the thing is, his damage output on her is pretty nasty. They pretty much like say do the same thing to each other, similar to Akuma, but his damage output is pretty nasty. But I think I can see it being even just because of the damage. But the combos, you have to be, I think, you have to be that Kaoma level of Abel to win that matchup, really. Because if you haven't got all the tech, Ibuki's going to smoke Abel. Because he has to hold any combo you can think of that Ibuki can do. Is all on Abel. She gets all of them. You can do micro walk, like if you get stand jab, you can like walk forward a little bit. You can do like the micro walk stand jab combos on Abel, stuff like that. He's just so big. So, and you have to remember, our stand jabs are 3 frames. So it's not gonna be very seldom when you're not gonna land a jab with Ibuki against Abel.
So at the limit, it's even.
Yeah, I think at the limit it's even. Like at the highest level, it's even.
Okay. We have Kiyoma versus Sako in 2012. Is that sufficient, or do you have something more recent?
I
we
think
can
I
take a
think that'd
look at.
probably be sufficient because I think he probably plays the matchup well. But the thing in Brazil, they've actually Ibuki's quite popular over there. So Cayman knows how to play against Ibuki, and I think I'm more inclined to agree with him. The thing is, as well, I used to secondary Abel, so I actually know how to play a bit of Abel.
Okay.
I just dropped him because he lost the same matchups as Ibuki. Like
Oh
he just
shit.
gets he just gets dive kicked. It was like the worst secondary ever, bro. But yeah, I could see it being 5-5. I think I'll go with Koma. Koma there. I've
That's
not really
confirmed.
thought to. I used to fight Taha, the OG. I don't know if you guys might
Okay,
not
I've
know,
heard that
but
name before.
yeah, he was probably the best Abel down here.
Wow.
Iron Trigger as well, who was more up north. Fought him online. He was very good Abel. Ninja Naz. We have a lot of Abels over here. But this is the same problem. If she gets knocked down with no meter, Abel can run the train the same. Um, so I think what evens the matchup out is Ibuki's got the craziest combos on Abel, but Abel's got the crazy armor cancel tech and the damage. So I think that sort of evens it out.
Yeah, and then the loops are you're gonna hit those from almost any range. That's something that's consistent. And another question I have real quick is, when you're talking about these unblockable setups, how easy are they, or how are you getting them consistently? Wow, armor cancel command grab,
This is
Kioma,
what I'm
you
saying. Yeah,
fucking
Koma can do
stop.
that shit. Look at that. No one else is doing that. No one's doing that against the Ibuki.
Oh, nobody's mashing ultra there like that either. Staying awake,
Yeah, you can't do
Sakunoko.
that. Yeah.
You got to set up
Yeah. So
though.
the thing is,
Oh, wake up,
the
Ferris.
unblockables
Boo.
that are easy are sort of the Shoto ones. The Shoto ones you can literally do them over and over again. This same one
Mhm,
with Abel. This one's pretty easy. It's sort of the
mhm.
same. It's usually the same spacing that you walk forward with for the simple ones. You walk forward with the same spacing, and you do it. Just not the back medium punch. You do stand medium punch into jump medium kick. It's pretty consistent. But with delayed wake up, you can't really get a delayed wake up unblockable, to my knowledge. So it's a good idea to delay wake up.
Oh yeah, he's doing that armor cancel everything. He's not hanging
So
out
I'm
for
saying,
this.
yeah, if you can do this is why Kaoma thinks it's even.
Yeah. Well, it is even if you play the matchup at the
Yeah, yeah.
limit.
I mean, if we're doing it how we're meant
Yeah.
to assess the matchup, then yeah, it's definitely even for sure.
Wow. There you
It's
go
just
though.
not.
But
But all the Eagles I played, they never even tried to do this sort of business against her. There's the loops.
no, I think if you're gonna play a character, you should learn everything your character has to offer.
Yeah, you know what people like though, FREEJ4Y, they're lazy, bro.
Yeah, you got to learn it all.
Mhm.
That's why I give the DJ players hell for not doing Dash Ultra. We're 8 years post mortem, not 8 years, it'll be 6 years post mortem. You still
Yeah.
never learned it.
Can I just go? Give me 1 minute, Fridge. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'm here
Yep.
on my own, so I need to go grab a drink. Right? I've got no one
Yep.
here to argue with me. I will say one thing as well. Me and the other Ibuki you probably would have had. You could have one is like Khan, right? We're like, we have the same pretty much outlook on the character. I've spoken. We have literally the same, the same opinions on all the matchups. I think apart from one. So the opinion would probably be the same. I imagine. I think I would have liked to have Son Yano on here. I mean, he would probably been a good a good person to speak to as well. But yeah, it's I mean, I hope you guys
I know we take a
can
short
sort of
second. Yeah.
because it's hard because obviously I'm one of the only people who plays her, so a lot of people are gonna have to take my information at face value
Hmm.
because not a lot of people know a lot about this character anyway. So some people may not think some of the stuff I'm saying is true, but I'm just going off my experience of the character.
No, absolutely. I've already learned a shit ton. I just put that down as 5. All right, we're gonna run through some of these a little more quickly when you get back.
Yeah, I'll be 30 seconds, but I just got to run to the fridge quickly.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, go right ahead.
No, thanks, guys.
Yeah, like this is definitely back and forth. Like, give it, take it, because now we're having an Ibuki round. But I think the thing is, right? One thing I started paying more attention to when trying to like optimize DJ, how many times you're hitting your opponent to win matters. And I spent a lot of time trying to reduce that and find optimal combos. Not saying that what Sako's doing is not optimal, right? I'm sure he's doing the best he can with the touches he's getting. But Abel just has an advantage where he can just 2 or 3 combos if he has the bar, and that's it. Or 2 combos and a reset. He can play ugly and just reset, 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 and just bait. It's a lot of shit he can do.
Yeah, especially with Ibuki having lower life too.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it's very prevalent in that matchup. Like the damage discrepancy is very obvious.
yeah, because she can get the neck breaker and go over and over and over again. But with Kioma having access to the armor cancel roll, it makes the mix-up a little more honest. Oh, that's armor. That's a mistake. That sucks. He's already at what? Look at this. It's over. Done.
This step kick is absolutely ridiculous, man.
Oh, no, he did not. Kiyoma, get him out of here. Get him out of here. That was insane.
Yeah, of course. Resets a TT. You didn't see that coming?
Get him
Oh,
out
that's
of
like
here.
Come on, Sako.
Alright, so we got that one. How do you feel about Ibuki versus the charge characters? I just saw Balrog here, so I figured I'd ask.
There's a good match you could put up for this. There's a really good match. Type in MOV versus PR Balrog. It should be at TGS.
Ooh.
You can see what I mean. It used to. A lot of people used to think it was in Balrog's favour, but as the game progressed into Ultra, the setups were found to where you have to really make Balrog block. Like she can cover every option with Balrog, and MOV actually shows off a couple of the setups in that set, and he gets lucky in one of the rounds, which is pretty funny also to watch. But he actually does fight. I mean, I fight Mini Beast all the time, and he's
Shout out to me,
he's super strong, and you know, he's a better player than me, but I can still hit him with setups because it's just you're forced to, you know, you're forced to block. No matter how good you are with the character, some of these setups will make you block.
Ooh,
It's not a very
okay.
long game, and yeah, she can actually fish really well with crouch medium punch. She actually, if the rush isn't done like perfectly, she actually gets a stand jab, free frame punish.
Yep.
So you really have to space your rush
Ooh.
punches well.
Also, note she does so well against focus attack too. She's not really good against her.
Yeah.
That was pretty quick.
If he delays that slightly, he you know, I think he can make her go the other way. He'll show it off. I won't spoil it, but yeah. So
Okay,
he can
let's
really,
get
she can
smashed.
really sort of play at this space and just fish. Same as how many characters play against Balrog. But the crouching medium punch is very strong in this matchup.
That turn punch was big. Nope.
Also, if you can do crouch and medium kick on Balrog's wake up is also actually very good. You can actually just low profile the headbutt and you can low profile the EX upper and just confirm.
Oh, he had that.
Yeah, there you go. Oh wow. So yeah, low forward into stand medium kick is a combo if you get meaty enough, or you can get it on counter hit, which is pretty nice.
That's the
Wow.
first time I've seen that like that. That was impressive.
Yeah, it's like the last sort of game.
Damn,
after
you
this where it
Ibuki's.
starts-
Sorry, that tip range slide again. I like
It's
that.
so good, yeah. It's useful. I mean, you have to do it at that. There's one of the setups there. You have to do it at that range to, you know, otherwise it's not really safe. So you
Yeah.
have to do it at max range. So it's just nice when you're able to combo it.
PR got stunned so fast in that round.
Yeah.
And he had the ultra. No, he did not. Oh man, I would have smiled too. That's funny. That's
The only
funny.
people who can really punish that super though, if you do it like if you knock them down with neck breaker and you do meaty super, the only players who can punish that are like Bison, Akuma, Seth, someone with like teleport. Otherwise, it's free ship out,
Ooh.
unpunishable.
Wow, the knockback actually pushed her too far. He couldn't confirm that jab. Completely whiffed.
Yeah.
No. And the
They
funny thing is, if you use
nerfed,
Ultra 1, you could just Ultra that turn punch.
Yeah. It's rare that someone of that caliber will do a turn punch that close. Though you have to be pretty close for that to work. Oh, there you go. You should have done it there. You had it. As soon as
You
I
know
say
what?
it.
And also, because he's not using Ultra 1, it could be why he's abusing it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can't
Might
do
be
anything
right.
about it. Alright, so that's
So
the
I think
first
this match
round
might be
he's
where
won.
he gets lucky.
No,
Watch,
second
I think
round
this
he's
is where he
won.
gets lucky. No? Oh yeah, watch this.
No.
Yo, you know how many times I've hit people with
No.
that? Bro, that might
No!
have enough for the
Not the
Ultra.
stand-up pop-off! No! MOV!
MOV.
Come on,
MOV.
bro. Come
This dude
on.
really hit with that. Ugh.
The guard break. I don't like Rock's face. It's over. It's over.
It's like when
Last
you
round was
haven't
disgusting.
played for a while, and then you forget how to punish the ultra. You get hit by the latter half of it.
This is when he pulls out the Balrog specific setups, which is what I'm talking about. I was trying to start a few of them off on stream the other day actually. Oh, that was the wrong way. He did delay wake up. That was smart. So Rog actually does need to delay wake up quite a lot in this matchup to stop the abusive setups. Yeah, this one here is really nasty. Boom. Yeah, so
Damn.
that's actually consistent too. That will consistently make him go the wrong way with EX upper. And if you jump in with that same setup and you do either crouch short or crouch medium kick and he does headbutt, it goes under. So you can really force him to block. And he's one of the only characters you actually get a good punish, a good setup off forward throw. You can do walk back, then jump light kick, and the EX upper will go the wrong way, similar to that setup we just see there as well.
Wow.
But I do think it's I think it's 5.5 in Ibuki's favour. It used to be even, I think, or people used to think it was in Rog's favour, but after that tech was found, I think it's
Okay. That's the first
I think
5.5 you said, so that's pretty interesting.
yeah, and it's only because of my recent play with fighting against Mini Beast. He sort of does stuff.
Mini Beast is nasty though, so
yeah,
if
he showed me stuff with Rog that no one else does, So just talk about that a little bit, like sort of if Ibuki does jump back EX kunai, like if I'm fighting against Mini Beast, he'll like react to that stuff. So he can shut him down. That's why I'm not putting a heavy 6-4 on it, because he is literally forced to block. If she knocks him down, even if he's got bar, he is forced to block. She's got that up for every single one of his answers. So, but yeah, 5.5. I think I'll stick with that for sure.
Okay. And since we're just going down charge characters real quick, we got Blanka. That's my best ghost impression, by the way. Got Blanka.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think Blanka actually wins this matchup.
Really? Was not expecting that.
It might not be for the reasons you think either, really.
Okay.
So I played a lot against Exis this weekend in this matchup, and if Blanka can play really good neutral, it is a struggle to get in. And once you knock him down, you've got to really pick the right mix-ups, because up ball, I mean, Cast might be in the chat. Up ball will beat a lot of your kunai setups. You've got to do safe jumps against Blanka. Blanka sometimes say you can mash electricity. Let me just say, like, if you're getting electricity when you're doing a kunai on Blanka, your kunai suck, bro. A meaty kunai counter hits electricity. If Blanka does electricity on wake up, if you do a meaty kunai, he gets counter hit. So
not invincible, guys. If you're getting counter hit by not invincible things, it's your fault.
Yeah. But yeah, he's got a lot of answers on wake up. I think it was quite a known thing. A lot of the Ibuki players I've spoken to over the years had trouble fighting Blanka. You've really got to be super patient. I fought against Varric, Rage Prim. I fought against back in the day. I've actually got better ones here from Japan.
Oh, he's definitely dropping.
FREEJ4Y. I send this Mizuteru versus well, I've got two. It's Mizuteru and Nishikin fighting Ibuki, and they both don't go well for Ibuki. So I think this is I'll show you the matches here. Let me find it.
Man, when Nishikin beat Punko, that's all I need to know about Nishikin.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. That dude's raw, because that match is ass, and he beat him, and that's like the height of Punko mania. I remember looking at event hubs, thinking like, oh yeah, Punko's name's in the title. He won. I was like, Punko got third. What the fuck?
I'm gonna send you it now. It's just his Shimauta, which is one of the best. He was one of the best in Japan for sure.
So you dropped
Discord. Oh yeah, we should. I've just seen your message, T3. We should. We'll speed up in a sec after this, maybe. Speed for a few characters. Otherwise, we'll be here all night, right? If you type in Shimauta at the end,
you're gonna have to give me that spelling.
SHI MAU MAUTA.
Got it.
Yeah, and then versus go top one Nishikin.
Go here. Open OBS.
I mean, I don't know how Cast feels about this matchup. I think, if I remember, I think he thinks it's even. I don't think he thinks Ibuki wins. I don't know. I'm not sure, but
yeah, check the list. We
oh yeah, we already talked then. Let me
oh yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah,
this is why we have this, right? Let's go down.
Yeah, it's perfect. I can't remember what he said.
He said.
You got it right here. He said even. He said even.
Yeah, I thought he said even. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I can see it. Like I said, I've always had trouble fighting Blanka, and from all the matches I've watched over this, I mean, I'll just tell you a story. When I went to my one of the SVBs, I was watching Fasol play. He was pretty much one of the best in Europe, and he fought against two Blankas to get into top 32, and he lost both times. And he was one of the best. In my experience of watching and playing, it's been difficult for Ibuki. There's the OS there, but yeah, I think he controls the neutral. He does get looped with crouching jab.
Yeah,
I
and
think if
definitely.
Blanka plays super patient neutral, she could really struggle to get him.
And I think this is something I learned a lot from talking to Zeus and doing the podcast with him. Sometimes strategy is more important than anything else. It
Yeah, I
is
mean,
so critical.
some people they try and counter pick like just because they hear maybe their friend say as a counter pick, but it's like if you haven't got the strategy in the matchup, then the counter pick is useless. But
Exactly.
nice to check the hop there. But
So
yeah,
what
this
do you
is one.
think?
To be fair, I've not really played it. I do think Blanka wins like 5.5. I don't think it's a 6-4. But
Okay.
yeah, I've not really fight. The thing is, we haven't had a good Blanka over here in like a long time. I'd like to, the only person I'd probably like to play is like Cast, but I'm not going to get to play unless I go to the US. So it's hard to judge this matchup because it's not one I've played like a huge amount. Back in the day, there was a few Blankas, but recently there's no Blanka here to play, man. So it's yeah, one of the ones I've not got the best knowledge on recently, but from previous times it was hard for Ibuki, I think so.
Okay. So I got that one in there. Oh man, so this is gonna be interesting because Chun Li's been the hot topic of this chart since we did her numbers. What is she? She's coming in at what, 240 or something like that? Something insane.
Yeah, she's really high.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, 241 and a half. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't want to disrespect. 241 and a half.
Yeah, Chun Li. I've played against Tutty quite a lot in that matchup, and I think Ibuki wins. Her neutral is obviously a lot better, but her defense is actually really bad to fight Ibuki. Spinning bird is useless. She actually has a setup where you don't even block the spinning bird; you go straight through it. So you land right next to her for a huge punish. You don't block it. You're not in no blocks, so you land right next to her. One thing Chun does have, this is actually Wayne only does it. He showed me this. If Chun gets a forward throw, you do like jumping hard kick. If I hold back, I get hit cross up. But if I don't block at all, it whiffs. That's like an Ibuki only setup, which Wayne told me about. So she does have that. But on the knockdown, you got OS neck breaker for the backdash, which is really good. Chun's love to backdash. You can OS DP for wake up Azanchu. Yeah, once she's knocked down, she really has to think about her escape options. She has to think about the fireball as well because of EX neck breaker, so she can't really get her fireball game started once Ibuki has meter. She could really just have to bully with buttons, and that's really it. And once she gets knocked down, she can't really backdash because of option select. She can't really EX bird because of safe jump. Because the thing is, you do the EX bird safe jump with the OS behind it every time, so it's the same sort of setup you can rinse. So it's not like you've got to change it. You just rinse and repeat the same setup. She does get looped once as well, which is a big thing. She has got a floaty jump. So Ibuki has got a good air grab, which is good against floaty jumps. I forgot to mention her air grab, which is pretty good against Chun. Yeah, I think Ibuki wins, but I think it's only slight, 5.5.
That's exactly what the Chun player said. They had 4.5. Yeah, like they're in washed up 4.5.
We're in agreement. So
we played a lot of sets against each other as well, so it makes sense.
We gotta
There's
go.
like something to be said when you just agreed with what the other players said about the matchup. There's something to be said for that, but there's also something to be said for these matchups that are wildly different, and I can't wait to revisit some of those.
Oh man, I'm gonna get into a lot of fights with DJ.
I bet.
I've got a present just for you, FREEJ4Y.
Oh no!
Chat, bro.
What do you think about DJ versus Ibuki? Let me see if I can. I don't think I can find one.
Band-Aid off.
Yeah, do it. Tell me to my face, you coward.
I imagine like you probably think she loses to DJ, right?
I have no problem with Ibuki.
Yeah. Okay. So is it what do you do to keep out Ibukis? Do you have no problem with like the mix-ups, or what? What do you think?
Yeah, no, it depends on what she's doing, but I think he can stay on top of her. The neutral is not bad to play. And the wake up is problematic, but I mean, if you get sloppy, the wake up's gonna work as DJ. But if you bait the EX Hazakiri, it's an automatic Ultra 2. You don't have to think about it. You can just let it rip. Just wait a brief moment. Once she hits the apex, let it rip.
So I've recorded a video just for this podcast to show.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Exhibit A. Exhibit A.
These are setups that I've not even. No one's really seen the setups unless you've seen me on stream use them. These are like, these are secret tech. And just because it's time to talk about Ibuki, we'll show the fucking people. Right? This is forcing DJ to block. So this is like I'm not saying going over like saying this is a bad matchup because of this, but this is what I just.
It definitely helps.
It's a piece of the puzzle.
A lot of people in this matchup they all say like he just bodies all of her mix-ups right with VX up kicks or whatever. But just to send you something, where are you? Blah blah blah. But I do think just because of this tech, but I do actually think it's 5.5 to Ibuki. I don't think it's 6.4, but I think this makes it 5.5. It never used to be, but until we found this tech, it was it. So I'm sending it to this one. Here you go. I've literally uploaded that about
one frame. You're setting a precedent. Like any of our other guests, if they're not coming with secret tech, I'm gonna be disappointed now.
Yeah, you
That's
guys are lame.
I uploaded that about an hour ago just for you guys, right?
All right, and
That's why I couldn't get on before. He was uploading the tech.
Where did you drop that? Oh, that's right here. Okay.
Yeah, only because I knew me and FREEJ was gonna have a little talk about it, so I thought I'd. You know,
All right, so
these are no kunai setups either. So you know, the thing is, you can't throw the kunai against DJ, which is true, but you don't need to throw the kunai because kunai is useless.
All right, so we got this here. One frame hyping it up. This is a hidden tech. We got production value.
It's gonna be a live reveal for everybody.
This is it. Forward throw, interesting. What in the fuck? What is that?
Let's see this behind.
What is this?
Ooh, okay.
What is that? Ooh.
Reversal, don't do it.
Okay. Gotta respect. And big punish. DJ Tinks, 50%.
Yeah.
Damn. Still, that's so far too. Just a step forward. Damn. Oh,
Ooh,
you got the neck breaker. Oh my god.
Well, depending on when when that crouch medium is active, the machine gun upper might be able to beat it because it's slower and low invincible. But the rest of it, is ironclad. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, we're still going. We ain't done yet. You can use crouch short also. I think I go over the normal up kicks as well.
Yeah, there's 6 frames.
Yeah, so she can do crouch short, crouch medium kick. Like you really don't have to use the kunai in this matchup, which is what I always see a lot of people talking about. Like DJ wins because he doesn't have to deal with the mix-ups, which this is just not true.
No, he doesn't have to deal with the everyday what everybody else has to deal with.
Yeah, but not everyone has to deal with that. What he just has to deal with there, bro. I can't low profile under people's reversals like that apart from DJ and Balrog. Right?
Okay. And,
I mean, I've not played. I've only played against. I mean, I've played Garland and Sire, and I beat them both in a set. And Sire won't play me no more. And Garland, I beat him 7-0 last time we played. But
yeah,
I'd like to play you, FREEJ.
We should definitely play. My issue with I was talking to the other DJ players about it. My issue with Sai is like, it's not like the most. His setups are effective, but not technical. So that leaves holes in his game. Like when it works, but when it doesn't, it's because.
I'm just going over that
because
those are the 2 DJs we have. You know, I can't really bring up two other DJs.
No,
talk about 2 DJs. It's gonna be those 2, unless I'll play you. So
they don't hit hard enough either. They're doing
I could see it from I could see 5-5 because it is. I do agree with you in other parts of the matchup with the neutral. Can be hard to get around, and fireball into slide is actually really good for when she tries to use kunai to get over. You know, slide is very good.
It's actually pretty effective because you can actually catch the kunai and then hit her and then ultra 2.
Yeah, exactly into the combo. That's really good. So I could. Do you? I just wanted to bring that video. I just wanted to show.
No, that was excellent. That was excellent.
I think we can make it a choice for 5-5. I just wanted to show that I don't think DJ beats her, which is going to be. It's been said for the longest time, but if you use them setups there, I think. It makes it a bit easier, but this, no one really does this stuff. But I just wanted to sort of show it off because no one really knows it, and maybe it can help in the matchup. But because a lot of books when they play this matchup, they do kunai every time, and once they can't do the kunai, they're really confused and they don't know what to do. So
fish out of water.
I think we can go agree on 5-5.
Okay.
What do you think?
5-5. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. You gotta see how I feel.
No,
I think it's good. But I have to play the whole match. This is what I want
because I'm here on my own, bro. So I need to, some pushback from someone, right? All right, cool. So I think it's even, but I don't know. We can. Okay. I'm just going off what I've done. Not what I've done. Sort of what I've seen, what I've played, and I agree it used to be bad, but I don't think it's bad anymore.
Okay. No, that's awesome. And let's see. What do you think about Decapre? I think she's very strong. But her matchups are
Yeah.
very interesting because I don't know much. You know what I mean? I just know how my characters interact with her, but I don't know much about her myself.
Yeah, she's a weird one. I've got a match here, but I know we need to rush through a few characters, so maybe we could just bounce through a couple. Decapre, she's a weird one because you have to change. You can't really. You can only loop her. She has one loop, but it's a double one frame link to loop Decapre. So you do stand medium punch, stand medium kick, Samuji, stand jab, crouch medium punch into neckbreaker, which is two one frame links, and that's the only way you're going to loop Decapre. Also, you can't do your normal BMBs on her because they'll just whiff completely because of her, weird hurt box.
Really? So you have the same
One
issue
thing
with
about-
Cammy? Because I thought they were the same hurt box, but they must not be.
Yeah, you can't really loop Cammy. Yeah, you can't. She has the same issue
Okay.
with Cammy, but not as much as Decapre. I don't know why. She just feels a bit more unfinished. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird to explain, but it feels easier to hit Cammy. That's for sure. But one thing about Decapre, which I think not a lot of people talk about, is if she's standing and walking back without a stinger, her anti-airs suck. Right?
Mm.
A lot of people are like, oh, you can't really get on her, but if she's
Crouch hard punch, right?
yeah,
That's
this
all
is the
she
ma-
has
This is the
besides.
match I was gonna bring up.
Mhm.
Yeah, crouch and hard punch. So Ibuki with her when she can change her super jump, she can actually stuff a lot of anti-airs, like crouching Sakura's crouch fierce. If you
Mhm.
super jump instead of normal jump, it'll go straight through. It's the
Ooh.
same with Decapre. But the way I think to beat Ibuki in this matchup is to play the runaway Decapre. But I do think it's a 5-5 matchup. I think it's even. I think Infiltration wins this matchup, but I think Infiltration's just a much better player than Hugo. I do think it's even.
Alright, so we put that one on the board.
I've not really fought. I mean, I fought against Hurricane, but it was only like a few games. I've never fought Hurricane in like a long set. It was only in like tournament. So I've never actually played against a Decapre of that level.
Okay, that's
Not
fair.
like the super high, because Hurricane is really the only one over here to play her at that level, really. So it's it's a matchup I'm not too well versed in at the highest level, but I do think it's even from what I have fought.
Okay.
Just
And
because her
then-
anti-airs are not very good, and she can blast through them pretty easily. I think if she's not crouching, she can have a really hard time trying to anti-air Ibuki.
Yeah, this is such an interesting match though because not a lot of people were playing Decapre. We had a few high level. We had Knuckle Dew and Infiltration killing it, and then we had Jaren in the Northeast. Hopefully he's still playing. He was a strong Ibuki in my region. Decapre, but just didn't see enough of her to see all these matchups.
Yeah, there's also a good thing. Obviously, the Stinger's like minus 28 or 26.
Wow.
Or Ibuki, if you've got the execution, you can actually do dash up, crouch fierce into instant kunai.
Okay.
But that's if
Like
you.
ultra punish.
Yeah, if Ibuki jumps back and tries to do anything like that ultra's gonna catch her. But yeah, I think it's 5-5 because her defense is just not good enough. Meaty kunai will beat a Stinger if you do it perfectly. But she's got a lot of setups to beat Stinger. It's not like everyone thinks it's amazing. The Stinger. It's not it's a good move.
It's
but
not
as good as
unbeatable.
everyone makes up. Yeah, not unbeatable. That's for sure.
All right. So we got Decapre down. We're going through the charge characters. What do you got for E Honda?
E Honda, I'll go that as 5-5. I played it so much.
5-5.
You wouldn't think so, right? You'd think
Such an
like,
interesting
Ibuki
chart
beats
for Honda.
but it's not like that. We've played it with Ghost a lot. The thing is, like, if he's holding down back, like he's had life lead, it's pretty hard. Like if you're playing a really good Honda, it's hard to get in. And once he has her in the corner, that's the way you should really fight Ibuki. When she's in the corner, it's really difficult for her to deal with hands pressure. She's not really got much to challenge crouch jab of Honda, which is so good. Right, she's not going to challenge crouch jab in the corner, no way.
Here's what I'm thinking though. I feel like what Honda can do is kind of apply a similar pressure that Bison applies if he gets it to the corner. You know what I mean? But
Yes, you're
hands
right.
is a frame advantage. You know what I mean? What you're losing in defense with Honda, you're gaining with the offense with the hands. Bison's going to be able to dominate and get in and out of the mix-ups, but Honda, I can see that 5-5
One thing that she
now.
does have is Ultra 2 on the headbutts, but a good Honda knows that, man. They're not really going to headbutt, and she won't get Ultra 2. But that is one thing in the matchup. But and you can use Ultra 1 for the butt stomp or whatever, but you're not really going to see a Honda doing a headbutt unless they do it by accident or or something like that. But you can punish with an Ultra 2. She does have one unblockable, but it's very situational, so you can't really do it off the normal neck breaker. It has to be in the corner. You do your normal B&B into the rider. You do dash forward, crouch and light kick into jumping light kick. That's unblockable 100 if he doesn't delayed wake up, but that's the only one you have on him, so it's not really that useful. If he touches Ibuki with fierce into super, that's like nearly 70% of her health. Oh yeah, the EXDP Mojo brings that up. So like I was saying earlier, with the EXDP punish when you do the kunai, Honda can't actually dash under it or anything. I think the best punish he gets is crouch fierce or fierce punch. He can't really maneuver around it. So he
What?
actually has one of the worst punishes for the DP. But yeah, that's pretty bad.
So he
But
can't
I
like
think he
delay
has the
ultra,
better-
nothing. Like if you DP then dagger then kunai.
Oh, he beats the ultra. The kunai knocks the ultra
Oh,
clean.
I
I
mean,
think.
and I'm glad he
Right,
told me
yeah.
that now, because if I saw Ghost do that and it happened, I'd be like, yeah, I'm done watching
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
day.
yeah. It's the same as when you do the jumping kunai like to get in. If he tries to do headbutt, sometimes it will just stuff it because Honda sucks, right? But
Okay.
if he's holding down back and he has the life lead, and Ibuki's trying to get in, it's really hard because her approaches are he's got better neutral, he's got good choices for with the stop sign to stop her air approach. If he's holding down back with the life lead, it's very hard, and if he gets her in the corner. But I do think it's 5-5 because if he does get knocked down, he's the only character who gets double loop crouching. He's crouching, so if you hit him with an overhead, he gets 2 loops into neckbreaker. But yeah, I think his defense and his damage keeps him from being, it's 5-5. And I think the last time I spoke to Ghost, I think he agreed with me. So
Okay.
yeah, I think it's 5-5.
Lock
One of
that
the surprising
one.
ones that you wouldn't really think would be 5-5, right? But yeah, I think it's 5-5.
And then
It's rare to find footage of it too, really. So.
what do you got for Guile and Ibuki? Since we're going to
I
the
love this
charge.
matchup. This is
Oh
one of our
god,
best
so let me just put a
matchups.
7 here. Sounds like a 7. You haven't been this giddy for any other matchup.
Oh man, I love fighting Guile. The thing is, I think it's 7-3, right?
I was
it's
right.
always been 7-3. Yeah, so this, like I said earlier, she has got a couple 7-3 matchups. Guile is one of them. The problem with it is, this is like one of the only matchups where you can get away with just sliding. A lot of the other matchups is detrimental to slide because you're going to get punished on hit and stuff sometimes. But if Guile's like just throwing a boom and you slide and he blocks it and he's just throwing the boom, he can't really punish. You're going to take like a jab or whatever. He's not really got a good punish, and you can just
And
keep
he can't
sliding
flash
and
kick
lose
him,
booms.
nothing.
No, you can't flash kick it. Not if you do it
Wow.
perfect range, you're not going to flash kick it. It's not fast enough.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
especially, and if you're standing up, you just threw the it's really really hard. I think Zane might be in the chat. Zane could tell you that it's hard for
Zudo.
Guile to deal with.
Oh wait, sorry, Zyminion. We got Diminion
And
on the
Guile-
screen and Zyminion in the chat.
Oh, nice. And Guile obviously gets hit with unblockables by pretty much all the characters, so he has told unblockables from Ibuki. Easy ones too, the forward light kick, Shoto unblockable pretty much. You can do the simple one, so you can actually rinse it. Sonic Boom is pretty useless when she has EX. I mean, you can, you got to make the read, but you can sort of react. You just got to wait for the EX Boom. They're going to try and throw an EX Boom at some point because they want to keep you out because you're going to be sliding at them all day. Sonyano's probably going to show it off here. I don't think I've seen this match. This is a sick match. Yeah, there you go. He tried to whiff punish with a slide. It just
Man,
doesn't work.
that was easy.
Guile's top 3 worst. Yeah, Zane, I agree, man. It's always been bad for Guile. Every Guile I've played, they always have a counter pick for Ibuki. No one plays Guile against Ibuki. They always have a counter pick unless you're diving in.
Can't blame him.
But this is very rough. I mean, the thing that makes it as well, when he's it's similar to those Balrog setups I said earlier, when it makes the flash kick go the wrong way. If you kunai at the right time, even the kunai mix-ups make the flash kick go the wrong way for Guile. So you haven't even got to really do, on delayed wake up, you just do the normal setup and you just throw the kunai and he'll go backwards and then you neck breaker him.
Yeah.
Because he's holding down back all the time, he is susceptible to getting overheaded. So you just do the slide, a few overheads. If he does crouch tech with crouch fierce though, that's the tech you use to blow up the overhead from.
Wow. Kevin Landon.
Kevin Landon.
Dude's a
Diamond
problem, man. Dude is
Remember
a
his
problem.
Xbox tag was Diamond Yon.
Yeah. I was like, who is this
Diamond
player? His
Yon.
Guile is so nasty.
He's so good from the corner. But yeah, as you can see, he's just abusing slide. That was a nice confirm from Sonyano. Yeah, cross up. So yeah,
But-
he gets looped. It's just nasty. He can't really do much, mate.
But you
So
see
it's
how
him,
hard
it's,
that minion had to fight just to get that round. You know what I mean? Like he had to
Yeah,
claw
definitely.
that back. Like that was more
Yeah.
Soniono not closing out almost than, that's that minion being ridiculous. He's so insane.
He's so good. He's got some of the best defense ever, man. I love watching
Yeah.
his defense.
And,
Like
and
when I
super,
think it was at Evo when he was like fighting against Fudo from the corner the whole time, and he was just, it was perfect. That was nice. You see, Kev just got to play so reactive. He's just waiting for anything. He's been waiting for the slide, but Sonyano's playing super patient. See, she slides there, he tries to jab, and nothing. Nothing. So this is literally one of the only matchups he can get away with sliding her ass.
wow, that was a nasty whiff punish by Soniono.
Yeah, he was definitely your best Ibuki over there. I mean, it's a shame he stopped playing, because I would have liked to have had him on here with me. If I was to have an Ibuki, like I said, be Khan, or I'd ask for like Sonyano, because he's ridiculous. He should come back and play.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh my
Oh,
God. Yo, this guy, man.
yo, that was sick. Oh shit, I've not seen this match before. That was dope. Don't
Please
press
stream
buttons. Don't
forever.
press buttons.
Somebody get him a PC setup in a stream because I just want to watch that minion play all day after that. That was insane.
Yeah,
Jeez.
crazy play.
But you know what? If anybody was gonna play a 7-3 this well, you know who else would it have been?
Yeah, look
Like-
at all the bad matches. He loves playing them, right? He's always played
Yeah,
bad matches.
yeah.
He does not give a shit.
Viper,
Yeah, so-
all of them. Like I'm still a daddy, and all the other good guys, they have pocket A tier, S
Yeah, he
tier
used to pick
characters.
Seth. If
Yeah.
I picked, yeah, he would never go Guile against me. Even if I'm still a daddy, he'd pick Seth because he's like,
Yeah.
why would I pick Guile when I could pick Seth?
Yeah. Want me
So,
to
yeah,
outplay you?
respect
Are you
for
mad?
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
go reach.
Oh, okay, drop there. Slides. Too easy.
Wow. Yeah.
Look at that. He's not throwing them. He made him wait, and it was still so easy. Oh, he could have had him.
Yeah. So it's oh, what a flash kick, dear me. It's very difficult. I think it's a 7-3. I think it's hard to make a case for 6-4 because there's not really many places he had the advantage in. I mean, obviously you get the advantage in the zoning, but not really because she gets around it so well.
Yeah,
So
it's really
it's-
just
it's very
Dominion
hard.
playing excellent, man. He's
Yeah,
playing
of
very
course.
compact. He's not, making a lot of mistakes. And Soniono's not doing anything wrong. You know, when he loses
No, he's
rounds, he's
playing
not doing anything
super
wrong.
well.
He's just, sometimes you just guess wrong. It's not. No unforced errors.
No, he's had the super for so long too.
Mm. And what would
Yeah,
you
he's
say
looking
to
for
an
the,
Ibuki in this
penguin.
position? Like, would you say, like, try to land the super, or where should he have spent the beater? He's got a neck breaker on
I
one of
think
these,
he's had a chance to react to some of these booms, but obviously Dominion's thrown him at such a good range. But there he could look. There's a few
Yeah.
solid booms you could react to there. He's just not want to spend it.
You know what? He might be discouraged because of Dominion's timing.
Yeah, because he's probably thinking he's trying to bait him because it is, it's Kev. He's always
Yeah.
up to no good, right? Nice block. He still has one of the best CEO entrances, bro. He's got the best CEO entrance ever. When he just appeared on the chair.
instant transmission,
Oh my
yeah.
god. The instant transmission.
Oh,
But yeah,
Summer
Kev's just
Swap.
playing this super well.
Let me see how this ends. I'm just curious before we move on. Who won
That's
this?
a bad setup, yeah.
Oh,
Looks like Dominion one, like by the.
oh, he
Yeah, he just-
did.
yeah.
Who's in
Yeah,
this
man, that's a
bracket? Phenom.
that
Oh
is
no,
a big
I
big
think
win
I-
to beat Sonyono with Guile.
I think I got top 32 or just missed it this summer jam. I think I just missed it. Unless they show losers. Yeah, no, it's winners. Was I in this one? No, I don't think I was in this one.
Oh.
I should be in one of these. Was it summer jam 2015? Alright, so let's go. Ibuki Mirror. Don't need to talk about that. I think we covered all the charge characters. You didn't cover Vega. What do you think about Vega?
Vega. I think it's even. I think he keeps her out really well.
Wow.
I've played against. I played against Solidin back in the day. He done well against me. I played against Stickman. But Vega is. It's very, very hard to get. I don't know if Zeus is still in the chat. I don't know what he thinks about the matchup, but I think it's even. I think
Good thing we know what he
it's even
thinks.
because it balances out. The neutral is just so oppressive with him, and his corner control. When you play the good Vega with the Kara throw in the corner with the mixing up with the overheads with the low forward staggers, like Ibuki can't challenge that really. She's not got no buttons.
Not from
to
that far,
challenge.
no, she can't.
No, she's not really got nothing. Once it's in the corner, it's really disgusting. But one thing is, Vega does have to hold like double loops, so he has got to hold the big damage. Obviously, if he
Okay.
has no mask, he has to hold more damage on the loops. But it is really, really difficult to get in. Once you do get in, it can be pretty nasty. But getting in is the difficult part. I do think it's 5-5 just because
Okay.
the corner control and the neutral is so oppressive from Vega, man. It's very difficult for her to challenge him in the neutral.
So this is about what the same Zeus said. He said it's 5-5 as well. So that's cool. You guys agree on that one. It's another good one locked in.
Yeah, I agree, definitely.
All right, let's run through a couple more. Let's talk about some grapplers. I don't know if Larry Tubman's still in here, if he's still busy. Let's see if he pops up. We'll go with Zangief first. We were talking about that lariat beating Kunai, the hidden tech, the hidden
Yeah.
tech.
But
What do you
that's what I
think
used to
about
hear
that
back
one?
in the early days. So this is actually a matchup I fought so much. My training partner used to play Zangief, but that was back in the early days. I think it used to be even, but with the addition of Red Focus, I think it's actually in Geef's favour. I think Geef wins it 6-4.
6-4.
I played FREEJ4Y a lot. FREEJ4Y actually probably have a good bit of information on this because there was a lot of Ibukis in France that he played against, and it's very. It used to be It used to be so bad because you could actually do an unblockable on Zangief, which beats the lariat as well, which was pretty standard, like the Shoto unblockable. But the simple fact that he dominates her in the neutral, and once he gets them 3 bars, yeah, it's pretty nasty. And if he's rocking Ultra 2, I mean, anti-airs with Ibuki already aren't the best, so you want to try and use EXDP. Once he has Ultra 2, you ain't EXDP, mate. Because you're just going to get Ultra 2, the Sky's going to get protected. She can't backdash, the Ultra 2 catches her backdash clean. Zangief is so scary to fight against. He wins the neutral. Yeah, it's just nasty, and she has to hit him like a couple more times, especially if you're not doing the loops. But yeah, she has to give Zangief 1 or 2 more mix-ups. You can zone him out really well with like Kixamuji, play super patient, but
that's a long game to play against that kind of character.
Yeah, and with the thing is as well, if he can actually hard kick your Samuji like at the end, or medium kick, like if he spaces it well, he can actually whiff punish it.
Ooh.
And if the Ibuki's silly enough to do the third Samuji on Zangief, he can actually just mash SPD and he'll grab the third Samuji for free. So you need to be careful about that.
Damn.
But yeah, once he gets to 3 bars, it's really obnoxious because she can't really do it. If he has 3 bars and an Ultra 2, she literally can't do anything. You're not going to DP him when he jumps. You're not going to backdash. You're not going to stick out a button because the whiff pose into red focus into too late. You know, so you can't. She really shuts him down. She can get stuff going on him, of course. So he has to get looped, but she does have a hard time with Zangief for sure. I think it's a 6-4. Just from my experience, I've played that matchup a hell of a lot.
Shout out to FREEJ4Y in the chat. I'm sure he can provide us some more insight from there. All right, so you got Zangief as a 6-4 in Zangief's favor. What about Thunderhawk? I saw Phoenix in here earlier.
Yeah, we was talking about this all weekend. This matchup. So we actually was playing it quite a lot. I think it's even, but
Wow.
I think for T.Hawk to win, he has to, if he does not play solid, just neutral, he loses the matchup. He has to play pure footsies.
None of the silly shit.
No, he
Play
can't
it
jump.
right.
As soon as he jumps, she can either react with air throw. If you block a spire, free neck breaker, a dive. Sorry, it's free neck breaker. You can take a choice of Ultra. You can do Ultra 2 for the Condor dive, or you can do. No, don't play this. This is the only thing this guy uploaded, bruv.
Oh no!
I only played him once. He uploaded this. He never played me again, bro.
He deleted his account. He doesn't even play the game anymore. He's like, I got one frame scalp. It's over.
Exactly, yeah. But when me and Phoenix played this at the weekend, if I remember correctly, the first 2 games he was trying to do the normal sort of Hawk stuff, and I won the match. And then once he started playing sort of the footsies, I couldn't really get near him. But yeah, you can neck breaker that. But yeah, it's really for him to win. Yeah, I was getting pissed. Look at that. For him to win, he's got to play footsies because his footsies just beat crouch medium kick's really good. Stand fierce, but he can't do any aspire. He can't do because if you have Ultra 1, you can Ultra 1 aspire on block. So depending on the Hawk you're playing, you can take a choice of Ultra. If it's like a sort of spire heavy Hawk, you can take Ultra 1. But I like to go with Ultra 2 because it's very good. But yeah, for Hawk to win, he has to play pure footsies in this matchup, I think.
I don't think we have any elite Hawk footage. I gotta see.
Oh, I've got one. You can type in Shimauta versus KOG. That's the best one.
Damn,
That's
Shimauta
in the
playing
arcade.
everybody.
Yeah, Shimauta versus KOG.
There you go. Cog with H. Rated T. There's gonna be some violence, people. Watch out.
Yeah, the top one. Here you go. So yeah, this is probably this is.
Alright, so we can watch a round of this while I fill in the chart. And then what would you say for the number on T.Hawk versus? You said even, right?
I think it's even. Yeah, Phoenix thought it was before we went to the offline. We was talking about it. He thought Ibuki used to win, and then but while we was playing it, he sort of was like, he has to play neutral because you can't get away with just doing all the nonsense, and you have to hold stuff if you get knocked down. But yeah, if he plays pure neutral, I think it's 5-5.
Okay.
Just because as well, you have to hit him with. You can't loop him. Also, that's a big thing. So even though T.Hawk's got massive health, you can't get the extra damage on him. So you are going to have to mix him up like 1 or 2 more times, man.
Okay.
And if he hits you with 1 light SPD, dirty setup on Ibuki. If you hit 1 splash on Ibuki, that's a lot of health. So I think it evens out pretty well with his shit defense. He's still got the damage and the neutral to overpower her for sure.
Yeah, definitely see you being stronger in some categories and Hawk being strong in some other categories, evening it out.
Yeah.
What would you say about Hugo? That match I don't think I've seen either.
Cool. I've not really. I mean, the only time I've played it is against sort of AJ, but it's not very often. The best Hugo we had was obviously Infectious, but he wasn't from my local area. He was up north, or we was down south. I do think Ibuki beats Hugo 5.5. You wouldn't think so, but the stuff that Ibuki can do on Hugo because he's so tall is actually quite disgusting. She can actually get cross-up hard kick on Hugo, one of the only characters you can get cross-up hard kick on.
Ooh.
Obviously, it takes a few more mix-ups. If your mix-ups aren't like perfect, he will EX backbreaker them, but there is setups to make that with. So, like we're talking about the optimal level, that shit's going to be happening. But you can zone him out with light kick, Samuji. But if he gets you in the corner, it's really, really, really bad. So Hugo has to get you to the corner, but I think it's 5.5. I don't think it's a 6-4. But this, like I say, it's not a matchup where I'm too versed in, so don't take too much. But from my experience, I think it's 5.5 to Ibuki. Hugo, he might do well, but I've just not played it enough. But I think she just has too much dirt on him. She can loop him, obviously, he's huge. He will get hit with stand jab a lot because, yeah, his hitbox is just massive. Crouching media punch is so good at whiff punishing any clap. If he starts doing the clap, you could just whiff punish crouch strong. Yeah, she's really good in neutral against Hugo, surprisingly. Because his moves are pretty slow, so you can whiff punish him pretty easy.
Damn, KOG feeling it. No, you can't let somebody like him feel himself. That's another
Look at him,
2
he's
sets
such a
straight.
joker.
Look at him, Shamanta's like, yo, just stay solid, just stay solid.
Shaman, look at this handsome guy on the Shaman. He looks like a pop star, bro.
he does look very clean cut. This is his part-time job. You know, he's actually touring.
But yeah, I have 5.5
Okay.
for Ibuki against Hugo.
And then what do you have for? Oh, yeah.
I just think Geef does the best out of all the grapplers. I think, in my opinion, he's like the only one who does like really well.
And all right, so we just keep running through the grapplers here. What do you think about Hakan? Is that another advantage for Ibuki?
I think Ibuki wins. I mean, I've beat all the Hakans over here. There's not one I haven't beat. Like, I beat, I mean, all of them. Even Samurai Drew. When me and Samurai Drew play, we do go pretty back and forth. But in longer sets, Drew's never beat me in a set, and he's been a Hakan god for like the longest time.
No, his execution is insane. Is impressive.
Yeah. The thing is with it is, if he goes dry, he's so fucked. People like Hakan will pick an Ultra 2 obviously, but it's so easy to safe jump the Ultra 2 even with Ibuki. As long as you don't throw the kunai, you can easily safe jump Ultra 2 for Hakan.
Yeah.
If you do a setup where you can just do a safe jump into an overhead, you're gonna bait an SPD. She's got easy low profiles for the oil dive with low forward, low short. He gets looped as well. Yeah, you've got to be really. You got to do some really cool. I mean, a good Hakan will be able to parry the kunai, but once you don't do the kunai, there's not really nothing to parry. And Ibuki has target combos from the air to blow up parry, which is really powerful against Hakan. She's got a couple, like jump fierce into forward medium kick, blow up the focus parry, short into medium kick. So yeah, characters who rely on sort of that parry sort of stuff, maybe Gen Hakan, she can blow that stuff up really, really well. I do think it's a 6-4 matchup.
Okay, so the Hakan players had it as even.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll have you guys talk one day. We'll get Drew back on and we'll talk. Let me see what other grapplers we're missing. I think that's it. We got Abel, the other dudes, and then Makoto. I guess the last hybrid grappler. What do you think about Mach?
Oh man, talk about this bloody matchup, eh? This matchup is so even. You guys have probably seen it. Like me and Chu have played so many times, and it is literally like the craziest. It's just nonsense. It's back and forth. It's so 5-5. Like it's just because her damage just outweighs to how rubbish her walk speed and defense is on the kunais, but her rush down and damage just makes it even. Like if you watched mine and Chewy's game on Saturday, it was the first game. I sat down the first round, I got a perfect. The second round, I nearly got another perfect, and then he made a sick comeback on me. And the third round, he bodied me. It's always like that. It's so back and forth. She can low profile the X kick really well. If you have Ultra 1, you can punish the overhead chop on block, and you can punish an X kick on block with Ultra 1, which is pretty interesting.
Very valuable.
Yeah, you can loop Makoto. You actually have got an unblockable against her in the corner, which is you do your BMB into the spin kicks into raida. You do crouching fierce into super jump, medium kick, and that will beat Fukiage, and it is unblockable if she tries to block it. But yeah, I do think it's 5-5, man. I've played it so much recently.
Nice, fresh on the mind.
Yeah,
I can see that though. Like both characters, you know, you're going to be able to run the clock. You know, you're going to be able to stay in control the whole time. But if somebody of Chu's level, of your level, it breaks free from that with Makoto and gets their hands on you, if that woman grabs your collar and checks your buttons,
yeah, it's gonna be
a short round. It's like, yo, I was just winning for
she's
60
so
seconds and I
fast,
lost
bro.
in 8.
Like the thing is, if Chewy knows, like Chewy's in the chat and he says he agrees. Like if Chewy reads that I want a low profile and axe kick, and he just does it like delayed or late, and I eat a medium axe kick into like fierce, into I'm so stunned. She is so dead. But yeah, I think it's definitely 5-5 for sure.
All right, so ink that one in.
Fun, that's
Makoto
one of the most fun
5-5.
matchups. I love fighting it. Not in tournament because it's stressful, but I do love fighting.
Yeah, seems like a good fun back and forth Street Fighter style match. We did talk about Yun, but we skipped over Yang. I don't know if Twinkie's still here. Hopefully Zane's still here. What do you think about Ibuki versus Yang?
5-5, I think.
5-5 from 7-3 to Yun to even with Yang. Okay, big jump.
I mean,
big jump.
his dive kick's
So
nowhere near as oppressive. This is what makes a lot of the thing with that, and he hasn't got the lunge punch. The thing is, like I've played it a lot with Zane. But the thing where it's pretty much like 6-4, almost 7-3 for Yang is when he gets Ibuki in the corner. But Yang is definitely not as hard to deal with. He does get looped. There is unblockable. You can do the normal shot or unblockable on him. You think Yang wins? Yeah, a lot of people do as well, Zane. But I've not really, I've only really fought you. Last time we fought that offline in tournament, it was last game, last round.
Hey, you better
And
not
it's
talk to the
always
VSF champion like that, bro. You better watch your mouth.
So it's always close when we play that matchup, really. So I'm just going on what I've seen. But he's the only Yang over here. But yeah, I think he definitely has a better time dealing with Yang than Yun. I'd rather fight Yang all day than Yun. Because his dive kick's a bit slower as well, you can actually preemptively use overhead a bit more to blow it up. He goes under the overhead. She'll go over it, and you can punish him on the way down. Yeah, but it's just I've only fought one of them, which is Zane. I didn't really fight Aliun back in the day when he played Yang.
He was definitely trying to push Yang, definitely.
But I do think it's 5-5.
I don't know. We got.
Yeah, Twinkie thinks it's 5-5. Yeah, that's the thing, Twinkie. It's definitely not as oppressive because the things that make it oppressive for Yun against Ibuki, Yang doesn't really have. I mean, he has dive, but it's nowhere near as oppressive. Nowhere near. So I don't think it's 5-5, but I can see a case for 5.5 because people in the past have said 5.5 for Yang because the corner control is so good.
Yeah, look at it right here. We got the corner control on display here. We got Shine versus White Gun.
Oh, why you gotta blow up White Gun every time on the chat?
I'm not blowing. This is the only footage on YouTube. I don't upload Yang or Ibuki matches.
Yeah, it's true. Actually.
I gotta blame Twinkie. Twinkie, where your uploads against Ibuki? Who you got, man? Show me, send me some clips so we can stop blowing up White Gun. I don't want
even
to
the footage me and Zane playing, there's not even much footage. I mean, all the sets we played in that matchup is offline, so I don't think there's even any footage of it. So, but yeah, I do think it's even. But I could see it's close to 5.5, but I do think it's even. To be honest.
Yeah, I could see the 5.5 because I feel like look at this already. But then again, there's a difference in skill here. So
yeah, you have to say that. Skill discrepancy.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into. We're talking about Yang, so I guess we're talking about some grounded characters. What do you think about Rose versus Ibuki? I have a negative opinion about Rose. I think she's overrated. Definitely solid. Not saying she's bad.
Definitely overrated. She's just
overrated.
Overrated because she gets away with a lot of stuff online that can't be done offline. So a lot of people overrate her for sure. But offline, she's a lot easier to fight. I think this is an interesting one because this isn't like a 6-4, but it's. I think it's even. I really do. I fought against JLM Rose. She has really good. If she, sort of doesn't use the fireballs a lot, she just uses her great buttons, stand roundhouse. It will go over the low medium of Ibuki. It will beat the crouch medium punch. She has to think about the OS. She can't really backdash for free. Yeah, her neutral is just really good. You can loop Rose, but you have to use crouching jab. You can't actually use standing jab against Rose, so you have to change up your loops against Rose, which is always funky because crouch jab isn't really natural to a lot of Ibuki players. They actually practice it a lot.
Okay.
I just think she has her evasiveness is really good, and once she has orbs as well, which is really interesting. You can actually go for both ultras with Rose because Ultra 1 will body sort of jump in kunai or jump back against kunai for chip out, but Ultra 2 also stops her from doing that too, and you can get sort of a soul throw, maybe trade. I think she keeps her well, but once she's knocked down, she only really has backdash. She does have EX soul throw if your mix-up's not that legit, but she can obviously punish with a neck breaker, but you do have to be ready. So it's just one of those matches where they have an escape, but you have to be ready again. It's not like guaranteed pressure every time with an easy setup, So I think her neutral and her evasiveness and options are good enough to make it even. because you can't really loop her. Everything you have to change. You know, you have to change the setups. You have to change the loop BNB if you want to max damage. You have to think about an OS. So you know, you have to think about a lot more than normal characters.
You said even on this, and I got Luffy versus Damascus coming up. I don't know. We haven't mentioned Damascus. No disrespect to him. He's taking over DBFZ community stuff, so I don't think about him as Street Fighter 4 anymore.
Yeah, they might have one against Sonic. Sonic was probably the best Ibuki in France.
We got him versus
Luffy.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think I've watched this matchup, but that's what Damascus. It's not like Damascus was a good Ibuki. It's just like he didn't really put himself out there as much. He did go to a lot of events though. Wasn't there? And he posted. I'll tell you what he did do in what you guys won't realise because of SRK forums, everyone stayed in their own little character section, obviously, so a lot of guys wouldn't see the Ibuki post or whatever. But Damascus was one of. There you go, he goes for the crouch loop there, but it's space independent, which is a bit funky. But yeah, Damascus was a guy who put in a lot of work in the Ibuki forums, posting videos and match videos and stuff. So shout out to Damascus. He did show a lot of match videos in the forums back in the day, which helped a lot of players.
Mr. SRK forum days.
Yeah.
She can actually get out of the jumping kunai well. If he tries to jump over kunai, she can actually just backdash for free and get a sweet punish as well if she's ready.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a really interesting match.
So
I haven't fought in a long time.
I'm
Against a good Rose. Our best Rose stopped playing. Jason JLM. When I played him in a set, I think it was like 7-6 to me. It was really close, and he's a really good Rose.
Okay. Ooh, okay, not enough.
Problems though, we've already spoke about it, and I brought you up already, bro. We don't have to talk about it anymore. Stop bringing back nightmares.
And what do we got for poison? I saw Pitt in here earlier. I don't know if he's still around.
Yeah, this is interesting because me and Pitt were talking about this a few weeks ago because there's not really much poison here. So I've actually spoke to, because obviously in Japan they have the two best poisons, right, by miles. So I actually messaged one of the Ibuki players in Japan about this match, and he said he thinks it's 5.5 just because her defense is really weak on wake up against safe jumps and all sorts of other stuff. But he said if poison gets in corner, he just said like GG. But he said, but this is I don't really know too much about it. I do think I would say it's even. But
you know what? And I swear I'm not doing this on purpose.
The corner pressure is GG.
I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm not trying to be like this. But White Gun has the XP versus Air Ryu.
This is early though.
This is becoming the White Gun show.
Yeah. Alright, let's watch this then, because I haven't really seen much. Because it's hard to find footage of Poison in Japan anyway, and it's even harder to find footage of Poison versus Ibuki in Japan. So
a lot of people didn't play her. She was so strong, and even Shin's like pocket Poison. Not even trying to not trying to discredit him. I don't know how much he plays the character, but even his Poison when he brought it out was like super effective. And I was like, man, if he played him more or her more,
yeah.
God damn.
So what the Japanese player Akira told me about this matchup is the setup that he uses. You always do a BNB and it'll end his BNB into raida for corner carry. Because apparently, if you get Poison in the corner with Ibuki, it can be really difficult. But it's the same with Poison. She's got probably the best corner pressure in the game with like Juri probably. But Poison, you might as well put the pad down, bro. Once she starts getting that Poison, that pressure going in the corner, it's really bad.
You went through a Poison fireball. Must be nice.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I feel like putting it down as 5 because she can get through the fireballs. Characters who struggle against Poison can struggle and get with the fireballs. Maybe something will trade or something, but she can actually get around them. And her defense is really weak. She gets beat by safe jumps. You do have to change your combos against her. But yeah, I think it's even. I think her corner pressure is too good to give me any advantage or her advantage. But
okay, so I'm gonna put that 5 there.
Her corner pressure is insane.
Let's see. Trying to think if there's anybody else in the chat who plays a character. Let's go to Adon. There's something I saw with I believe
Sacco and Game you want to bring up, really?
Yes, that's the one. That is the one. We're gonna pull that up right now, guys.
Not Blockbuster John losing in casuals. Don't bring that one up.
Oh, casuals. Let me get this up here. We can definitely cover Dudley next. Give us a second. We're gonna do. You said it was Sacco versus
Gamer B. I mean, he played him at both the Evos and he beat him both times.
Ooh, okay. This is Evo 2014. We'll go with the last one because Gamer B steadily improved. He got better every year and kept proving himself.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's so good.
Great player. Great Street Fighter 4 player.
He was. I mean, he was a Mr. Consistent. He was always consistent, for sure.
Yeah, he was somebody who was getting like almost like top top 3 consistently a couple of times. Like he was almost
Yeah.
as consistent as Fudo. Fudo was like the bridesmaid, the infinite bridesmaid.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things. She does struggle to get around the hard kick, but there's a couple tricks you can actually do. If she stands right outside the range of that hard kick, she can actually focus through and only get hit once and get an Ultra 1 punish, which is why you can see him using Ultra 1. See if he goes for a mix up here.
And I don't know if you guys know this. It's also hard to hit Adon low if he's standing because his front leg, where his knee is sticking outwards, you can't hit below that. There's nothing there. I looked at the hitbox. You can only hit his back leg.
Yeah, you have to change up your mix-ups on Adon quite a lot. I mean, I know John said you can't mix him up at all, which is just nonsense.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. It's not true at all.
There might be some characters that can't, but there's definitely a way.
Yeah, I mean, I could have made another video about it, but I didn't have the time. But it's just definitely not true because I mean, he wakes up a frame faster, which you just got to change the setup up. The Jaguar kicks aren't really too annoying. So you can low profile them pretty easy.
Can you back median them?
Yeah, you can. You can back median on reaction. Yeah. Also, you can if you're ready, you can slide under and get an Ultra 1 on the landing frames.
Ooh, okay.
Also, which is interesting. Yeah, you can play some nice neutral with it. Like this is the perfect space that Sako's playing for. He's looking to focus through that hard kick. Even if you've not got Ultra 1, you can focus through it and get a just jab punish. But Adon has got the damage. But I don't think his wake up's good enough to deal with the mix-ups, and as he gets looped. He did jump back punish on that Jaguar tooth there off the wall. There you go, DP whiffs.
If I remember right, I'm pretty sure Blockbuster John said the different wake up was normalized.
Yeah, I mean that's why he didn't want to bring
in our
this video.
episode it wasn't different anymore.
That's why I didn't bring this video up.
Oh, he says. Yeah. Oh, okay. John says it's 6-4 in Adon's favor.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, he said no. Disagree.
The thing
okay.
Is, right, well, the thing is, right, these two matches here, this is 2015. Sako wins this with, like, this is as high level you're going to find this matchup, right? The year before, he wins it too. And even the video that John brought up, he loses in the casuals anyway.
He just showed a proof of theory of a round or something like that.
And that's in casuals, yeah. And, like, all the footage is like...
nice option select.
Yeah.
Up 6-4 Adon.
I think it's 5.5 to Ibuki. I don't think it's 6-4 because he just does too much damage.
And you said 5.5 or 5? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
5.5, I think. I don't think it's 6-4. I definitely don't think it's 6-4.
Oh man, you guys are gonna have to talk one day because that's a big difference. He has it in his favor. You have it slightly in your favor. I would love to hear you guys talk about it.
I mean, obviously, like I'd love to play him because he's obviously got the best Adon. There's no way I can play an Adon of that level over here. So it's always the annoying thing, right? Unless I play him. But from the footage he showed me, he lost the match anyway. So I don't understand like where the evidence was.
Okay.
She has the tools, man. I think she has the tools, but we can talk about it some more.
Let me see. All right, so we got a. Oh no, we had a call for Dudley. What do you think about Ibuki Studley? Dudley.
This is a very fun match. I've played this match a lot with Zniv from the EU. You guys probably watched him play. Very strong player. And I used to play against ISM. BTM ISM. He used to be pretty good also. I think Ibuki wins this matchup 6-4. I think it's pretty handy. The reason is because. In the neutral, I mean, anyone with a good sort of low forward can really give Dudley problems. And her low medium kick is one of the. She goes down so low, almost as low as like Juri. She can low profile a lot of Dudley stuff, man. Forward hard punch, she'll stuff it. The unblockable we spoke about earlier that we can do on Abel and Sagat, the walk forward, stand medium punch, jump medium kick. That also works on Dudley if he doesn't delay wake up. He gets double looped. One thing Dudley has got on Ibuki is a corpse hop. Pretty famous. You can just do. I think it's the. Is it just a straight where you do the fireball with the kick into the jab when he does the straight punch, or whatever?
Yep.
If you do that into FADC, he goes on the other side. So he has got that against Ibuki. Oh, this is an interesting match. This was smug at all the points. Look at those points, bro.
Dude, this dude has so many accounts, man, and just constantly winning. You have to win for days to get that, and not lose.
All the accounts, all at that level.
Dude, you could lose one game and lose a week's worth of progress.
Because our crouch and medium punch is so active, obviously Dudley's like to challenge with forward medium punch and then really active buttons himself. But because that stays active just as long, you can really get our OS down consistent with the neck breaker. And also, you can actually use Ultra 1 depending on the Dudley you're playing because you can punish machine gun blow with Ultra 1
That makes
on
sense.
block, which is really nice. But Ultra 2 is also good because, I mean, Jazz Dero's probably going for the swag here because you can
Did
get
he?
double loops into Ultra 2.
No, he did not. No, he didn't. No, he
That
didn't.
was disgusting.
That did not happen.
Bro,
That
that
did
did
not
mad damage.
happen. No,
That did mad damage, bro.
no.
You really did. I didn't think that Ultra was gonna kill.
I have
That did
to.
mad damage.
I have to play this back. I have to play this back. What is wrong with you, Smug?
It was a nice conversion.
Man was eating his Wheaties.
Mate, the damage.
Okay, we take the throw. Whatever. It's all to set up the great comeback. I needed my full ultra, is what he said.
Yeah, here, this is when he should have backed off. Backdash.
And this is where he fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. What's he doing? Wow, he low profile. He low profiles the low strong with the swing,
Oh
bro.
my
Oh
God.
Bro, that was
that is
3
crazy.
hits into no,
is
2 hits of the
sleep.
ultra.
Straight FADC Ultra.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
what a punish, man. What a
Yeah, that was a
punish.
crazy conversion.
Get
Yo,
him
Smug.
out of here, Smukage.
Can't believe he low profiled. Just as I was saying how good the crouch strong is, he swept that shit, bro.
You don't know nothing, bro.
Yeah, I
You don't know
shit. I need to find
shit. Get him
smoke.
out of here.
Yeah, bro. Fucking hell.
Jeez, man.
But until then, he was getting smoked.
My point still stands.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cheap. The best overhead. But
Oh,
oh
okay.
wow, what the hell happened there?
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, my bad, dash, yeah.
Oh, Nin. He said, "Fuck it, we're doing another sweep." No, Smug. Get him out
Yeah,
of here.
I think there's quite
Okay.
a big skill discrepancy.
Yeah,
in
yeah. This is a
The man
legendary
hit with the
Smug.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what we're gonna start calling. You get hit by
Legit
Thunderbolt.
use
Oh,
a
there's a skill
Thunderbolt.
discrepancy. There's a skill
Yeah,
discrepancy.
it's pretty hard to find footage of this matchup unless, cause I don't think, yeah, it's pretty hard to find
Nah.
like some high level footage. But I do think,
You said even on this
I do
one
think
too?
she has all the tools. No, I think Ibuki wins.
A 6-4.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think Ibuki wins.
Okay.
I think it's
Ibuki
5.5. He just had, I did
Okay.
think 6-4, but he just has too much damage. And after just seeing what Smug did there, I think I could change. Because I've never seen anyone low profile to crouch a medium punch like that. I've never seen
Oh
that
my
before. Could you
God.
slow, like, unless you slow, because you slowed that down, I don't think I would have noticed that. So
No, now you're gonna be afraid of neutral against Dudley. Hold on, wait a second.
Mhm.
Is he just
Well-
randomly doing it, or does he know?
It's gonna be like a
yeah,
smug
exactly, yeah,
thing.
you never know.
If anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be him.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so
Because
we got a
of the low
couple
forward,
more.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, let's go, bro.
Let's go. We got Sea Viper.
Oh, my favourite matchup.
Oh, that's another 7-3. No.
Really?
No, definitely not. But
No.
Okay.
yeah, it's one of those matchups that you know, like, what's your, you know, you have a favourite matchup to fight, right? You have a favourite character. Like everyone has a favourite matchup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is my favourite matchup, and it's because I feel like I'm playing a mini game within the game, trying to block the burn kicks and shit. It's so fun.
That's a way to look at it.
Should I block it? Should I low profile it? Should I try and dash under? So this is a matchup I've actually gone back and forth with. This was the only matchup that me and Khan disagreed on originally. He thought it was even, and I thought Ibuki won. But the more I've played it, because you know, remember we got Steph and stuff that I play against all the time. I've played it so much. Her damage output is too high with the inclusion of red focus for it to be in Ibuki's favour. I think it is even. I think back in the day without the red focus, and because she got a crouch medium kick buff, Viper, they extended the crouch medium kick forward. I think she has a better time against Ibuki. Before she actually got beat pretty bad. She had unblockable on Viper, which is pretty easy. Walk forward one frame, crouch light kick, jump over. But I think with the addition of a better low forward in footsies and the red focus, her damage is just too high. And if you get hit, it's the same thing I was saying about Chumandingo and the axe kick. If Viper gets the read that you're trying to low profile with him, she just does jump roundhouse, interferes. That's you stunned, bro. After that mix up, so. But her defense is so bad. You can actually walk up to Viper and do just crouch a medium kick, and it beats
Thunder
Thunder
Knuckle?
Knuckle.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
beats it clean. Yeah. So it's very good in this matchup. But yeah, I do think it's very even. Ibuki has better mix-ups on Oki, but Viper has the better damage.
And
Very
just
even matchup.
just a disclaimer, we can say we want about White Gun and what happens at majors, but he's in grand finals of VSB
My final winner side too.
in Winterside. Ooh, okay. But yeah, if I was Ibuki, from the outside looking in, I see Ibuki winning this. I do think the damage. I think you are right though. The damage does sway me back, and the ease of access with 3 bars and medium punch thunder knuckle, which is already safe. All you have to do is just confirm the hit.
Yeah, but like, literally, I always thought this was like the chat could tell, we sort of spoke about it. So I always thought Ibuki won this matchup, but
Yeah.
the more I thought about it, the more I thought it. Like, if she didn't have like the red focus and the crouch medium kick buff, it would still be Ibuki's favour. But I think them slight buffs in Ultra made it even because she's still got the damage but now she's got even more of a threat with the low forward fundamental red focus. It's just crazy nonsense. So
Okay.
I do think it's a very even matchup. Very cool. It is my favourite though. I love fighting that matchup.
I like fighting Viper too, but I think it's because DJ beats her pretty bad.
Yeah, DJ bodies Viper, right?
Yeah, I told all the Guile
That's so
players
really-
like, yo, you don't want to struggle no more, man? I got something for you.
It really is.
I got something for you, dog. Just come over here. Let me
Yeah.
teach you a couple things.
Another even matchup I could bring up quickly, which is while T3's here, because I know he plays a bit again. I think Gan and
Okay.
Ibuki is even.
Ooh, okay. Genabuki even.
I
If
would
you got
actually
one,
agree.
drop that.
I mean, this is it's just disgusting. I mean, me and Vertigo played. You might remember. Me
Oh
and
no,
Vertigo
I have
played the
that.
first attempt.
It's in the playlist.
Yeah, and it went to last game, last round. So I mean, it can't get no more even than that. And it was on PC too, so I went on PS4. So it's not like it's like really shitty online, at least I guess. But like I was saying, they have the most unblockables in the game, and against each other. Oh man, there's literally Ibuki videos dedicated to getting out of Gan unblockables, because he has like right T3 he has like 3 or 4 in there, right? Correct, or like a couple.
Yeah.
at least, and she also has some on him. She can get cross up fierce punch on him off EX neck breaker. Yeah, it's just one of the most disgusting matches that can be played. It's very very nasty stuff, and I think it's so even. They just do the exact same thing to each other. They're both low health, low stun characters. They literally just knock each other down and go into an unblockable setup. But the one thing which Gen does have over his super utility is a lot better. But yeah, he can't really get out for free too much. His backdash is really good, but it can be OS'd easily, or you can OS with Ultra 2 and it will catch it.
Hold on.
It's like kind of an added benefit to the fact that his EXDP is like not great. As
Yeah, if you just
wake
get
up
it, it's
option
not
is like
good,
you're just gonna stock your meter anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Yeah.
get access to that burst.
Just below
Yeah,
serviceable.
A lot of times I was fighting against Vertigo here that opt to go for backdash a lot of time. But his
Yeah.
backdash is actually good enough. Vertigo showed me this punish. You could see it in the match. I don't know if we're going to get that far, but
Dude,
if you know Ibuki's going to do an overhead, you can backdash and get crouch strong into hands punish on
Huh.
Ibuki.
I'm sorry to keep replaying
so-
this, but I need you guys to look at this. I think you're here. Did you crouch short under his stand medium punch? Did that literally bring you low enough, or am I
We
bugging?
can't.
Did you
So
counter
the-
hit?
You
This
can
is-
show
Oh,
us,
sorry.
we can't see it on the
All
stream.
right,
This
hold
is a
up,
bit of-
hold up.
I
Right here.
can't see it.
I
So
couldn't
this
see
is
it.
actually crazy tech with Ibuki. Like you're not really gonna notice it unless you slow it down. So
Yeah.
against certain characters, this works against Sagat also. If you're crouch teching with crouch short, she can actually low profile a lot of normals. Really cheap.
No.
But you have to frame trap with different buttons.
Okay. It's coming up
She
after
can low
this
profile your
settings.
frame trap. Yeah, watch this shit. You'll see it.
Too much damage
Secret
from
text
again.
of my woods.
Okay. One frame.
Should be the one that-
Oh
combo
my
after one hand
god!
of the
Did you
roundhouse.
really? That was legit. You went right under it. That was intentional.
Oh wow. Did you combo off of it?
Yeah,
This is
he
all
did.
combo. 4, 5,
Yeah.
5 hits.
Okay, so he missed. Didn't
The
time
shorts
right.
So
Yeah,
he,
it wasn't
tried,
combo.
he tried to parry my kunai there, but I'm just doing normal setups. So yeah,
It's better than-
some nasty stuff that could happen, but
Wow, how did
like I
nobody
say,
get
he
hit
has-
there?
he's got the stance cancelled to parry the kunai, which is really good. I mean, it's harder to do than with Hakan, for instance, but yeah, he has got it. So you need to be careful with that. But like I say, he's got the same amount of dirt on her, really. One of these rounds you might see Vertigo do some stuff, but it's I mean, I think it's very even. I think it's very hard to see an advantage.
Alright, so I'm gonna put that one
Look at
down
those
for
confirms.
us.
Yeah, it was really good.
Vertigo's playing very clean too. I like watching Vertigo play.
Yeah,
Nice.
and the thing is, obviously, like my wake up isn't the best either. He's doing a nice safe jump setup in the corner against Ibuki, so.
Ooh.
Nice. There you go. I peppered in there every now and then.
Oh,
Oh,
see what
okay.
that's disgusting.
I didn't
Well,
see
I've
the
seen that
set.
before. I can't block it.
You said it was close. I'm gonna fast forward to the end. Don't spoil it. What's the last game?
Oh,
He said it
it's
was last
close, it
game,
could
last
be.
round. Hold up. Let me make sure I don't. This is 9-9.
This was on my friend's PC as well. I went to my friend's house and played on his PC.
Oh no, I skipped a forward. No, gotta pee. First round pee.
Yeah, it was. I think what happened. Yeah, I think we both streaked on each other. Like, he's got a 3-win streak here. We just kept going like 3-4 streak, like back and forth. It was crazy. It was literally so even. That's disgusting. I can't anti-air that.
I like that forward dash bait. That was very good by him. Oh, that could have been perfect double P right there if he would have hit you.
Yeah, I know. I was so scared, bro. I
Oh,
remember being so
punish.
scared.
Super aware to punish that.
I was so happy. I was like, just let me get a hit. Don't double put. I was just so happy I got a hit.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
So
the set goes down to
that one.
like, last game, and you know, it's like they just do the same thing to each other, bro. It's really really even, and I think T3, you think it's even too, bro?
Yeah, I would agree.
It's a second opinion because there's not really anyone else here to.
I agree with 5-5. I like.
Oh, cool.
She knocked you down. She has some mix. You have options against it. I think he does well on the ground.
Yeah.
So I think it's even, especially
I'm
like
glad
when
that
his
there's
back with some burst damage.
I'm glad that some people, a lot of the characters, a lot of people's characters I'm speaking to in the chat and stuff, a lot of them are agreeing with what I'm saying, minus like maybe a point or two. But I'm glad it's everyone's sort of on the same page, which is pretty cool.
All right.
Awesome.
What about Cammy? She was very popular when the game was active, but it's a character you don't really see often now that the game is past its life. What do you think about that?
I think this is in Cammy's favour. I think she wins 5.5. You can't really do a loop on her, so you're not really gonna. The thing is, if you could loop her, you could max her, you could beat her in damage for no meter, but you can't really match Cammy's damage because you can't really take the proper loop. You have to get a situational like crouching loop or something. You can't really. You're not gonna out damage her. She wins in the neutral, in my opinion. If Ibuki's got no meter and a Cammy like J-Ho starts swarming you and he's got bars, you don't really have an answer for it. You can do back medium punch on reaction if you're ready, but it's going to be very seldom that they do them that high for you to react. But if they start getting the train, but the thing is, Ibuki does have the Shoto unblockable on Cammy, so although you don't have the loop, you have got an unblockable one, just non-delayed wake up, but I think her pressure and her damage is just too strong off the back throw. I think, yeah, she's got the unblockable on Ibuki. I think she just tries to do it there. The two stand jabs. I believe that's going to be a back throw unblockable on Ibuki. I played against J-Ho, and it's not very nice. Like, if she puts you in the corner, like, the thing that Cammy should do right at the start against Ibuki is just try and put her in the corner. And if she's got no meter, it's just really hard. There you go. That's the loop you have to use. You have to use target combo 4 because you can't use the normal loop. DP will beat the Kuno when he jumps in. That was nice. And Cammy actually has a really consistent punish on the EX DP. She can just do hard DP and it'll beat both options. So she hasn't got to worry about that.
This footage is ass in terms of quality. Sorry.
Yeah. If Ibuki does jump back EX Kuno as well, Cammy can ultra that on reaction, ultra one. If she times it right, and it'll blow through it. But
wow.
Yeah, I think her pressure is just too oppressive, and she does. She wins in the neutral. Yeah, like I say, she can't really max her in the damage either. If she had the real loop on her, because the TC4 isn't as much as the proper loop. So if she had more damage, it'd be a better matchup. But it's not a 6-4 or anything. But I think it's 5.5. I mean, I played quite a lot of Cammys. Played Tati's Cammy, like, washed up his Cammy.
Yep.
It's fantastic. J-Ho's Cammy. Yeah, and it's always pretty nasty. I mean, I take games, but it's always like sort of 7-4, 4-ish sort of way, so it's sort of around that area of matchup.
Feels like you're fighting on the back foot, kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
She does have trouble when she gets knocked down because the cannon spike does go out and you have to be ready with an EX neck breaker, but it's in the air for so long. I mean, I could go downstairs and make a cup of tea and react to that, I think. So.
Alright, we got a couple more left. What do you got for Dan? Dan's probably lightning quick. Is it something where the knee gives her problems? Is it one of the secret ones, or is it like, nah, she beats Dan?
Well, I mean, you've seen me low profile like the
the
right?
medium
so
punch
imagine
from
what
Dan.
I could do to the knee. Like, imagine what I could do to the knee.
Oh man.
And yeah, that's a heavy 6-4. That might even be a close to a 7-3, you know, against Dan. What's he gonna do? He can't actually do anything. He has a shit fireball. I mean, he's got a DP, but you can't really.
I feel like you have to make mistakes, and that's not.
I'll put 6-4 just because
strategy.
I played against Ixion, and you know he would win games. It's not like 7-3. And Ixion was like he was the best Dan. So
that's fair. That's a good assessment then.
The thing is, as well, if they use a real Dan, we'll use not just the normal because they'll do the Tiger Knee Dan kicks, which are pretty harder to react to, right? So he's got that at least if you're a good Dan player, but it's definitely a 6-4. It's close to being a 7-3 though, that's for sure, definitely.
Alright.
Yeah, 6-4, I think.
Ink that one into the chart. Let me check what we got here.
That's probably like one of the rarest matches to even find footage of. I don't think there's probably. I think
nah, it wasn't.
Yeah, I can't remember ever saying that.
Yeah, it wasn't anybody notable at least. And what do you have for Cody? Cody, I know hits like a bus, but his defense against jump attacks on wake up is pretty
Yeah, he gets
mediocre.
bodied when he gets knocked down. It's really bad for him. If he knocks Ibuki down, though, he has got a nice bit of tech. Cody player, I don't know if there's any codes in the chat, but if he holds a zonk down, like if he gets a throw, he can like hold a zonk. You can jump in with roundhouse and sort of do OS zonk. If I do an EXDP, the zonk actually goes under it, and he gets a full punish. That's a thing that a real Cody player will do against Ibuki. It's a really good setup. The zonk just makes it whiff, and you get a full punish. So that is one thing that he does have if he knocks her down. It can be pretty troublesome for her to escape if they know the tech, but he gets beat in all the other areas. Her neutral is actually better than Cody's. Crouch medium punch is so good against Cody. It's really good. He has to be careful with his, you know, they like to do the rock into the meaty slide setup sort of thing. He has to be really careful because of her stand jab. Ultra 2 will actually punish criminal upper on whiff. You know, a lot of characters can't punish that sort of on whiff unless you've got a good move, but obviously her Shinsho goes pretty far. So she can punish that. His slide's pretty good, but if you're expecting the slide, you can do overhead to challenge the slide. And when he gets knocked down, he doesn't have anything. He really can't do anything. I mean, EX criminal upper is no good. That's going to get stuffed by a meaty kunai. Can't slide out. Yeah, you can pretty much do basic kunai setups on him. Really, you can run sort of level 1 basic mix-ups on him and really do well against Cody. So, but yeah, if he hits you with one crouch fierce counter hit into crouch fierce EX rocks, crouch fierce or something like that, you are just dead. Like Ibuki, but it's hard for him to get into that position in the first place. The rocks are no good. You can jump over them with kunai. You can EX neck breaker them. Yeah, it's 6-4 I think for Ibuki. I used to play against Pax, man like Pax all the time as well. And he was
Pax like the Street Fighter 5 player Pax, like he plays Karen Pax.
Yeah, him. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
shit,
same
okay,
guy. Yeah, same guy. He used to play in the local tournaments down here, and he used to be the best Cody. He was really good. And I used to play against him all the time, and he'd have trouble. And I wasn't as good then as I was now, so I think it's a 6-4.
I think Zeus is still here, so it might be time to talk about some horseshit characters.
Let's go. We're already speaking about one already.
Oh, I respect that. El Fuerte, what do you got for Ibuki versus that? Do we have Sako versus Pepe Day? I'm sure Pepe Day.
Yeah, maybe somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be that matchup somewhere.
But yeah, give us a rundown of Ibuki versus
I
Fuerte.
think it's in Ibuki's favour because everyone knows like Fuerte's defense isn't like the best. He's got EX run, but you can grab him out of that. You can OS Raida for the EX run. OS Ultra 1. Every block splash is a sweep or an Ultra 2. She can punish Q-bomb with Ultra 2 as well. She has hefty punishes on all of his pretty silly moves like Q-bomb, splash. Yeah, I think it's very. I mean, once he gets going, it can be hard for her, but she's got command dash to get out of the mix-ups. If you just play reactive like you should against Fuerte, it can be very hard to mix a good Ibuki up. You have to have really tight setups because of escape from command dash. And once he gets knocked down, EX run is actually a good deterrent. And also, you need to be really careful about when Fuerte has Ultra 1 stocked, because if you do a kunai, the Ultra 1 will body it on the way down every time.
Okay, so he should be using Ultra 1. I'm assuming Iperu went Ultra 2 just because of the armor cancel, which is going to be good.
Yeah, that's really good too, yeah. But that's disgusting. Yeah, I think he's just his defense is too weak to deal with these setups from Ibuki. He went for EX Rider there.
No punish. Oh, Fuerte, a character I hope doesn't come back.
Yeah,
straight hater. I'm a straight hater, dude. I'll be honest.
I wouldn't mind if he comes back. I just hope they change him a little bit. Like, I don't like this style of him.
Yeah.
The thing you need to be careful in this matchup is if he does hit you with like a setup into cross up fierce, into run stop fierce, you're going to get stunned with Ibuki. It's very
how much
quickness?
How much does her throw do? That look like a command grab. Damn, dude, he must have had a stomach full of fucking tacos or something. He just slammed this guy.
My God.
The tortillas.
Tortilla press.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that dude's moves so much.
Yeah,
The name of his moves.
El Fuerte, only fun for the El Fuerte player.
Yeah.
you want to make your friends not have fun? You play El Fuerte.
The thing is, this Jazz Dio is not really using air throw. Air throw against Fuerte is like, very good. As soon as you see him go in the air, you can just air throw. He's not really got a good answer. Yeah, there you go, punished. He did it in the corner too. That was so brave. What the hell?
Yeah, he don't want to block anymore. And so, what do you think about number wise? I'm here at the chart.
I think it's 5.5. I only think because of the RSF and the low stun. Well, obviously, RSF is one of the most highest stun combos in the game. If you get hit with cross up fierce, RSF, and you're a Ibuki, it's a very high chance you're going to stun and dead. So just because of that, and he has got the EX run option on wake up, which if you want to do the kunai, which he shouldn't be doing, he can get out. But yeah, he's got the option at least, which is a lot more than some characters have. So it's probably 5.5, I'd say. Played it a lot too. Ghost plays Fuerte. Got a lot of Ruda Gym. We got a lot of Fuertes over here, so played that matchup quite a bit.
All right,
I
we'll
hate
put
that
that one
character.
down as 5.5. Yeah, hey, join us.
Hey,
Skips neutral. He just skips neutral. It's like stupid. It's the people who don't want to play neutral or can't play neutral. Fuck that
Definitely outside of the box, not normal Street Fighter stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think that's it for all the horseshit characters. We covered Seth.
Well, where's Elena? We haven't talked about
Oh
Elena.
yeah, hold on.
Bullshit character.
I had her highlighted. I left it. Oh okay. We got Elena.
This is actually like quite. I actually fought this matchup offline in the first 7 against our only Elena player, like Brylock, and it was like 7. I think it was 7-6 but that's the only time I've played it offline. So I don't actually have. I mean, I could give you a score of what I think it is.
Mhm.
I actually think it's even, and that's just because it's a lot similar to a lot of these characters that I'm saying the same sort of game plan. The neutral balances out so well against the Ibuki that it makes the match even. Because Elena's defense is pretty whack. If she gets knocked down, it's pretty hard for her. You know, she has got a 4-frame EXDP, but the setup will make that whiff pretty easily if you do the Shoto unblockable on her. Because I think she does get unblockable, but I'll never go for the unblockable one because her hurtbox is so like messed up. It's like so inconsistent, like everything else on her.
Trying to find someone out of skill discrepancy here. I don't think we have one for Ibuki and Elena, which is surprising because actually no.
Yeah.
Who played Elena? A lot of people played them, I guess when she came out on the side, but people weren't playing him on the tournament stage, aside from Gamer being a few.
Sacco changed from Ibuki to Elena, didn't he?
That was probably our best chance of finding one.
Yeah, but to be fair, yeah, you have to take it with a grain of salt. I've only played it once, and like I said, it was offline. It was very close, and there's not really much footage of it. But I can see it being. I mean, I'll say it's even because if she has healing, you've got to kill her more than once. She's always got the advantage, even if you've got a huge life lead. She's like literally the only character where if you have a huge life lead, you've still got to chase her. It's similar. I think I've made this point before. If you guys know about Shun in Virtua Fighter, the old guy who drinks.
Shundi, yeah.
He's one of the only characters. The only character who makes you come to him even if you've got a massive life lead, because otherwise he just drinks and gets more powerful and better moves. It's sort of similar in that sense, I think, where you've always got to chase her down if she has the healing. So because of that, I think it's even really. Her neutral is so good. Her crouch jab 3 frames is ridiculous.
Not so far.
You can't really slide her. You can't really challenge her in the neutral. Really, you have to try and get a jump because her her anti-airs aren't the best unless she's got EX Elena. You can actually get away with like a super jump instead of a normal jump and blast through some of that stuff. So there's not really a lot of red. I told you this character is pretty good.
I mean, and she's one of the people I expected to be very high up.
Everyone does. For sure.
I have a lot of harsh opinions on some characters, but I definitely am not. Ibuki is not top 10 guy.
She's a money maker, man. Right? I mean, I like playing her, but a lot of people will be like, she's a tournament winning character, bro. Like, she never won a tournament, so I'm just talking shit, really. But a lot of people picked her for business, but I picked her because I enjoy playing her.
All right, we got another one.
she has the tools. So like, even though maybe she doesn't have a tournament victory, a major tournament victory, like she has the tool. Like she has, like as you've been talking about this whole time, like she has high damage in a lot of situations, not against every character, but high damage, great Oki, unblockable setups, seemingly across the board.
Yeah, but think about it like this though: you have the skills necessary to play the game, and then the memory bank to hold all these setups and to do all this shit in one day.
Yeah.
Against people who are just as hungry and just as strong as you are. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
This is a good thing about it. Like, a lot of people don't realize how much damage those loops do. It's like no meter. She actually out damages Honda if you look at it. Combo for combo, she out damages a lot of characters. If she gets the loop, that's 340. How many characters can do 340 with no
340 for meter? Yeah.
Maybe Evil Ryu.
Point to his meter
Cody.
Yeah,
Dudley. No, Dudley needs bar.
Yeah. Well, a lot of players need bar. There's not really, a lot of people don't really know that she does some of the biggest damage in the game, man. She gets crazy damage, and especially if you get the double loops. But yeah, she's very cool, very strong character. I had her when I done my tier list. I had her just outside of top. I think I did like number 7.
All right, we got about. Let me see how many matches we got left. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matchups left. We'll just go left to right. We got Fei Long versus Ibuki. I think Fei Long is another slightly overrated character. He's very linear, but he does those
Yeah.
things very, very well. So if he beats you there, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, this is another
Good
similar
luck.
match to a lot of the ones we've been talking about. His neutral is just so good. But the thing is, crouch medium punch and crouch medium kick from Ibuki body Fei Long. He can't really like wrecker you like consistently because crouch medium punch is so active. He'll just get, he just gets counter hit. Low medium, and any character with a good low medium kick does well against Fei because just bodies are sort of wrecker and stuff, and she can really spam that. But it's similar to the neutral with Vega. It can be that oppressive in the matchup, but. It's a bit better because he's going to be fishing for Wrecker. He needs to fish Wrecker for damage unless he's going to sort of. I imagine. I think I remember this match actually. You'll see it. Fudo probably wins, but Fudo's neutral is too good. But he's not really going to get caught with anything. But I think, I do think Ibuki wins. But Fei Long used to. I don't know if he still does. I think if you don't delay wake up, Fei Long actually has a couple unblockables on Ibuki. With the jump in chop, I think jump medium punch, the little chop thing he does. I think you go like walk back with jab and then jump medium punch on Ibuki or something like that.
It's not a bad crossover. It's not the best crossover in the game. It's probably one of the weaker crossovers, but it works. That jump medium punch.
Yeah, definitely. You don't expect it from Fei Long either, right? Another thing you can do in this matchup is you can do preemptive sort of overheads. There's that crouch medium punch. Chicken wing, you have to be ready to neck breaker that. He does have an escape, but yeah, his defense isn't like it's not superb. You can still mix him up. Just his neutral is so good. I think, man, I'm might be 5.5 to Ibuki or even, I don't know, because his neutral is just like ridiculous. And watching this is really hard to get in. I think it's even. I'm gonna go even. Every time I'm just trying to think back to the Fei Longs that I fought. Granted, we haven't had many Fei Longs in over here recently, but back in the day we had quite a few, and I always struggled to sort of get around the neutral. But once I got around the neutral, it was pretty easy to mix him up. So I think it's even. I'm gonna go with even on that matchup.
You know what? It sounds like I don't know if you play any ST, but ST has a lot of matchups where like your character completely dominates in this range, and the other character dominates in this area, and it's just opposite areas.
Similar.
So it ends up
Yeah,
being even because if he can keep you in the corner and grounded, he's gonna run away with the matchup. It's gonna be like a freight train. But if you can keep him,
that's sort of how I want to look at
yeah.
matchups. Really, that's how I sort of look at it. So yeah, I mean, I've sort of mentioned it the whole time with all these different characters. It's always been like, oh, he dominates. I sort of trying to look at how it evens out in the things that the characters use. But yeah, I think this is sort of similar to Vega. It can be very, and if you've got the focus backdash on the kunai, but Ugera, this just shows like this was something I was going to mention earlier. A lot of people think once you start blocking the kunais, you've beat Ibuki, which I mean, hopefully with these videos and this podcast we've shown is definitely not true. You can really, if you've got solid defense with Fei Long, like Fudo's obviously the best. It's going to be really difficult to get something started, man. But you see the jump light kick that beat the DP, which is pretty crazy.
Can
I
you
think
close us out before we switch characters?
Yeah,
Fudo is
Bison.
EXDV. EXDV. Oh no, even better. He's the best. See, I'm nobody. This is why I sit here and talk about the game. That was excellent. All right.
You know what made me laugh on the commentary on Saturday? I remember this. You was I think it was Incog versus Fenix, and you was like, "Man, why did he pick Ultra 2?" And I swear, about 2 seconds later, he was like, "Bought Ultra 2." Fucking curse. But yeah, I don't really get to play this match, and when I play it, I get so bored, bro. Ugh.
This matchup, you have to stay solid. You have to stay within the guidelines because if not, you end up getting caught by some stray hits, and you can't have that against Fei Long. You can't give him the random crouch hard punch and the random crouch medium punches.
Yeah. Usually you can press a few more buttons to challenge, so I have a bit more fun. But in this matchup, you literally just spam crouch medium and crouch medium, punch and kick, and that's about it. And maybe a few overheads, but it's gonna be really solid. Any bad slide you can punish with crouch jab into Rekko, and that's instantly in the corner where you don't want to be. But yeah. Very even matchup, man. Looking at this as well.
Okay, and I'm gonna let this matchup run because if you have a Gouken versus Ibuki, that's maybe some online players, but I don't think that's something we would have seen offline. But if you can give us a rundown, I know I got
Gun versus Proud Strawberry.
Yo, you know what? Now I gotta look. Now I have to look.
Bullcat versus Bullcat or something.
There you go. Yeah, some weird one.
Damn, he got double perfected again.
It's terrible.
Let me stop.
Gouken actually loses pretty bad to Ibuki, man. It's a heavy 6'4".
I can't imagine.
Heavy 6'4".
You can't really do much. Like everyone back in the day, Velociraptor had on. I mean, everyone knows how Jokes Event Hubs matchups are, right?
Mhm.
Velociraptor had this as like 7-3 to Gouken, I think.
Wow. Well, we have the next best
So-
thing. We don't have.
What?
We have Spababin versus Proud
So,
Strawberry.
what I think is like he was playing Ibuki who did shit kunais and he was just parrying him all the time. He was like, yeah, you could parry all the mix-ups. That's probably what he thinks, right? But really, he can't. Once you have meter, you can't throw fireballs. His anti-airs are shit. If he's even if he's got EX Tatsu, if you super jump, you can get over him. The Tatsu will just whiff.
Wow. Okay.
The setup you do on Gouken to bait the parry, I've shown this on stream so many times. You get the neck breaker, you do back medium punch into a jump medium kick, but you can OS overhead to beat the parry. So if he does anything, he sort of gets blown up. You can rinse. He's one of the matchups like you can rinse with the same setup. So it's very, very easy for Ibuki to
So
impress
loop.
Gouken, man.
Okay.
He's just a walking fireball, and she does so well at doing well against fireballs. So if you're a walking fireball, and air grab, she doesn't really care about the parry in the air with the armor because she can air grab it.
The back medium punch
Yeah.
looking excellent there too in this matchup.
Yeah, back medium punch. So yeah, she's got all the answers against Gouken. I think he really can't. Obviously, if he touches him, it can hurt, but
Yeah.
it's very,
I really
very
think-
seldom that he's going to get a chance.
I think this character's so bad, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not- he's
Gouken,
not-
I
he's
don't
not
think
really-
he's good at all.
He has no confirms for his lights, like no
Oh,
good ways to
no.
get damage apart from big buttons, right?
There's some
Yeah, I mean,
matchups where he shits on
some
people
stuff,
if you have to
like-
deal with his stuff. Like he beats DJ pretty bad. I think he's a
People
6'4".
underuse his dive kick, like his jump down medium kick. Like people always do the demon flip sales, but his actual jump into down medium kick is very nasty. What was that? Piff.
I thought that's how you play Ibuki.
Ibuki.
Alright, and then I know I had Mark Teddy versus somebody at Evo for Guy versus
That's a
Ibuki.
classic, the ninja match, yeah.
Let me see. Oh yeah, that is the ninja match. Yeah.
Yeah, both from the
Shinobi.
same school.
About to be Kimberly. New
Let me
Shinobi.
see. I had a Mark
Yeah.
Teddy one. Oh, this is an old one. We got Casual
Yeah, it's
P
old,
versus
yeah, really old.
Desnier. Hold on, I can't find that one specifically. I had a Mark Teddy one. Where's my playlist?
Yeah, I think that's the only patch you're going to find, because it's hard to find matches in Ultra of that matchup. There's a lot of the old ones, but in Ultra it's not really a lot of it, to be fair.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
I played it a lot. Played against guy way back in the day called AFO. He was good. Nebbies, of course.
Oh, look at
there's a lot of
this.
guys.
We got one of your boys here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got one of your guys versus Mark Teddy.
Oh, is this when they was in the US and they got smoked?
Spoiler alert.
This was so funny, bro, because like these guys, I remember this. They was like the thing with the scene down here, like all the top players, like Problem and all that. They was pretty elitist. Apart from like F-Word and Ryan, they was like really cool. But the rest of them, they wouldn't really talk to you unless you beat them or something. But they was really elitist, and they was getting too big for their boots. And all of the WSO guys, they was all talking shit. But when they went over to Evo, I don't know if you remember, there was a 5v5 tournament, and Mark Teddy washed the whole team, bro.
Damn, that must have been so satisfying for you.
Oh, mate,
you know.
I was there, and I was from there, and I was like, mate, that is some humble pie for your ass. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
I
all
will
that
say
shit,
that
so-
I met Problem at I forgot what was the last Street Fighter 4 tournament in the Northeast in February before 5 dropped. It was a nice low profile by F-Word. I played Problem
Yeah.
there. Went to last game, last round. Cammy, C Viper versus DJ. He's cool as shit. That dude's an amazing player. I'm glad I got to play
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Fuck.
F-Word, he taught me a lot of stuff. I mean, when back in the day, if he was watching me play a game, he'd stand behind me, and if he sees something, he'd pull me to the side, take me to the setup afterwards, and be like, "Yo, this is a setup." I learned a lot of stuff from F-Word, man. He's a very cool guy.
That's dope, man.
But yeah, this matchup, I think Ibuki wins. She's actually, I mean, F-Word is showing it off very well, like the amount of evasive maneuvers she can have against Guile. Look at that. And Ultra 1 is a good choice. She can actually get Ultra 1 on. If he does, I mean, you can low profile the overhead thing, low medium kick, and do an Ultra 1, but that's really hard to sort of time properly. But the main reason for it is if he does the elbow, you can actually just do down 4 medium kick to slide and Ultra 1 him on the landing frames. Yeah, so even when she low profiles and it sort of hits, it sort of messes up what Guy's trying to do. If you can see it, like he can't really confirm properly because the low profile sort of messes him up.
Yeah, I saw you get under that a couple times. That was pretty tough. I hadn't seen it happen like that.
EX
think that-
Tatsu can be tricky, but there is a setup where you can do a walk forward into kunai and it just goes through a dead zone and the Tatsu just whiffs for some reason. So she has setups like that on him too. Yeah, I think it's 6-4 into Ibuki's favour this matchup.
All right, cool. Got that one down. T3, we were gonna say something?
I was just gonna say that second round, like it just really emphasized stuff that you've been saying. Like once Ibuki was out of meter, guy just went in, and
Oh yeah,
then
when
just
she's out
made
of
that
meter, that's
comeback.
yeah.
It was yeah.
This sucks. Yeah, when she's got no meter.
All right, next
Yeah,
on
you
our
see the low
list.
profile putting in work.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
the low
Henry.
profile I've already seen a couple of times is very prevalent in this matchup. Like I'll
Fuerte is
def
so good.
let me get back to this chart. So now we got Juri versus Ibuki. I think Juri's overrated, but there are some matchups where I see that she's very strong in. But
Overrated or underplayed?
I mean, not overrated. I think she's overrated. And also
Okay.
underplayed. Underplayed's fair too. I would definitely add that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. Like the only time I ever thought like good. Obviously, we have Sizzler from France over here, but he
Okay.
plays on PC. I've not played him offline. We used to have one called Metallic Mike, but he wasn't like. I mean, he was good, but he wasn't amazing, and that was way back in the day. I've not really. I'll be honest. I've not played a long set offline versus a good jury in Ultra. I mean, Chadikas, he just runs away. He's not. He's not a good jury. Sorry if you're in the chat, bro, but jury's ass. Your jury is
Yo, you
ass.
just found out. Top tier
Jury is
discussion. You found out
ass.
your ass
Yeah.
here.
But we have no good jury to go against. But from what I've actually watched and seen, I think it can be pretty even. The reason being is Jury's hitbox is so stupid against Ibuki. Like we have to change some stuff up. But yeah, that's what this is so interestingly. Opoe, who you see on the screen now, this is actually the number one Ibuki in a Japanese arcade. He's
Now.
never travelled. Yeah, now this is the current. He still plays. This is the best Ibuki in Japan.
Ooh, sweep right into it.
Obviously.
Let's see.
So this is a perfect match to watch. I want to quite interested in
Nice.
watching it.
Fuck your mix up. We're not dealing with overheads over here.
So you're not going to get a loop on Joy as well. You're not going to get that big
Ooh,
damage.
right on top
And
of
that
her
looked
head.
Disgusting. Yeah, that looked unblockable. So yeah, I think this is probably the matchup out of all of the characters. I think that I'm going to have the least. I mean, I like using Jury. I can play a little bit of Jury, but I really haven't fought. There is no Juries to play, bro. Like, no one on a level where I could give you a good, honest opinion on the matchup. But I know you can't loop her. I know Jury will out damage her. She out footsies her. She's got a good low profile, even better than Ibuki's.
Juri's
so I'm
defense
really
is
not sure.
questionable at best.
Yeah.
If she had better defense, I'd respect her more. But
Yeah,
I think
true.
she's so easy to beat on defense that it's like if she's running her offense, she deserves to win. You know, that's just how I feel
Yeah.
about it.
And the thing is, Ibuki don't really care about the fireballs that she's doing either. Really, she just got let her fire them all day. She's got so many ways around them. But her jump-ins are fantastic. Like her neutral jump strong is so good, Jury. And once she gets you in the corner, like I said, I think Poison, Jury, those two in the corner are just absolutely disgusting. Two best, I think. So, but yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know. I
Alright.
just know you can't get loop and damage like Jury can. Maybe even. Maybe leave it as even for now. But that's really like the one that I have the least. Knowledge,
That's
because
fair.
I haven't fought it offline. I fought it online, but I don't really use that as a guide. I want to, offline is shit. So
I don't
really
see
go.
anything happening here that makes me believe that either player is being oppressed. Like
Yeah, I mean,
he did get the set, the first round off the jump in light kick and the mix up on Juri, but I mean I was able to stay in control for 2 rounds out of 3 and won it. So
Yeah,
definitely gonna see what the Juri players think. Definitely,
I mean,
hopefully you're around
Jury
for
might
that
win.
one.
I mean, that's literally the best Jury in Japan versus Opoe, but that is online. But Japanese net play is like so good anyway. So I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, who knows? That's
geography.
literally one I have no idea about. So, but I don't think it's going to be a 6-4 either way. So maybe if we find out, we can move it up. Maybe I'll speak to a Jury from Japan or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really know. So maybe leave it even for now, I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's why it's a spreadsheet. We can always come back and make the changes and
Yeah,
adjust
thanks
and
for
have
doing
more
this, man. It's been a
conversation.
lot of work, man. Thank you guys for doing this, man. I've always wanted
Absolutely.
to. I've always thought this would be a good idea to do, but I've always thought like someone's gonna just have the effort to do it one day, and you guys have put in the effort, so I appreciate it, man.
Dude, I was waiting for somebody else, and I'm talking to T3. We talk all the time, and I'm like, dude, do we need to do this shit our fucking selves? And he's like, well, nobody else is gonna do it.
Everybody to know when we did the first episode, it was like when we did the Abel episode, it was like 3 or 4 days before that where we were like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then he just we got Kiyoma to like wanted to go on like immediately. So that's why if you look at our first stuff versus where we are now, like we've just been making improvements every episode since.
I like that you guys, even just the little things like you put up a different character for your notifications and stuff, like just little things like that are just super, super cool, man. I really appreciate it. I just want to quickly, while we're here, I just want to give a shout out to a couple of
Absolutely.
rookie players because like it's a shame with the character. We've actually lost a couple of really strong Ibuki players to just unforeseen circumstances and deaths. I want to just rest in peace to Erdem, one of the most godlike players from Europe. Fantastic, monstrous execution. He actually was putting out a lot of tech for Ibuki, but unfortunately Erdem actually passed away. So rest in peace Erdem, one of the GOATs. And also, a few players might know this guy, Azuna from London. He actually made the Ibuki player guide, and he was one of the strongest Ibukis in the UK. And he actually passed too. So while I'm here, I just want to give a big shout out to Azuna and Erdem, bro. Rest in peace to those guys there, man. Big love, bro, for sure.
Yeah, respect to
A
those
lot of
guys.
tech was found by those guys. So yeah, a lot of the stuff I'm talking about, these unblockables, I wouldn't be talking about them if it wasn't for those guys, man. So they'd be mixing people up in heaven, bro, for sure. Unblockables.
Definitely.
All right, let's keep going.
All right, so we got Ibuki and Rolento, a match I don't think I've ever seen.
Oh, I love this matchup. I love fighting with him. He can't. His defense is ass. He can't go anywhere.
That's
Thank
what
you.
I
He
say.
can't go anywhere. This character sucks, bro.
Terrible.
On his back, if you play him on his back, this character is so cheeks, bro.
Yeah.
The thing is, as well, like he has a lot of his moves are so like linear, and you can see him like Ibuki can react with back medium punch on his air raid. She can slide under it. You can challenge. She gets a light kick DP punish on a blocked roll, which is nice. Not like some characters don't get punished, but she does. Yeah, she can just really abuse him, man, and she can run away from him if she wants to too. She can actually lay him out. Yeah, he really can't do anything. She can either mix him up with kunai options, meaty, so he can't roll out, or you can just do your staggered pressure, which you should be doing against Rolento anyway. Just meaty stand medium punch, meaty stand jab, and he really can't go anywhere. Once he gets knocked down, it's pretty much over. I fought against Rolento a lot, and I mean Juni Rolento, he's never beat me in a set. Hold that shit, bro. Yeah, and yeah, I mean I've never lost to Rolento in a set, really. So I think even Rolento players think this is a bad match, but I think it's a 6-4.
6-4, putting it down on the list.
Because his way of neutral, he's not really using his buttons. He's sort of jumping around doing crazy shit, and she can just, she can make a guess on EX neck breaker on a knife that'll go through. She can just, she gets to guess for good reward in that match.
Definitely sounds like signs of a good matchup then. We got 3 matchups left. We have Rufus, Sagat, and then Sakura. Oh, Rufus. Yeah, I can see Rufus. I like Rufus against Ibuki. It's fun. You just dive on it.
You guys obviously you probably heard of Andreas, the Rufus
Yep,
player.
heard the name.
Mr. Moore's Andreas. I used to play him. Well, the WSO used to be on every Thursday, so every Thursday I'd go there pretty much. And he would beat me every single week. I never beat this guy in a game, bro. Andreas, he was some monster, and like obviously he was a fantastic player, but Rufus is very, very oppressive to Ibuki. His dive kicks are pretty hard. I mean, the EX Kazagiri already sucks trying to get it. Like oh, it's Zach Bennett. Look at young Zach Bennett. Holy shit, bro. Oh man.
Young AF.
Yeah, this is Andreas. Yeah, this brings back so many memories. Yeah, so the thing is, which is annoying, is once Rufus gets on top of Ibuki, it can be really, really hard and difficult for her to get out. Her crouch fierce is really good. His crouch fierce is really good. Against her, his sweep is pretty good. His mix, his defense isn't the best, but he does have the X Messiah to get out, which you can OS with a neck breaker, but you have to think about it. But the dive kicks under pressure are really just too much. Once he's doing the sort of low dive kicks right on top of you, and he's delaying them in the air, the back medium punches, it's sort of similar. Remember the Yun matchup earlier, how he really struggles to anti-air the dive kicks? It's sort of similar, but yeah, I think Rufus wins, but I don't know if I'd say 6-4. I think it actually might be 6-4 because he's got red focus now as well.
No Rufus never gonna have meter do a red focus.
True, actually. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wait, he has that? I thought he's the only character without it.
They'll have 2 and 8/10 bars and then build another bar.
To my knowledge
That
as well,
many
he
stay
doesn't get an unblockable on him. To my knowledge, but I might have forgot. But he does get looped. I think maybe I was thinking, but I think I might actually be biased because I did Andreas my demon. But I don't think it's 6-4. I think it'd be 5.5 because oh my god, maybe not. Do you see that damage? No, I think Rufus wins 5.5.
Big drop. Oh no,
Snake
worked out.
strike.
Worked out.
Make a strike.
Yeah, that snake strike is so obnoxious. Yeah, once it's here in the corner, it can be disgusting. you can't really get a DP out properly. You're trying to guess the mix, and like your inputs are just getting so messed up. You can't really do much on defense. You have to just try and mash backdash or something like that, because it really messes you up. One thing that is good though, if she has got Ultra 1 or Ultra 2, she can focus forward dash with a crouch hard punch and get a punish. Yeah, it's just dive kick characters she can really yeah, she has trouble with. There's not really any diving characters that she beats. Dive kick gives her trouble. Oh, overhead on the dive kick was nice though.
Good blocks. Oh, nice confirmation by F word.
Yeah, that was really good.
Nice double jump in.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, I like the counter hit
Oh
with the
no,
punch
drop
kick.
city. Okay, way to stay solid. Yep, and an easy conversion of super afterwards, just in case. So
Yeah,
you're gonna
the thing
go
as well,
with
which is
5.5. I just want to get the number down so I don't forget. You said
yeah, sure,
5.5.
5.5, bro. Yeah,
Alright, cool. Alright,
because
so
the
what
thing
else
is,
you
well, if Rufus has 3 bars and he does the FADC backdash on the Messiah, she gets a free Ultra 2 on that too, so he needs to be careful. So there is a few things, that make it. She can fight him for sure. But back in the day, I mean, it was when I used to play against Andreas, there was like no delayed wake up and stuff, and I haven't got an unblockable on Rufus back then, and he was just dive kicks in us while I was getting so owned. So I think more of that was trying to lean me towards 6-4, but I think looking at it, I think it's probably a 5.5 to Rufus, because his EX Messiah isn't a true reversal, man. I mean, you can meet short it, you can neck breaker it if you're ready. So yeah, his defense is the best still, and you got to have really good defense to deal with some of these setups, even though it's not an unblockable. Still, you still got to have good defense at least. But
It
the
might
dive
as
kick's
well
just
be
so
unblockable.
yeah, it might as well be, yeah. But once he starts getting on top of them dive kicks, it can be just as bad as Yun, because he can do the even lower, and try to squeeze a reversal in when you've already got one of the worst reversals in the game it's pretty much no good. But yeah, 5.5 I think, so that's in Rufus' favour.
Alright, so it's about 9 in the morning for Super Street Fighter Lou. We gotta get the Sagat matchup out the way for him.
Yeah, sure.
He's on the road, most
Yeah,
likely.
I mean, this is quite a famous match for being good for Ibuki. I mean, Sagat players know it as bad for Sagat, but it's not as bad as people think. I mean, you can just watch me versus AJ from this weekend. I mean, not going to put it up, but I'm sure you guys can remember. You can sort of, if you play that style of wall, the perfect defense with Sagat, you can beat Ibuki. But the thing is, you have to play so good. She has so many answers. You have the slide, which can be punished obviously, but max range is really good against Sagat too. It goes under low tiger shot, which is pretty nasty. Right.
Ooh, okay.
So yes, to look out for that. It's not like Elena. Like Elena can't slide under Sagat's low tiger, which makes it a good match for Sagat really. But Ibuki can actually slide under it.
Yeah.
Once she has the X neck breaker, it is really. Well, look at this matchup.
Hold on, what do you think about this? Give me a technical breakdown on starting with this. Is that legit, or is it like, yo, fuck it, the set's starting, we're going for nutty shit early?
Yeah, he probably wants to make a read. I mean, on
Fireballs,
block, I think it goes too far. Where you could have got a carry DP punish, and if he threw the fireball, he obviously got the hit. I think he was just making a big read, because yeah, you don't really see that too often. One thing with Sagat is he's so easy to double loop. If you touch him with one jab, it's pretty. He'll get double loops. I mean, I even offline on Saturday, I was doing the double loops to people. It was pretty nasty, and the damage is like. And Sagat, he actually has to hold about 2 or 3 unblockables against Ibuki.
Oh, Centauru. Did he hit that? Centaur's the best.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Oh, FREEJ4Y.
Is he dead? He's dead.
Yeah,
Sako's the best.
That's what I'm saying. So, but yeah, so I mean, there's not really a lot much. So I think a lot of people sort of know why this matchup is bad, especially if you get Sagat in the corner. You can sort of fight him. Like that's the way I try and fight him with Sagat, because a good Sagat, if you try and do the jump forward kunai, even if it's pretty low, a good Sagat with good reaction will DP that time every time. But if you put him in the corner and you use low forward and stand jab to beat the Tiger Knee, and then as soon as he's knocked down, you can pick 2 or 3 setups. If you get EX neck breaker, you can get cross up fierce punch on Sagat. You can get cross up fierce punch off normal neck breaker. The one off EX neck breaker is pretty easy. You do EX neck breaker, medium kick command dash, and just jump in fierce. If they don't press, if they go to neutral, it doesn't hit. But if they try and block, it hits them. It's one of those funky sort of ones. But you can see Sako just showing off all the setups. Bro.
Yeah, it looks like he's pretty much doing what he wants. And
you can freestyle against Sagat.
I try to fight Sagat the same way with every character I play. If I have a character that can knock him horizontally to the corner, and try to stay like maybe a quarter distance, like maybe a little in front of the clock.
Yeah.
And you can just make it a nightmare for him from that range.
One thing that is good with him, which is obviously the super into the Yeah, just the super punish. AJ did it to me on tournament on Saturday. Like the slide, obviously the slide at max range is pretty good, but even with if Sagat's got super, you really can't slide it because
No,
he
no.
can super that. So that's actually good for in the matchup because it stops sliding, which is pretty abusive in this matchup. But it's not that the worst. It's just all these setups that he has to deal with. Look, you can't block hardly any of this, bro.
Freestyle Friday for
And then
Horisako.
and then you loop him twice and you go into it again. Look at this. This is disgusting.
Yeah, and Centaro's not a bum. You know he's not a bum.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
But they're like 15 different jump-ins.
Oh, my
And
grandfather.
They haven't even
Right.
seen the same setup twice. You're right.
Yeah, like they all work.
Yeah, like Sagat, you can really freestyle on him. He's similar to, he's sort of similar to like an Abel-ish. I mean, no, not even Abel, because Abel can get out with roll, but, yeah, Sagat, you can really freestyle on him. I think this is a 6-4 for Ibuki. Not a heavy 6-4 because, like I say, if you play the Bonchan style of Sagat, perfect wall, it can be hard, but it's so much easier for Ibuki to win. So much easier. Sagat's got to put in so much work, bro. So much work.
Oh.
I think Lou would agree. Lou, there was a Ibuki in Australia. Rob Sucks, he was pretty good. So...
Wow,
Who's probably
what a
forced my
counter hit
Bookie too.
confirmed.
Look at these combos, man.
Damn, and the read, the block after that, he was ready. Neck breaker him for the next one. Just do it.
Yeah, and once she has EX, she just can't really.
The
play
third
something
strike
so well.
finish. All right. We got 2 characters left. Oh, we got 1. We have Sakura, and then we can reveal our final number.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sakura.
All right. It says 6-4 Sagat, and let's see if I can find some Sakura.
This is gonna be a really random aside. I just saw him on screen earlier. Zach Bennett. That was he played Firebrand, right? Marvel. Was that
Yeah,
guy?
he played a lot of
Yeah,
games,
right.
eh?
I was like, I haven't
Capcom.
heard that name in so long. I haven't thought about Zach Bennett.
Fun story. He won when SF Vanilla first come out. We had the UK national tournament, the first one in 2009, and in the finals it was Zach Bennett versus Ryan Hart. And Zach Bennett actually beat him in the Sagat mirror match. People forget that.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
A lot of people didn't see. A lot of people see the match in France where obviously Ryan beats Daigo with that level 3, and then he goes on to fight Zach Bennett, and Zach Bennett does the Akuma stuff to him. But no one really remembers the first tournament. Zach Bennett actually beat Ryan in the final with Sagat. He's a fantastic player. He's just very naturally gifted the game, and a well-spoken dude too. He's really cool. Shout out to Zach, man. And his firebrand was disgusting. When he started bopping people with Marvel, I was like, "Where have you been playing Marvel, bro? I haven't seen you in years."
Been training under a mountain, bro, with the best of the best.
Yeah. So this matchup, I fought with Jingo quite a lot. Jingo thinks Ibuki wins. I agree, but I think Jingo thinks it's 6-4. I think.
I can see that
when
though,
I
because
talk to
she's
him, he
gonna be
doesn't
able to
really
go
tell me.
gorilla on you with your
Yeah.
garbage ass defense. But you can kind of
Yeah.
do the same to her though. So I feel like
Yeah,
it depends on how the neutral plays to determine who I would want to give the advantage to. Just as a quick analysis.
So one thing that is good with Ibuki in this matchup is she can actually get away with doing super jump instead of normal jump. Because if she super jumps, her crouch fierce actually whiffs and the medium kick will beat it. So Ibuki will want to be doing late jumping kunais to beat the down fierce, and also super jump medium kick to beat the anti-airs. Otherwise, you can't really test those of Sakura. Also, you can low profile, like if she tries doing, which Jingo likes to do, is like try to do the Tatsu to bait the anti-air. Back medium punches, that's unblockable. Back medium punch is very good against Sakura. Just trying to think of more. I haven't played it in a while. I didn't even play Jingo this weekend, funny enough, but
Oh, jab sweep.
she's just got the damage output too. I think this match is it's like we were saying before, the damage is going to even out for how bad she has to hold it on wake up. But the thing is, Sakura is nasty on wake up too. She has a couple of unblockables against Ibuki, so that's why I think Sakura wins.
Okay.
Jingo's hit me with it a couple of times, and I've like, even me and Khan have played against Jingo, and we've both tried blocking it, and afterwards he's been like, yeah, that's unblockable. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember what it is.
You blocked left, Kalmbach right, and you guys both got hit.
we both got hit. We talked about it afterwards, and Jingo laughed. Yeah, I think Sakura wins. But it's slight because she still has to hold some stuff, and she gets looped, and she's not a very high life character, Sakura, if I remember correctly. So a loop on her is pretty hefty.
Okay.
But likewise, if she's got 3 bars and she hits me, and Jingo's got all them bars, that is 60 I'm holding, bro.
Yeah. And then a mix up.
Yeah, another mix up, exactly. So I think Sakura wins 5.5.
5.5. Okay, I put 6. Let me change that. And you
Yeah, I
know
don't
what? If
think
somebody
it
says
might
6 and
be
somebody
better, I
says
don't know, yeah.
5.5, you know, that's kind of splitting hairs unless you really have a piece of
Yeah, unless you're
evidence worth
nitpicking, right,
talking
yeah.
about. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue the point 0.5 unless I feel like somebody's really discounting something important.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm
But
just going because I've played him a lot recently. Like, my results with, against him in tournament are really good, but in sets, he beats me a lot. But I think that's just a better. I think she's the better set character. And Jingo's a better player than me in the longer sets. I'm more of a tournament player myself.
no, it definitely matters. Then with that being said, we have
As
finally
we didn't really speak about
completed.
many bad matches. I'm interested to see this number because
I know. I brought it
Gonna
back.
be
We
high.
gotta make sure we got these numbers right. And you can verify because there was almost no yellow, dude. Look at this. We're just gonna skim through 1, 2 yellows. We got Blanka and Cammy, a slight disadvantage.
Cammy, that's correct. Yeah.
7-3 against Guile, nasty.
Yeah.
4 disadvantage against Bison.
Yep, definitely.
Disadvantage against Sakura and Seth.
Yep.
And disadvantage against Yun and Geef. Ibuki at 230.
Oof.
Very high. That puts her a
Number
half
3.
point below Cammy.
A half point below. Oh,
A
that
half
changes
point.
I put you at third,
You know
on
what?
the list right now.
I do think this match is 6-4 in my favor. Now, but you know, and we
I
also
think-
have
I
the
think
other
that's
numbers, so
6-4, yeah.
don't forget these vertical numbers, man. This is gonna be really good to see what people get on the vertical column. I cannot wait to see Abel's vertical proportions because people always have something to say about Kiyoma and Killer Smurf's tier list. But
Yeah.
you're talking to Evo, CPT champion. I didn't make this list.
Yeah.
I just listened.
Lou, I had it at 6-4, but I said like obviously the Sagak, if he plays like a wall, like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can do well, but he has to work so hard. But yeah, 6-4. But no, that sounds about right. FREEJ4Y, bro. Yeah, it's all good.
And now he's tied with Cammy.
There weren't
Right
really many.
now.
There weren't really many sort of arguments in the chat for many matchups. Really, I mean, not that people are going to know. I mean, I was glad to come on here because, to be honest, no, she's quite an obscure character. Like people have seen her fight, but they don't really know the most, what she can do. A lot. So I'm glad to come on here and sort of talk about her because she needs a bit more of exposure these days. And I know a lot of people enjoy watching her, so maybe we can get a bit of insight. But just don't use this to counter pick me, alright?
No, I think
I'm
what we can
definitely
do is we can definitely try to set up, because all the skilled players we've had are from all over the world already.
Yeah.
I think we can do maybe like some online training modes, so at least you guys aren't, you don't have to play a set, but at least if you
Yeah.
can go and try to put them in the scenario and show them like, all right, this is what I'm talking about.
I mean, I come
we
with
get something
tapes.
like
I
that.
think I'm the only guest who come with tapes, right?
That's, you set the bar high.
Yeah, he came here with a
Somebody else
portfolio.
said
He
in
was
the
ready, man.
Chat. Damn, I wish.
Yeah, if anyone's got any
Go
questions
back
in the
to
chat.
Oh,
somebody
sorry.
said
Let me go back.
Somebody
I forgot.
said,
we got this up. We can take it back.
every guest has to come with footage showing why DJ's trash.
Yep, absolutely. Bring it.
I think it was
Bring it.
Omni said it, I think.
Yeah.
Why DJ
Well,
is ass.
one frame passed the test. He showed me. I was like, you know what? You can get into the salty spittoon. This is good enough for me.
Yeah. So how so is she the same rank as Cammy? Did you say in the? Rank?
Well, if you put 6-4 against the guy, did you want to put? No, you said 5.5, right? At the absolute limit, or is it because Bonchan is really that good? Is it Bonchan or is it
6-4,
Sagat?
It's 6-4.
It's Bonchan's
6-4.
that good. Okay.
It's always been 6-4. Yeah. I
Okay.
would never. I don't think I would never put that 5.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And Lou's saying
Guess it
5.5 if the GAT knows what's up. So that does tie you. That puts you above Adon by a point and a half. It puts you tied with Cammy. You're under Chun Li by 11.
How did you say I'm under Adon? I'm over Adon by a point. How is Adon almost got the same things as Ibuki?
Hey
she's
man,
such a more better
you
char-
have to
such
go
a better
check the
character.
podcast. You have to go check
She
the
is such a
podcast.
better character. That is nonsense, mate.
I listened, and this is why we'll have further discussions somewhere down the road where we can have other guys talk because
Yeah,
all you
yeah.
guys love to talk about the game, but I want to do it in a venue that's constructive and we could really get somewhere with the information.
Yeah, for sure. Who's highest? Chun highest at the moment.
Chun at 241.5. I
Yeah, that
think
makes sense.
the only people who
Chun
are going to
has the
beat that
most
are my personal top 3. I think only Akuma, Ryu, or Seth can beat that number. I don't think.
Yeah, I
Maybe
agree.
Poison. Maybe Poison can beat that number too.
if you look at the vertical column, Yun is actually the best character so far.
Is
He has the
37.
lowest. And he's the lower. He's 2.5 points lower than Cammy, who's second.
He counterpicked so many characters, young man. He's such a good counter for so
By
many.
existing,
Yeah.
you put him on the screen. It's a counter pick.
He doesn't have a single losing matchup right now on our chart. His closest is a 4.5
Damn, really? We've done 9 characters.
against Chun. Yeah.
Wow.
A 3,
character?
3, 4. Chun Li 4.5.
Tromzo, you need to come on here and talk about Yun, dude. You're the only person really qualified to come on and talk about Yun.
Oh no, we got I'm definitely gonna reach
Remy,
out to
Tromzo and
Remy.
Remy.
Yeah, Remy's a problem.
Remy is sick. Remy is yeah, he is sick. I love watching him. I bet I forgot.
Great player. Great player.
Yeah, he's sick.
Let me see. T3, did you send me that image? Or did you message it to me, right?
No. No, I didn't send you anything.
No, you got it right here. In our personal message.
It was that other one. Yeah. It's
Okay.
a 305 timestamp is when I sent it to you. It should be in there.
Yep,
I could
I
drop
got it,
it
I
in.
No, I got it. I gotta save it. You can start.
I just want to touch on what Lou is saying. So, Lou, effectively, what we're hoping to do is we had Cass on. Who was with Cass on the Blanka episode?
Seth.
Right now.
Cass.
Seth, thank you. So they did their scores. Now we want people to have these conversations. Say you're saying you disagree with the score. Like when we get to the end of it, we want to revisit stuff. There are going to be scores that people heavily disagree on, and these are the discussions we want to have. So for now, we're going to leave it how those players decided their scores were, and then at the end, we'll see where we have to touch and see.
See if
if
we can
all
fine
come
tune
to
it.
a closer, something we agree with.
Yeah, as long as we're within, like a certain variance, if somebody wants to go 0.5 up and even here, I don't want to argue about that. You know what I mean?
No, it's just like if someone says like something's a 6-4, maybe someone says it's a 4-6. Like those are the ones you want to really talk about. But
Exactly.
over a point, you're gonna literally be like clutching at straws, and you're just gonna be nitpicking at that point. It's just gonna cause like silly little arguments. No one's gonna get anywhere. But for the big discrepancies, I think it's definitely worth having a conversation. For sure.
That's exactly how we feel about it.
Yeah, thank you guys, man. It takes a lot of effort, and I really appreciate it. Man. I appreciate you having me on, bro, for sure.
I definitely appreciate you coming through. We definitely got to commentate something again. It's been a while.
Yeah, bro, let's do it.
Definitely fun times. Any final statements on Ibuki? Anything you want to let the community know? Now I know your counter pick, so if I go to UK, just expect the young.
The thing is, everyone which is quite good about it, everyone sort of knows their counter picks. But yeah, if you pick young, it's GG's. But no, I think we've pretty much, from what I've said about his matchups, I think people can get a good idea of, the more depth she has, because a lot of people have really misconceptions about like how many setups she has and if she's easy and basic. But I mean, how many setups have I told you guys off the top of my head? Like,
it was a lot of different setups and a lot of different scenarios.
You've got so many different setups. Like it takes a lot of effort to play her, but she's not. People just need to play her with confidence. This is a big thing. A lot of I was going to say this at the start. Actually, I should have mentioned it. She's a very powerful character in that she wins a lot of games before they've even started. The amount of people that I've sat down next to and I've picked Ibuki and you just see their face, they're like, oh, and you're like, you smell the blood, like you see their shoulders drop. Once you see that, like she's a very
the posture's changing. Come on, man.
Characters that have that effect where you can change your posture before even fighting. That is a good character. So she can be very, very powerful that way, which is why people don't like fighting her. But the thing is, if you know how to fight her and you know the obviously you can't learn all the setups, but if you're fighting an Ibuki and you know the setups, it can be very hard for her to get damage sometimes if your defense is really, really good. Like if I fight against someone with fantastic defenses, half of me to open up, these are the kind of players that I lose to the most. Players with fantastic defense, AEJ, players like that. But a lot of people, they get very scared from Ibuki, but they just, a lot of the time they don't really want to go and lab the setups. She's a lab character, so you know what that's like. They'll lose to it and they'll be like, oh, that's bullshit. It was just nonsense, because they don't want to go and lab the character.
Yeah, definitely don't want to accept
so
that.
she's very powerful in those senses, but people are just very, very lazy. And I can see why, because there's not many Ibukis, but let me tell you, if you go to a random tournament, there's a chance there'll be an Ibuki there, mate, because she's definitely in the top 25 for tournament characters. I'll tell you that.
She's got to be. I put her in top 10. She's easy to put top 10. I mean, I think DJ does fine against her, but when I play other characters against her, I'm like, oh shit, let me go back to what I had before. Like, this ain't fun.
Yeah. But she's if I'd recommend anyone to pick her up. But obviously, it takes a lot of effort, and in this stage of the game, it probably time you master all the stuff. SF6 will probably come out, but I would recommend her to everyone. But the thing is with her as well, you actually have to have good defense yourself, because her reverse, like we've gone through this whole list and talked about how her defense and other various things of her character. But if you've not got good defense, then you shouldn't really play Ibuki. A lot of the Ibukis that I play, other ones, their offense is good, but they just get absolutely blown up, or they'll just not be able to block their own mix-ups. The reason I don't mind fighting Ibuki is because me and Khan, I don't think there's anyone on the planet who's fought that mirror match more than me and Khan. So when you fight against someone who knows the mix-ups, it's very hard to open up. You have to come with some obscure mix-ups, which is what happens if you fight against someone who knows the matchup very well. It's very hard to open them up if they've labbed all the setups, which is why it's hard to even fight people like who I fight on stream all the time, because they've seen most of my mix-ups, right? So if they've seen all my mix-ups, it could be very difficult. Unless you can't block them, then you can't really do nothing about it. But she's not as oppressive and scary as people think. I think it's just people just being scrubs and lazy at the end of the day. But she's powerful in the fact that she wins the game before it even started. This was my point. Like, people don't even want to play against her on stream. People, even online, they'll get to the character select screen, they'll see her, and then they'll leave the game. So people don't even want to bother fighting her. And I just think it's pretty lazy in the day. And especially if they start complaining about her. Like, don't complain about my character and try and talk about what she can do if you don't even want to fight against her. So. Yeah, I just wanted to say that, because a lot of people say they get scared, but it is true. Like, be scared if you're using like Guile or something, but man, if you pick Seth or something, just or Bison.
Learn the game, man.
On a tournament on Saturday, he sat next to me and he had Bison, and he was like, "Oh man," I didn't know if he was trolling me at first, because he was, the guys just pretend to be bad and then they body you the first game. But, he had no confidence. I was like, "Bro, this is a really good matchup for you. Just play with confidence." And after that, he beat me in the round, but he was playing with no confidence. So just be confident against Ibuki. She has low health, low stun, bad defense. I'll give you, the strategy with her to fight her is just put her in the corner before she gets meter. And just try and kill her before she knocks you down. But when she has no meter, she is really bad.
I mean, I would rather play Ibuki than any of the other top characters.
So I'm saying, if you talk to Ghost, he loves fighting Ibuki, and he plays like Honda, obviously it's 5-5. But some people really love fighting against Ibuki because they've played her so much and they've seen most of the stuff. If you're just doing like most Ibukis do, like not many, like, let's be real, what other Ibukis you see doing like all these setups still like these days? There's none. There's like me and Khan, right? And who else? Like Sonya, if he still played. That's it. There's no one plays her. I don't know why.
I think somebody said in the chat earlier that Sonya just played actually, like recently.
Oh shit,
well, that's fucking dope.
Yeah,
I'd love
I think
to.
he streamed or something.
I posted in the
try to catch that.
in the revival group, and nobody said that was the name that nobody's seen in a while. So I tried to reach out to him, but I couldn't figure out how to get in contact with him.
Because in my opinion, like us three, we're the only really ones still playing the character at this level, and obviously the guys in Japan. So it's she's quite a rare character. So it's just good to show some insight, and I hope everyone didn't get too pissed off.
Nah, I really
I was going to show
appreciate
some
you,
tech as well. It might help someone in the chat who's maybe looking to fight against some DJ.
man.
But
Banned.
I'm gonna have to go anyway, guys, because I've gonna come and eat some food. But I just want to say thank you guys again for putting this on. I really do appreciate it, man. You guys have gone.
Thank you so much for being on and working with us. I know the whole time thing has been such a mix. Missed the first date, wrong time zone, but I'm really
it's
glad
perfect,
you
right?
stuck it out.
Because I play Ibuki, so the mix-ups, bro.
Yeah, that tweet just wrote itself.
But yeah, exactly. It was all planned. But yeah, I hope this helps, and hopefully I'll come back for the next one where we can discuss some of these scores. But I think they're pretty good. So yeah, shout out to you, FREEJ4Y, and you, Frank, as well. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the discussion and the chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I could give you guys some insight. I hope I'll probably see you guys soon. I'll probably be commentating something real soon, maybe at the weekend. So maybe see you guys then, right?
There you go.
Nice.
Keep track of
Alright.
OneFrame. He's on Twitter. You got him in the poster if you've seen it.
Peace, guys. Follow me on Twitch, VBD_OneFrame. Yeah. Peace, guys. I love you.
There you
all.
go.
Mwah.
Later, bro.
Thanks, man. All right, finally done with another character. Our 9th character completed. But there's 44 characters in the game. We got a lot more to go, guys.
Yeah, almost a quarter of the way there. It's only 2 more.
Yeah.
2 more will be at a quarter. So we do have, like we said to the people who were here before we started, we do have a little announcement. We're gonna announce our next episode, and then I did want to touch on something Street Fighter or Lou said in the chat. So he says here, Seth said he didn't want to disagree with Cass while he was on because he considers Cass a better player.
Mm.
I will say that anybody we ask to be on this show, like, we ask you to be on it because we, value your opinion and the knowledge that you bring. So I hope that nobody gets on with somebody else and just kind of, acquiesces to what they say or concedes to what they say.
Oh, with the
Concedes to what
sub.
they say because they think they're better. Like, we want you on here to give your opinion, and honestly, we want guests to. I'm not saying we want guests to disagree, but I don't want guests to just say, "Yeah, I agree, I agree, I agree" every time. I want them to break that, match. And if one has a different opinion than the other, they should bring that up so we can get to the middle ground.
Absolutely agree.
Feel
But
sorry
yeah.
that Seth felt that way.
Yeah. I'll definitely make sure our guests know, their opinion is valued too. We're not just
Yeah,
putting
100%.
up anybody with anybody. I'm vetting these guys. I'm doing the best I can to find us the best, and most knowledgeable players we can for these characters. But I do want to show you guys our announcement for our next episode. We are gonna have Javits, Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 Tech God, and Bunch GG coming through for Balrog. That's gonna be August 30th. That is in 6 days.
Next Tuesday. We don't have a set time yet. We'll work that out with these guys, but yes, that will be Tuesday night.
Yeah, so definitely follow Twitter.
For you guys.
Oh, definitely. All of us East Coast. All four of us East Coast. So a very East Coast episode.
Known each other for super long time too. Really good one.
Yeah, you guys don't want to miss that one. And definitely follow Twitter. We're working on a Discord so we can have all of our guests on there, so you guys can reach out to them if they'd like to be a part of our Discord and do all that. So stay tuned. Hopefully, I can have that ready by the next episode. That'll be fun. So we can take our conversation and further it there. But that's it, guys. Really appreciate everybody for coming through. The usual faces, the new faces. We got some new follows. Shout out to famous guest. He was in the chat, or they. I don't want to assume they were in the chat. Mojo, fake friend. He subscribed and finally followed. And shout out to Chu, shout out to Chu and Drainer following today too. And then one frame for the sub and T3 gifting Chu a sub.
I love seeing like people who join and then say like, or come to watch it, and then it's like the first time they chat on your channel. That makes me feel really good.
Yeah, I do like seeing first time chatters. Yeah, absolutely. Like even if they're just in there like, yo, I want to see this character. Like, yo, fuck it. Yeah, let's look at that matchup. If we already did it, I can call it out to them. But yeah, no, we got our fucking logo finally showing up, so we're gonna start seeing that around places once we polish that off. And I cannot wait to see what they say about Balrog. I can't. Mini Beast better be in the chat for that too, because I asked Mini Beast, he declined. He declined. He's too cool. Nah, he didn't say he's too cool. Nah, I'm just teasing. He didn't say that. But yeah, no, I will definitely hope that when we invite characters, they invite their player base to do the episode. Because when I do DJ, I definitely want all the DJ players in the chat, talking it up and sharing information. That's what this is all about, sharing information and just seeing where we can get with the numbers. Because everybody has their opinion with the tier list, but this is the only Street Fighter game that doesn't have a matchup chart. Street Fighter 2 has it and Street Fighter 3 has it. So it's time we have our own, right, guys? So I really appreciate everybody. 9 episodes in for doing the damn thing. Yep. We'll see you guys at the next one. All right. Peace.